one more. But yeah, no, you can't actually. We can hear you. We can't. We just listen, bro. That don't work, bro. But I see you loving this Twitter chat a little bit, huh?
Yeah, man.
Let's talk about it. Oh,
yeah, I'm loving this Twitter space, bro. And I got to record it on the computer, so I got talking through my iPhone. I got make sure I get everything muted. Got the mic muted, sound card muted, webcam muted. Yeah, so it's just the Twitter space recording.
Wait, what? Look at this. Okay, I'm not a speaker. You can take my shit off. Good.
Oh man,
Xbox is gonna be the #1 platform in 2021.
bro. Holla at me, Stout. Holla at me, Stout.
2 months? How you gonna be #1 in less than 2 months? What are you, bro? Come on, man. I don't want to do it to you, bro. I just got off work. Nah, man.
Nah, bro. You gotta talk to me, Stout. You gotta talk to me now. You a Forza fan. I know you.
Okay, Forza.
I know you beyond the internet, bro. You a Forza fan.
Yeah, okay. I give you Forza, but I make it #1. Come on, man.
Hold on, bro. So what you been playing on PlayStation?
I Devil the Kina, Ratchet, Ghost. Shit, bro.
Ghost came out last year.
No, I got you. Okay.
Kina's alright. Psychonauts 2 is better than Ratchet and Clank, in my opinion. It use the term better, but it's more content in Psychonauts 2 than it is in Ratchet and Clank. I'm leaning towards Psychonauts 2. Yo, what's up, Wakey?
Well, I'm gonna mute my mic and listen to this shit. I just got.
Oh man.
All right, no, I being as gaming is subjective. Saying Xbox, it's poised to be the #1 platform at 2021. I don't really see it from what I've been playing, on PlayStation, right? And exclusives and multiplayer. Is it what as far as like Xbox? I don't know, man. So what will be your must-have titles on the Xbox platform for this year?
Well, let me ask you this: what have you been playing on PlayStation?
Man, plethora games.
Like what?
I mean, obviously some gonna be multiplayer stuff, right? Like the 2K, the Maddens. I never played The Last of Us Part 2 before, so I have started doing that. I went back and started playing Shadow the Tomb Raider. Obviously, I played the Ratchet and Clank, the Keenans, the Far Cry 6. I got those, right? I got Returnal, but I ain't beat it. Obviously, a lot of other games. Obviously, so like it was always been more multiplayer. It was a lot of multiplayer that came out definitely in 2021. We've been playing mostly multiplayer on both consoles. If you look at it.
Nah, bro. Nah. I mean, we have been playing mostly multiplayer, but I'm here to talk about specifically the exclusive games.
Like
with games that you can only play, and I'm not counting PC because everything's going to PC nowadays. So I'm only talking about the games that you could play on that.
Oh, I ain't played Deathloop, but Deathloop, I heard Deathloop. Some people like the Deathloop game. I ain't played it yet though.
Yeah, Deathloop a good one, but see, Deathloop is an interesting one because it's an Xbox Studio game, right?
But was it an Xbox Studio game at the time it was developed?
It doesn't matter, bro. The studio's owned.
Now is
Microsoft owns the IP. The developer is owned by Microsoft. The publisher is owned by Microsoft. So
my question is this: I want to ask you, when is Deathloop coming to the Xbox brand? Xbox, or it's already on PC, but when is it coming to the Xbox?
It's a year exclusive to PlayStation. It'll be on Game Pass in a year.
I mean, a lot can happen in a year. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Even with that being said, right?
Okay.
The game is exclusive to PlayStation, right?
So what must have by that's what I'm asking you. Let's get to the Xbox too. The title is Xbox is poised to be #1 platform in 2021.
Yeah, so, you brought up PlayStation.
No, I'm saying so because that's what I play on mostly though. And I have a gaming PC. So I'm trying to say I say gaming is subjective though, right? So I'm trying to figure.
Let's talk. Ahead. All right, let's talk. So Xbox has had a strong year with Game Pass for one, right? Back for Blood. You may not like it. It didn't score high. It Ascent, but it's an acclaimed title. It has a cult following. It Ascent. Death's Door was a big game. Probably a goatee if you ask me, and a lot of people that I see on Twitter, they share the same opinion. Death's Door is a game of the year contender. We had Outriders, MLB The Show, and if you look later on down the line, down the year, what's coming out later this year, We have a big title in Forza Horizon 5. And you
Okay.
can literally treat Halo as two different games. You got the Halo Infinite multiplayer and you got the Halo campaign. That's huge, bro.
Now hold on. Okay, so we want to figure when Halo launches, what state would a game be in? You know, as far as the multiplayer. That's a big question, an honest question, really. What state would it be in? What, you know, as far as bugs, technical preview, technical prowess, all that, right?
You talking about the
And
multiplayer?
yeah, the multiplayer.
Have you played the flight?
Yeah, I was playing the fight a little bit. You know
Bro,
what I'm saying,
the
but I
flight,
heard.
one media outlet, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Forbes. They said the game in its current state is better than what we've seen from Call of Duty and Battlefield. They said if the game was to release in the state it is now, it's already looking like a hitter for 2021.
Yeah, I have no question that the Halo Infinite, when it comes out, it will be successful as far as the player base when they're playing a multiplayer, right? And but like the Forza, Forza it looks pretty good, but I'm still having a hard time, like basically how the title of the space is being Xbox is poised to be the number one platform in 2021.
Why not?
That's what I'm trying to say, right?
Why not? What
So?
what competitor, what competing platform
Mm-hmm.
has been hitting headlines and making more noise than Xbox
No,
Poison?
I forget on that headline. I'm talking about get. Ooh, now if we
But
look
but
at
I'm saying though, I
hold on,
mean,
wait a minute, hold
they're
on,
making
stop.
headlines
No,
because of the
this is
games,
about
right?
gaming and the platform, right? I forget the article. Now, what platform has been putting out consistently the better games subjectively, right? You know, whatever, right? It's been in my opinion, it's been PlayStation. So
Well,
if that's be the hold on,
I'm
hold
not,
on, man.
I'm not here to have a subjective argument, bro.
I mean,
Look, look at
we
what
go.
PlayStation put out this year. They put out the same game they put out last year, Ghost of Tsushima, a director's cut with an added DLC, right? They already gave you 60 frames, so the director's cut didn't even really give you any enhancements, but they just put Rumble in the controller. Then we look at Death Stranding, that came out 2 years ago. Like PlayStation is giving you leftovers. I give them credit for Ratchet and Clank. I'm not a big fan of Returnal.
I'm gonna tell this right here. I know. I tell you this though. I'd rather take a leftover of a bomb ass Sunday dinner meal than some stuff that's made from scratch that tastes like dog shit, right?
What tastes like dog shit though?
No, I'm just
Parker,
saying. I'm
look,
using an
Parker,
analogy though,
Parker,
right?
Parker,
Yeah.
Parker, Parker. Look,
No, so games you didn't hold
look
on.
at the
Hold on.
hype.
Wait.
Look at the hype around Forza Horizon 5.
It's not really a
The
lot of
game,
hype
the game
around it.
hasn't
Stop.
even come out
It's
yet,
not
but
really a lot of
you
hype.
got people previewing the game. There's more hype around Forza Horizon 5 that hasn't come out than any title that came out on PlayStation this
No,
year,
stop
and
it.
that's
Stop
just
it.
facts.
No, it's not.
That's
Stop
just
it.
facts.
No, it's not. Stop it. Stop it. What
So
advertising have you seen of this Forza Horizon 5? Where's the advertising at?
where's the advertisement? You don't see all the previews going up? Everybody,
Nope.
bro,
I ain't seen.
all IGN, GameStop, big YouTubers, bro. They all put up like an hour gameplay of Forza Horizon 5. And
I
it's
haven't seen no big time ads for that though.
nothing but praise, bro. Nothing but praise.
I mean, listen, I'm not. I'm listen. Man, I know Forza is probably gonna be a good racing game, whatever. But that's not making me swing. Oh, this is the platform to be for
See,
2021 Xbox, though, right?
I'm not here to debate you, bro. This is an objective argument, right? It's not. We're not talking about subjectively. You can love PlayStation, you can love
Yeah,
Nintendo.
I do that. But I'm trying to figure out why is Xbox poised to be the number one platform in 2021.
And I'm explaining to you, bro. Xbox is hitting headlines for the games and Game Pass. Nothing has more hype than that this year. Nothing.
Okay,
No other platform has been able to offer what Microsoft has been able to offer this year with Game Pass, with the titles they locked down in Game Pass, the games they've been getting this year, and the first party titles that are set to launch at the end of the year.
Listen, man. No, I appreciate your optimism for Xbox, but it has not shown to me to be poised to be the number one platform in 2021. But maybe you can make an argument 2022, possibly, but I don't know about 2021 though.
Hey Parker, let me ask you this. All right, so
Go ahead.
what big title, first party or exclusive title have you been playing on any platform since beginning of 2021?
For 2021, well, I mean, damn, I was playing a Ratchet and Clank in 2021.
Okay, what else?
Damn, I did. Well, I did try to go back and play a little bit of Returnal. What was another one? I mostly play a lot of multiplayer. To be honest with you, though, you
Exactly.
know. But we all play mostly multiplayer, though.
Parker, I
I want to ask you a
listen,
question.
listen.
I want to hold on. Let
Hold
me
on,
stop.
Parker,
No,
Parker,
I gotta stop
Parker.
you,
You keep
though.
cutting me off, Parker. Listen, I beat Death's Door. That's exclusive to Xbox, and it's, again, we're not counting PC, right? I beat the Ascent. That's exclusive to Xbox, right? With Game Pass, I done beat the Outriders. I'm playing through Back for Blood. There's a bunch of other titles I wouldn't have played if they weren't on Game Pass, and I ended up liking them.
Man, you a gaming
We
crackhead.
got
That don't
Forza
count.
Horizon 5 coming out. One of the biggest titles this year, bro. Like there's no game that came out this year that has the hype of Forza Horizon
Well, I
5
haven't
or
seen
Halo
the
Infinite.
hype for Forza though. Where's the big time advertisement for it?
Bro, you must can't read or you ain't been paying attention or what, bro.
No. I don't see none of these
Forza Horizon
advertisements on
5 has
YouTube or
major hype
nothing
around
though,
it.
right? Stop it. I don't see none of these big time advertisements for the Forza Horizon 5. So please show me a big advertisement marketing Microsoft is
Nigga,
doing for
look
this
on
game.
YouTube, bro.
I haven't
Look on
seen. I've been
YouTube.
on YouTube every day.
Bro,
I'm on YouTube.
look
I
on
haven't seen no
YouTube. Type in
advertisement
Forza
for it.
Horizon 5. I'm not talking advertisement. I'm talking about people previewing the game and giving nothing but praise, saying it's the most beautiful game they've ever seen.
I mean, I'm saying, listen, man, I don't see no big hype
Ratchet,
around Forza
Ratchet and
5.
Clank hype died the day it came out.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ratchet and Clank discussion just ended, right? Deathloop, as high as it was rated, the hype is gone. But the hype for Forza Horizon 5 and Halo Infinite, bro, Halo Infinite, but before the tech demos, everybody was talking about Battlefield, right? People mentioned Call of Duty, and a lot of people thought Halo Infinite was going to be a flop. But once these flights and these betas hit, Halo is the number one trending person shooter to release this year. Microsoft own game, Microsoft own studio. You
So,
can't deny that,
well,
Parker.
Hello, I'm gonna ask you a question now. Will Hello be the number one played first person shooter this year?
The number one play. What you mean by that?
The most user base.
The most user base.
Yeah.
You mean versus Vanguard and Battlefield 2042?
Yeah.
It has a potential. I don't know if it will outperform Warzone, Apex Legends, Fortnite,
No,
games like that, but
well, those are,
it
but
has
then again,
it
those are
has the
free to play
potential
games though.
to have a bigger
So
player base than Vanguard,
probably,
Call
but
of
yeah.
Duty Cold War, and Battlefield 2042.
So for the record, the Halo multiplayer is free to play. So right.
Hey, hold on one second.
Hey, Post, I
Yo,
gotta
what's
get.
up, Game Heroes? I added you as a speaker. Now, what'd you say, Parker?
That was me. That was like Post.
Oh,
I must give you your props, but I agreed with you when that question was posed about Sony doing a online service similar to Game Pass. I knew that was coming from years ago. But hey, I give him his props for that. So Post, I'm gonna give him his flowers. Talking about no one gave him his flowers and shit. There you go, your flowers. Nice
hey,
and
shout
loud.
out to Post. Hey, Post be as much as y'all give shit, Post shit, man. Post be right about a lot of stuff.
I don't give him shit. That'd be J Dub capping on his ass.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
When he's right, I give people their flowers. I saw that comment on the podium right there.
Oh yeah, and Post also
I
say.
saw. I'm like, there's no Vaughn arguing that to his teeth turned yellow. I'm like, bro, chill, bro. You don't even see it, man. I work for these major institutions, man. When these
Yeah,
big companies, we
What
are.
Post also said about
Everybody's
that?
going that way.
I
Everybody.
get that though, right? But what Post also say is Sony does that service, right? He expected to be outperform Game Pass. That's what Post said.
They
They have
might
most.
because they
they
got
say they got
movies and TV shows, man. Sheesh.
they got potential. But look though, I mean it's good if they do that. Then that's gonna make Microsoft have to put out even better content, right? They're gonna have to lock down
Yeah,
bigger third party games. They got to come with it with the first party because they have to differentiate themselves, right, from the PlayStation
Nah, the
subscription
next
platform.
the next big third party game coming to Game Pass is Saints Row.
It is. You think so?
Yep.
You got source or you just guessing?
Nah, this is.
Just guess. I know.
But
We
Saints
getting
Row
play.
look
We
like a
get.
bootleg fucking GTA, man.
But look though,
That's
I
his
know we're
Saints
getting the
Row. That's
plays.
Saints
We're
Row.
getting the plays Tales 2. We're getting Atomic Heart. And Stalker
No, we're
2.
talking about triple A, big. Yeah, yeah, but that's yeah, but we're talking about big triple A. Like
Is
that's
Saints Row big
for
triple A?
you.
Would you consider that triple A?
Yeah, yeah, of
I
course.
don't know. I think it
Yeah.
falls in the same category as Plague Tale and
Yo,
uh
y'all can hear me?
Hmm.
Atomic Hero. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give me my flowers. You damn right, Stout. Fuck is you talking about?
Hey,
What's good,
Calm
you
Post?
ain't
down,
got to talk
Post.
sideways to me, nigga. I told you
I did-
when that argument came up. You notice I was agreeing with you. And
yeah,
Jada was trying to shut me down, right? And Porter Rock and all
yeah,
that other shit, and Vaughn,
yeah. Porter Rock was telling me Sony will never do that, and I was talking this 3 years ago, and I was like, every other industry,
Sony would never
yeah,
put games on PC.
yeah. They said they'll never put games on PC, and a lot of the reasons why was that PS4 has sold over 120 million consoles. Yeah, games like Spider-Man selling 13 million, The Last of Us doing 20 million. It's no
Yeah, but
need for.
before you say that,
Yeah, I know, but they were
before you
saying
say
that
that,
it's no need for
no,
Sony
no,
to
no,
do
no.
this. Sony don't. They will never, never, never do this. And I'm looking like if you're in the tech sector, like Stout, I know Stout worked in that sector. He worked in that field. I work in that field. I've been working in that field since high school. When you see every other industry transitioning to this, you automatically know that gaming is going to follow as well. Going to follow suit as well, and you understand that it's all about software and services, and that's the reason why Xbox is still with Microsoft right now. Phil and a couple of execs was the only one that's left. Nadalia was talking about selling Xbox off. He won the game. What benefit do you have to Microsoft in terms of my vision? And his vision was cloud and services. He's all about services and Azure. So Phil said, okay, we're going to move Xbox to the cloud. As far as services, we're going to bring Game Pass into fold, into fold. You know what I'm saying? And he did that, which was in line with Nadalia's vision in terms of what he had for Microsoft. And he took Microsoft from what $1 billion worth of bill, couple of well, not a couple, more than what 50, 60 billion. Now that's a $2 trillion company, a company that was not into cloud, that um, wasn't pushing Azure like that. That was closed off in terms of how they went with their software and their operating systems. Always tried to force you. Wasn't into open source content or anything like that. And Nadalia come in and say we're going to support open source. We're going to open up our operating system a bit, not all the way. It's still some things they do there, but then we're going to support services and cloud over trying to keep people secluded to our platform. You know what I'm saying? So you were able to reach more people than that. Windows is in the cloud now. The operating system is in the cloud. It movie, music. That's what Jim Ryan meant when he said that he see gaming in the same aspect that he sees music and movies. And movies are independent of hardware now. You can watch movie or listen to music on anything. And pretty soon you're gonna be able to play Xbox and PlayStation games on anything, independent of the hardware that they support. I mean, go ahead.
Of course. Yeah, you're 100% right.
Hey, yo, Post. You still there?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Um, I'm asking you. I'm asking you for your honesty, bro. How do you feel? What would you grade Xbox so far? What is it? October.
Yeah.
What would you grade Xbox as far as what they're bringing to the table in 2021?
What would I grade them?
Mm-hmm.
Just for this year, just for 2021,
Yeah.
I will say I will give it anywhere to probably about 8.5 to maybe a 9. And the reason why I don't give it a 10 out of 10 or a 9.5 in terms of that, I think not launching the system without first party titles was a bit downer
Yeah,
to
actually,
me.
they did.
I thought
They did.
what
They did.
what they launched with.
Gears Tactics.
No, no, we're
That's
not.
that's
No,
basically
Oh,
the
no,
that was
first
no,
last.
no,
one.
That
we're
was
not
last
doing
year.
that. No,
That
we're
was
not
last
doing
year.
that.
That was last
No,
year.
we're not doing
That's
that.
bas-
No, 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 no,
that's
no, no.
basically
We're
the
not
first
for the cap.
party.
We're not for the
Yeah,
cap.
yeah, yeah,
We Game Trash.
yeah, yeah. We did.
I'm with you majority of the time, brother. We're not for the cap like that.
Did this nigga
Look,
say
look.
Gears Tactic? Oh,
Oh man.
Yeah, we not. Look. We're not. Look, I'm gonna keep it honest though. I thought that they had something outside of Halo, and I was known for going on G podcasts and things like that, saying I know they have something outside of Halo, and then when Halo got pushed back, and I found out that they didn't have, I was disappointed. And as
Yeah,
an
bro.
Xbox fan, you should have been disappointed. You know what I'm saying? With the whole Bethesda thing, I know they had just brought them. Um, it takes years for stuff like that to kind of level out to where Microsoft and Bethesda are on the same, moving to the same rhythm. You know what I'm saying? So that partnership was fresh. So I didn't expect anything out the gate, but I thought they had something outside of Halo. And when I didn't see that, I was disappointed. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the back half of 2021, in terms of what they've been doing with second, third party, and now we got Forza Horizon 5. Now we got Halo Infinite. The multiplayer is looking better than anybody
Amazing,
expected. Looks
amazing.
fucking
What about
amazing.
Flight Simulator?
I gives it
What
about.
about Flight Simulator?
I don't
Oh
play
yeah, yeah,
Flight
yeah.
Simulator. I don't. I don't.
Yeah, that's still the first
Yeah.
party
I
though.
own planes, but I don't. I look when my brother put me up on Flight Simulator years ago, back in the '90s when he was into that shit. I never got into that. That's why you never really see me cap for it. It looks great for people who enjoy that. They enjoy it. But if you look at my gamer tag, you'll see I have no hours. I have no hours in that. But in terms of what they're doing in the back half of 2021, going into the next year or the next 1 or 2 or 3 years, what I give it the back half, I give it an 8.5 to 9. Um, the 9 and 9.5 depending on how great Halo Infinite campaign is. I know everybody's excited about the multiplayer, but I still want to see what the campaign is going to do. And then going into next year with Redfall, with Stalker 2, with Starfield, and so much. So you're getting into that okay 9.5 10 when the content start rolling out. But I think at the beginning of this year it was kind of
Yeah, it did. It
so
started. It started off
yeah.
slow, but one thing you got to give credit to Microsoft for is the games that they were able to lock down with Game Pass. I don't think
Yeah,
anyone saw in the beginning of the year that we would be getting MLB the Show.
Yeah, we knew that was
Uh,
coming.
yeah,
Yeah. I
that
mean, not
not
probably the
not on,
Game
not on
Pass,
Game
but
Pass. Not on,
no,
yeah,
no, you
well,
yeah,
no,
not
no,
for
no, no,
po-
Game
no.
Pass though.
Post Up called it, but the general
Yeah.
public, nobody expected MLB the Show to be on Game Pass, right?
Yeah.
And then we got Outriders. That was a surprise.
Yeah, you know
Back for
what? I didn't
Blood.
even take that. I didn't even take that into consideration in
Yeah,
terms of
like
MLB and so I could give it a 9. I give it a
they
9
and
because
then speaking of
yeah,
Gaming Hero, he brought up Flight Simulator. I mean, you might not play it, but the game score high.
yeah,
What was it? Didn't it score in the 90s? Flight Simulator.
90,
yeah.
90,
Yeah, it
90.
scored. It was like one of
Well,
the only titles to score. I know it's a simulator, but like one of the only titles that I'm aware of to score in the 90s this year. And then
I
you got to go ahead.
I think it's still room for them to knock it out of the park. I mean, they did great. They're doing great
Yeah,
now.
they're
I
not
think
perfect.
that I
Hey, look,
think by
look,
the
look,
time
look,
next
look,
year
look, look.
come in, they're gonna find a rhythm in terms of in terms of their output. And then that's when I think I think it's still room for growth and improvement. That's why I went for 8.5 to 9. They
Hey,
still
look,
got
look, look,
headroom.
look. But look,
What you got? What you got,
this is
Game
the
Train?
first. This is the first generation. It's like a opposite, to my opinion.
Hmm.
So last generation, Microsoft did start strong. They had great games. The launch time. Sony didn't really start strong. They had Knack and Killzone. This generation, they had they had Gear Tactics, but I don't really count that. That was a PC game. I was trolling, but
I know.
they yeah. Yeah, I know. I do like Gear Tactics. I beat the game. I'm a Gears fan, but they started strong. Sony, I admit it, Sony did start strong this generation, and Microsoft did start slow. But I think Microsoft is going to end the generation very strong
Yeah.
with a lot of good games. Yeah. See, this is the first generation. I think it's opposite. Because remember, all generation with the PlayStations, they always started slow. Like PS3 started slow. I think the PS2 started slow. PlayStation 4 started slow, but towards the end of the generation, that's why you see a lot of
But the
bangers on
PS5
PlayStation.
that started slow. They've been
Yeah.
They started
they've been on
strong.
market. They started strong. They started stronger than I think most PlayStation fans even thought they would. They look, I ain't gonna lie, bro. The PS5 in terms of that first
I ain't
party
lying.
rollout,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not
they've
gonna lie.
been because if you look, well, the changing of guard, the previous guard who held down in the PS4 era, they were known to start off slow. This new
Yeah,
guard that
Sean
they
Layton.
got running everything,
Yeah.
them motherfuckers ain't
Yeah.
playing. They getting shit out the door. You know what I'm saying? They getting shit
Returnal,
out the
like
door.
Returnal, Demon Souls
Yeah,
remake,
they getting shit out the door,
all
man.
that stuff.
Yeah,
Fat Boy, Spider
yeah.
Man,
So you
all
see
that
the
stuff. I ain't
difference.
gonna cap. They started
And
strong,
let
but
me
see,
let me
PlayStation
let me throw this caveat in
always
there real
started
quick though.
strong.
Demon Souls, Spider Man, all that
Oh
came
shit.
out in 2020, right?
Oh
So we
shit.
so we talking about 2021. We're not going to get them credit for last
Oh
year. They didn't meet the cut. This
That
this
that
like
that's
the
yeah that
VGAs, bro. They didn't make the
No,
cut. All
that
right,
was because that.
came out too late.
No, what that was
Came out
still
too early.
fiscal. No, that was still fiscal year 2021. We
No,
were
no, we're
talking
not
Yeah.
about.
talking fiscal. We talking
yeah.
calendar. Now we talking
ah
calendar year,
niggas capping now.
January through December.
Yo, he broke up fiscal year. This nigga's
But post up. It's going so now my opinion is now
yeah.
when Sony starts strong, I think Sony gonna start very slow because I say it again after God of War, what else is coming
Horizon
for the
Forbidden
first
West.
part? I said after God
No,
of War,
Forbidden
Horizon
West
Zero
come
Dawn.
before God of War.
You got Gran
Yeah,
Turismo
God of
supposed
War
to
is
come
coming.
out also.
No. God of War is gonna come out last.
No.
It's gonna be GT four. No, Horizon gonna come out first, then GT coming out
So
March,
Yeah.
and I think
Forbidden
Horizon,
West and
God of War.
Forbidden West in February.
Yep.
You got
Yeah,
GT7 in
GT
March.
And you got
And
March.
Forspoken. You got Forspoken.
we're
That's a
not
big
talking
one.
we're talking about first party,
We're
brother.
talking. We're not
We're
talking
talking
No, no, no,
about
no. You
third
can
Because
party.
hey, no,
Release.
you can include third party. That's cool.
no,
Cause
I'm
Yeah,
saying
that's
that's
a
like a
cause
2 year
Why?
that's
exclusive
a
though.
PlayStation.
That's
No,
like
no,
two
that's a
you
year
can
place.
include third
exclusive
party.
title though.
But
No,
yeah,
that's an
20,
exclusive
20,
title.
20,
I'm
20,
sorry.
2022 looks like it's gonna be Clash of the Titans.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah, it's gonna be
Like
good
it's
for
gonna be
both of
Clash
but
of
them.
the
this
Titans.
this what I think. I think in terms of okay, you got Forbidden West
What
in
Titans? I
February.
mean,
You got GT7 in March, and then you got God of
Oh,
War and all
Jade
that
up
stuff.
stuck in here.
I still think that the other stuff, the other titles that Sony working on first party wise that might take some
yeah,
time to come out. I still think they did enough third party deals to account for
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
That's what they're gonna do.
Account for that. So they kind of position themselves well. We know these other titles after God of War might take some time, but we still got some strong third party exclusive there that can account for that. So
I think
yeah,
Forspoken will get real big. It's gonna be real good for
Well,
Sony
you
though.
think about it. You got Final Fantasy 16. You got Forspoken. You got,
Mm-hmm.
and I get it, the whole first party, third party, second party thing.
yeah.
But at the end of the
Now
day,
count them,
it's
count them,
about
Now
yeah.
count them. We just
count
talking
them.
about games.
I
Count them,
know. I'm
Curtis.
just saying. At the end of the day, it's really about the games, the exclusive games that you have on your platform. Whether it's timed, whether
Yeah.
it's fully exclusive, it really don't matter, right? It's something that a person can like Deathloop. We know that's coming,
First
eventually.
experience on that system because yeah.
Exactly. So it really counts to have that. Um, so I think, listen, 2020, listen, it's going to be hard
2022.
because no 2022, yes, it's going to be hard because they got so many of their big bangers coming from stuff that we know, right? We don't know what's coming the rest of the time until they have their shows or whatever they have
Shows. Yeah.
E3 or
But
whatever.
let's
And
compare though. Let's compare though. So Xbox, we
This
got
nigga Noah.
Stalker
Stalker
two,
Two.
Stalker
yeah,
two.
which
Stalker
is
Two.
Wait a minute,
that's
wait a minute,
We
wait a
don't
which
minute.
know.
is
We
coming
Hold
to
got
on, wait.
PlayStation.
We don't know what Redfall is going to be. But
Yeah,
that's from Arcane, right? Same
Yeah,
studio
yeah.
that called Deathloop.
yeah.
Um, what else we got? It's Starfield.
Stalker
Starfield.
2.
supposed
Yeah,
to be
that's
a
at the end of
banger.
the year. That's at the end
And
of the
then
year.
God,
and
Yeah.
look at
it's
and
a
then
lot of shit.
even now look at the Game Pass offers, but we already know we're getting, like I
No,
said,
Stalker 2 could be a
Blaze
big
Tale
title
2,
though
Atomic
next
Heart.
Yeah,
year.
but Stalker 2 is coming to
Uh,
PlayStation 2, so
It
yeah, but
is.
we'll count it. We'll count. Yeah,
it
we'll
hasn't
count
been
it.
it haven't been confirmed yet, bro.
We'll count it though. Yeah, let's
Yeah,
count it.
it hasn't been confirmed. We talking official.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. These two dudes. Go
Oh, my
ahead.
question,
No.
Noah, is
Go ahead.
the
No.
gunk coming out this year still?
They
No.
The
said
gun getting
they
He,
said they're
pushed
still
back.
Yeah,
targeting
it's coming out.
2021, but
The
I
gun
don't
got
think they're
pushed
gonna make
back.
the cut.
now,
The
I
gun got
want to add.
pushed back to 2022.
Hey,
It
Okay.
got
Oh,
pushed
No, and it's
back.
coming
I
in
thought it was coming in
December.
December.
It's coming in
I thought it was
December.
coming in
It is.
December.
December.
Yo,
I thought it got pushed back to
so,
2022.
Nah, they said
so
December
since
the
you
last
mentioned
time
Forza
I.
Horizon, what's up with GT 7?
GTA
Gran
7. What
Turismo
the
7.
fuck?
Not
They ain't got.
GTA,
Hey,
GT.
Gran
Yo,
Turismo, not
you
Grand Theft
can't,
Auto, wait,
believe it
Gran
or not,
Turismo.
no,
GT7.
you
Excuse me.
can't compare GT7 to Forza
No,
Horizon.
no,
Like
no,
Two,
no, no,
two,
no.
two.
Wait, wait,
they're
wait,
two
wait, wait,
different
wait,
You
wait.
need
games.
to
you can't.
compare
Yeah, how
Forza
dare you, Star
Motorsport.
Wars?
Forza
Exactly. Those are
How dare you
different.
try to
What?
compare those
How
two?
dare I? It's still a
Yeah,
driving game. What do you mean the most expensive?
yeah.
Horizon
Go
Five
repent.
is different.
How dare you
No.
compare GT7?
No. Here's the thing. Back to the point, Noah. You want to compare PlayStation's 2022 to Xbox 2022.
Sorry,
Well,
PlayStation one's in there.
Oh
listen,
shit.
PlayStation's 2022, right, are full of franchises that have either already won Game of the Year
Mm-hmm.
Here
or
we
have
go.
been have been Game of the Year contenders, right, and won a
Contenders
ton of
go.
awards, right. That's what 2022 lineup for Sony has.
Here we go.
Xbox's Game of the Years that y'all counting are
Hey,
Wait, hold
J-Dub,
on,
franchises.
J Dub.
See,
Wait,
bro,
wait,
you're
wait.
Listen,
Let me
getting
let
I
me
off
gotta
get
the
let me
finish.
get him. Hey,
you're
let me
getting
get
off
him.
the
Stalker
rails
Can
J
I,
here.
can I
2.
finish? Can I
Dub.
finish?
What? Hold on, wait.
Can
Let me
I fin-
rebuttal you real quick.
I haven't said
Let
Show
I
me
that
haven't
man
even
counter
some
that
asked
before I
respect.
question
Let
yet.
him
forget.
finish, Noah.
Let me
I
counter
haven't
that
even asked
before
the
I forget.
question yet.
Man, I knew
How can
I
you
knew
Go
it
counter
ahead.
was
something?
coming.
How can
Go
you
ahead.
Let
Go
him
counter
ahead.
finish
Go
something
his
I
ahead.
haven't
thought.
even said it?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Right. So you're gonna try to compete with Sony's offering, right? With games that we don't know how the hell they're gonna turn out. You don't know how they're gonna turn out. And based on what Microsoft has been dropping this year, a lot of those games that we were hyped about or hyped up didn't turn out to be what we thought they were going to be. Those Metacritic scores were low, or the
Whoa, whoa,
reception,
whoa.
Deathloop?
or the
That,
The
reception.
Deathloop
Okay,
one?
No. Listen.
I'd
Oh,
like to
man.
now,
Listen.
I'm
now,
out.
now, I get you, bro. I get you.
That's what I'm
I think you
saying.
got a
Like,
point, right? Sony is going.
what's really going to compete? Noah, what's really going
Sony,
to compete with
Sony
God of
is
War,
betting on the
or
Here
tried
we
and
Horizon,
go.
true, right?
or Gran
Here we
Turismo,
go.
Stalker
Let,
2.
or
let me
all
talk.
of
Let me
those?
talk. Let me
Here
talk.
we
Let me talk.
go.
Right. Let me talk. Right.
Here
So
we go.
Sony is betting on the tried and tested or whatnot, right? But
Goaties, yeah, the Goaty
Microsoft is
winners.
giving you fresh new IPs. Isn't that what you ponies always talk about?
You sure?
Platform giving you fresh new IPs.
Stalker is not a fresh
Who's
new
played
IP.
Redfall? Who's played
Okay, that's a new
Starfield?
one. That's a new one.
How many, bro? We played
You can't
Horizon
use
Zero Dawn. We
Stalker.
know how they play, bro.
Stalker
This,
is an
hey,
old series. You know
listen.
that, right?
This
You
is
Oh
know that.
Final
shit.
Fantasy. This is Final Fantasy 16. They done made 15 of them motherfuckers, bro.
Absolutely.
They giving
Absolutely.
you,
And Noah,
they giving you
and
number
Noah. I
16.
don't. Hey, time out. I don't even think Final Fantasy 16 coming out next year. It might
I
be
don't think it
delayed
is
because
either.
Square Enix
It
has a
don't
track
it,
I
it
don't
record.
don't
think God of
matter.
They
War
have a
gonna make the
track
cut.
Hey,
record.
hey Noah, how many
I think
Halos
everyone
matter.
looking at
Microsoft
this
gave you?
completely wrong with
Listen,
Your ass
the
in there.
way
it don't
Microsoft
matter
has been
what
a
y'all.
software company where Sony has been an entertainment company.
Whoa,
Now
whoa,
with
whoa. Pause on
Sony,
that.
they
Pause on
take
that.
their
Absolutely.
properties that they're
Let them talk.
very good with.
Let them talk.
All their
Absolutely.
Spider-Mans, their Final Fantasies, and all that stuff. They've been established franchises. Yes, they have great products right there. But Microsoft is a software company at its heart. That's why they're making brand new IPs. They're taking over
Fresh.
companies like,
So
they tried to get
what
themselves,
happened the last 9
Discord. They
years?
tried to get themselves Discord. They own Skype, guys. They're a
Listen,
$2 trillion
what
company.
does that have to do with
Fresh.
Ain't nobody
gaming?
use Skype no more.
No, no, no,
Listen,
no. Flat.
no.
Why
Let
do
me finish.
people
Let me
say
But
finish.
it's
Let me
about
finish.
Microsoft
software
is
distribution.
Listen,
Microsoft is not
he
just a
just said
software
that
company
Microsoft is
anymore either.
hold on. Listen. No.
I
Hold on,
just want to
post.
get
Hold
that
on,
out the
post.
way. They're
Fall
not
back.
just a software. They
This
do
man
hardware
just
now.
One at a time, man. One at a
This
time.
man
But
just said that Microsoft is a software company, right? But it launched 2 next generation console with no software. It pretty
What are you
much.
talking
Let me finish. Let
about?
Man,
me
what
What are
the
you
finish.
fuck?
talking about,
What do you
man?
call they're a software distribution company, homie. They made Game Pass and it's
Oh man,
successful right now.
Game
Game
Pass.
Pass
All
is
right.
a service. It's not. It's not.
Game Pass is doing better than PS
Oh my.
Now.
Oh
You
my
better
That's
Way
facts.
God.
that's straight
Wait,
up,
wait,
Listen.
wait.
guys. Like
I'm gonna get
Listen.
into
they're
this.
the
This is
kings kings of software
listen.
distribution. They've been
With
doing
that
it for
thought,
decades. And
listen.
Sony is an
As a gamer,
entertainment company.
as a
Feed his
gamer,
legs in.
listen, as a gamer, are you bragging about the distribution service instead of actual games?
Wait,
Like,
that
is that what
that
we doing?
distribution service is
That
distributes
means a
games.
lot.
What
No,
are we doing
hey,
here,
no,
bro?
no, no,
But
no,
are
no,
you
no, no,
bragging
What are
no,
about
we
the
doing?
consoles or
no.
the actual software
No,
that was
I'm bragging
actually
about the games. Let me tell you the
interacted
games.
with?
Let me
We're
tell you the
talking about
games I'm
platform.
bragging about. Let me tell you the games I'm bragging about. Right? I'm not gonna brag about their services. I'm gonna brag about the actual fucking games. The God of Wars, right? The Gran Turismos.
Yes, excellent games.
Listen.
All
That's
excellent
that.
games.
The Horizons. No, no. Listen. The Horizon Zero Dawns and Forbidden Wests, right? We're gonna talk about the Returnals, the Demon Souls, and on and on and on. We're gonna talk about
Yeah,
the
how we
Final
turn this? Hold
Fantasies.
on.
We're gonna
How?
listen. We're gonna keep going with all of the. I'm talking about games. I don't care about the distribution branch of the richest company in the world. Like,
Wait a minute,
But you
but
as
gotta
a
look at that
but
though.
gamer,
you
But you
care
have
about
to
the
look at that.
what do
software.
you
You care about
care?
the console sales, right?
I'm just gonna eat
You
my
care about the
kale
console
salad
sales,
and
and
enjoy
of
it.
course,
I'm
Jim
talking
Ryan
about game.
said
Yeah,
Listen,
this is
himself,
I'm
funny
they're
as
talking
trying to get
hell.
about
this to
Oh
games.
100
We're
million
talking
people to
about
play. So
2022
how do you get
games.
that?
You're bringing up
Oh my
distribution.
god.
That has nothing to do with 2022 games, sir.
Mhm.
Okay,
You
no,
can't
this
listen.
okay.
You can't sell me on your product by telling me your distribution of and publishing of music and all kind of other shit. I get it. You said Microsoft is a software company,
There
but
you
it
go.
has released very little software to entice people to buy the
Yes,
consoles
I
for
totally
another
agree with you.
But how the
generation.
But
hell?
that's
But how
but
did
That's
it
that's
cap.
the
so 7
previous
million people
generation.
bought it?
That's the
Who?
previous shit.
How many
Where
people
are we
bought it?
now?
How many
You can
people?
you
But
you're
okay,
seeing the
Oh my
wait,
roadmap.
gosh.
I
time out,
know
time
you've
out,
seen
time
the
out,
Come
time
on,
roadmap.
out,
come
time
on.
out, time out.
Multiple people are talking.
I know you've seen the roadmap. I know you know that there's a definite future there. You can't deny that. This is a company that has done a full 180 turn. PS4, hands down, won the last generation. There is no if, ands, or buts. You can. I 100% gave all my money to PS4 last year, but right now there is something that defeats all of that. It's called
Oh,
value. All right,
oh
Value.
my
Mm,
you can,
god!
mm,
Oh
and
my god!
ultimately, when
He
you're
got
talking
tired of
about
being
when
sucker
you're
for his
talking about
money,
a
J Dub.
platform,
who
a
is this?
company like Sony has been saying, "Hey, you need to buy this console, this physical thing." And if anyone here is denying that fact, oh, cloud gaming is in the future. Come on, guys.
Listen,
Come on, guys.
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, right?
What's that?
Here's the thing, right?
I'm good.
Last generation, Sony sold, let's say, 130 some odd million consoles, right? This
Hmm?
generation, they're outdoing that console, right?
Hmm?
Um, what is the reason
Well,
why this platform is outselling your platform that has all the value? Think about
you
it.
smart.
Xbox, think about it. Xbox has the cheapest platform. It has the most powerful platform. It has the
Mind
cloud.
share.
Listen. It
Mind
has the.
share.
Hold on. Let me finish. Right. It has cloud gaming. It has all the shit that you're talking about of value. And yet, people are out in droves buying PlayStation fucking 10 to 1 in most places, right?
Guess
So
what?
That's
so
that's
for
That's an
all
old
that
that's a
value,
lie.
how
that
is
is an
all that
old
value?
business
How is
model
all
that
that
even Jim
value?
Ryan didn't agree with anymore.
J Dub.
Listen, no.
PlayStation.
Hold on, Pastor. I'm talking to this gentleman here. I'm trying to understand his point. I got you, Pastor. Me and you, Nintendo dudes. Come on. But this dude here, right? He's talking about the value. But clearly, I never said that Game Pass wasn't a good value. I never said that the Series S isn't a good value because of the cost, right? It's the cheapest. But clearly, the masses of gamers are not caring about value when it comes to their gaming needs because they're choosing PlayStation 5 over Xbox. And
I
I'm
disagree
just
with
trying to
that. I
understand that.
disagree
No.
with
I
that.
get it, Post. I'm talking about this gentleman here. I
So
need to understand it because the numbers
Oh.
don't lie, right? The numbers just don't lie. It literally don't lie.
Hmm. Hmm.
Go ahead. Go ahead, sir. The gentleman, Mr. Services and value.
Hey, the numbers aren't that far off, to be honest with you.
Come on, man. Look here. For one, we don't even
See, y'all
listen.
didn't let this boy Kratos in here. Hold on, my girl. Hold
Listen.
on.
Oh,
so
J Dub.
so every week when you're starting to hear every single news story talking about Xbox, you're thinking
All they
that
talk.
okay, just they have this because they have X amount of consoles. We're still talking an old model, old business model. X amount of consoles are sold, right? But you're not even the community that brings that up is not even considering PC. You're
what
not.
are you talking?
You're
What are you talking
you're
about
telling me that
PC?
a game that came out just recently. Let's talk about a game like Back for Blood. Do you think a
Yeah.
lot of people are on an Xbox or on PC? Do you think there's more people playing on Xbox or more people playing on PC with that game?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. More people playing Back for Blood on PlayStation than they're playing on the PC and on Xbox. The
I
numbers
need,
don't
I need,
lie.
I need numbers to
Listen,
prove that.
Far Cry. Listen,
Where the
we
numbers
got.
at?
Listen, let me give you the numbers. The numbers just came out, right? Far Cry. We got what's the other game that just came out? We got Far Cry and Alan Wake, right? 84 to 85% of those sales are on PlayStation.
Wait a minute.
Not
Is
listen, listen, hold on,
is
listen,
that
hold on, hold
United
on,
Did the
Noah.
Kingdom
Hold
or
on,
is that
UK
hold on,
worldwide?
Noah.
physical sales?
Hold
Is that
on, Noah.
worldwide?
Listen. It don't matter. The
It does
numbers
matter.
don't
It
lie.
does
Listen,
matter.
listen.
UK is majority
Okay,
PlayStation.
okay. Forget
It
UK.
does matter.
Let's look at MPDs, right? Because we want to talk about it. Okay, MPD does include digital and physical, right? So let's stop the nonsense.
Not for all publishers. Not
Oh,
all
come on,
publishers.
man. Like,
It's not.
okay,
Bro,
are
it's
you,
right
listen.
there. It's right there at the bottom.
Okay, Noah. Are we gonna spend a whole nother generation coming up with nonsense
Okay.
to why can't you come to
Not,
a
bro.
conclusion
The
on
fact
this,
of
right?
the
We
matter
Okay.
should
is
be
not
past
Hey, this
this.
all
one. Hold
Xbox
on. Hold
digital
on.
sales are
Hold on.
included.
No, I'm talking. I was talking
Hold on.
about to
Hold
that
Not
on.
from all
gentleman,
I'm,
publishers.
not.
hey, wait. We need
I'm
to
talking to
moderate
that
this.
gentleman.
Hold on. We need to moderate this a little bit better. We have other people that needs to speak. So
I'm gonna shut up and let them speak. I just want to
I'm gonna
come.
put Noah
I
and
wanted to stop
Kratos on
by and
pause for a minute.
show y'all my love and whatever, and you know what I'm saying.
Mm.
Y'all take it easy.
Yeah, you know you came in and started some shit, but
Absolutely,
so
as I should.
we're gonna go Danny, then we're gonna go Starcasm, and then we're gonna go PJ Gammy. Go ahead, Danny.
All right, thank you very much. All right, look, I just want to say this. In terms of platformer, if we're talking off, Xbox as a whole, Xbox right now are already like, if from what I hear, are already in talks with with Nintendo on getting XCloud onto that. That already puts their platform onto like a wider margin that it already has it on PC, which is why I don't think it's the battle of like you can't compare consoles anymore. That is an old, outdated system
Facts.
because basically any game you can get on Xbox right now, you can get on the PC. I got both, and I
Yep.
still use my PCs because the PC's more powerful. It has its benefits. Now, yeah, Xbox to have a dedicated console is cool, but now that you're gonna be able to have, a cloud gaming, that you're gonna just be able to go onto the
Mm.
toilet, fucking play some damn GTA on your
The
Nintendo
toilet, huh?
Switch, like
So
taking
you
a
gonna take a
shit.
shit and play GTA, huh? That's
Yes,
what we doing.
sir.
Okay,
On the Nintendo
okay.
Switch.
Talk
You
your
gonna
Like,
take a shit and pull
like
off a hit? Okay.
nigga say you
that's
better
what I'm
talk
saying.
your
Like,
shit, player.
it's PlayStation right now. Their main goal right now is to stick with their exclusives and keep going on with having good first party titles. Right? And Microsoft is taking all these third party people and straight up buying them out. Like, all right, you're gonna hook us up with our own exclusives. You're gonna help them out, and we're just gonna keep funding you. But we want to be able to have those games on our platform. Adding Bethesda was the best thing Xbox could have done right now. They can't do too much because otherwise they'll turn into a monopoly. But
Yo,
you know,
my mic on?
Yeah,
yes,
so
your mic is
Hey,
on.
half you niggas is long winded and no friendly. I'm just gonna be goddamn honest. Goddamn.
oh shit.
I
Here we
just
go.
what the fuck is this? Hey, no, you hard head motherfucker. I done told you what to do,
Hey,
right?
that I am.
Told you what
That
to
I
do,
am.
right?
Uh
Shout out everybody in here. Everybody in here doing. Is
Whoop.
everybody at Game Zero? Was you on the show today? Missed your ass today.
What up, Z?
Who's that speaking to me? Who's this nameless nigga? Name was speaking my praise. Who's this?
oh
That's
my
PJ
gosh.
game.
Who let
This
this
who?
nigga in? Yeah.
This is Joe,
This is
Pastor
Job.
Joe,
The Book of Job?
Oh,
the,
Job.
Pastor
the
Joe
book
on
of Joe.
another account. Oh man,
What's your name on YouTube?
that's how many accounts you got, Pastor Joe?
What's your
Huh?
name? I ain't trying to be funny though. Like, I got a
Pastor
horrible
talking
memory,
about
bro.
30 song accounts.
What's your name on YouTube, bro?
That's Pastor Joe.
That's Pastor Joe, bro.
PJ Gaming?
Yeah, that's Pastor
Yeah,
Joe.
buddy.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
Oh my
buddy.
yeah,
gosh.
oh Lord,
Hey,
Pastor.
he boss with the accounts,
Yeah,
bro.
that nigga
I,
out there, that nigga out there selling snake oil.
oh my gosh.
Hey,
No,
bro, I don't
listen, I'm
think you're a
not gonna be
pastor, and I don't
disruptive,
think you're from
okay?
the islands, bro.
That nigga, hey yo, I heard. Hey, listen, you post and know he's from home. How you gonna let see just come here and bust up the goddamn content? I'm gonna be respectful, right? But I heard you niggas. All right. So what's the conversation about?
We talking about like who's a better platform and like share the platform. Screw consoles, get that out the window.
Who's
Which
the better
platform?
platform?
Yeah.
Listen. What's your name? Who
Uh
I'm talking to?
Danny.
Danny. Do you have a name on YouTube? They call you Danny on YouTube.
Nah, they call me feeling it.
What are you talking? Niggas, what you?
I know it's a weird name. It happens,
Come
bro.
to my
I know
shows.
you ain't talking about PHIL feeling it.
Oh hell
Or
no,
Oh
Joe.
no, no,
Lord.
no, no,
Okay,
no,
okay.
no,
We
no,
just want to
no.
make sure. We just want to
Oh,
Okay.
make sure you ain't jump off the deep end,
okay, listen, bro. I'm
player.
my name is Chris, not that fucking weird, bro. I'm good.
Okay, fine. I'm just asking. You come to these shows, hit the like button, but fuck all that, right? You said
Yeah.
who has the better platform, right? And this supposed to be a pro Xbox shit. What you niggas need to be doing, you know who got the best goddamn games, bro. What Xbox needs to turn this motherfucker around again.
I will not deny PlayStation does have compared to Xbox
I
more
ain't
and
nah,
better
I don't put
exclusives.
it is. Like, his nigga long winded and long for get his ass off the goddamn mic. That's the problem, right?
Let me just say something before Zico,
Yeah,
right?
Uh oh.
listen, I'm
To address what
gonna
J-Dub
give you a
said.
play out of playbook, right? When you do these motherfuckers, like, it ain't no competition. It's always about the games. Power. You got the most powerful guy. It's about the games. Now, what you need to talk about is what's called constructive criticism, right? Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, how about this? Like, you know what? What does Microsoft or Phil have to do to change the goddamn Titanic? 'Cause, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Real shit
Well,
like that. Ain't
well,
no
no,
Okay.
goddamn treatment.
we specifically talk about 2021, right? And at the
2021.
end of this year, this end of this calendar year,
Mm-hmm.
Xbox category of game library of games is looking to outclass what PlayStation has brought this year.
Okay.
Yep.
Are you
Exactly.
ready for this, Noah? You my brother. You ready for this?
Nah, you ready? You about to get muted.
No, no. Ding, ding, ding. How can they
I'm on this
outclass them?
nigga.
Listen, real talk. We gotta be realistic, right?
Go ahead,
How
go
can
ahead,
they
go ahead.
outclass them? You got 12 months in a year, right? And you
Mhm.
say with 2 months
Uh-huh.
with two games.
Yeah.
That's not realistic. Whether you like the games, I'm just being honest here, right? Not saying everything they release set the world on fire. You release two games that you always release: Gears of War and Halo.
Oh
Boom.
damn. Okay.
Think about it. I mean, look, I ain't shitting on you niggas, but I'm shitting on you niggas, right? Say, is it this,
Heard
da-da.
you.
You niggas need me back, man. You niggas, I ain't gonna lie. Line of my goddamn pot. I go fuck the ponies up for y'all niggas. Go fuck them up right.
Okay. Okay.
Y'all see, y'all picked the wrong shit how to come out. You can't say the last 2 months of the year because you got 12 months in the year. Ain't had
I
nothing.
I
That
would
makes
like to
I
no
is
rebuttal
he
that.
is he
I would
is he
like to
sir.
rebuttal
I hear
that.
you with that though, right?
Yes, sir.
But nobody ever complains when Nintendo
Who
brings
the
out
fuck gives a
Mario,
fuck about
Metroid,
Nintendo?
and Kirby.
Seven
Oh,
You know what I'm
over
saying?
70 million. Over
no,
70 million KZ.
not a problem.
Like, bro,
Shut the
you
fuck up,
play you
Pastor.
play to your
Cut that
strength.
nigga, Mike.
Forza and Halo
Go,
is
just go for
Microsoft's
this. Look
strength.
at that goddamn giraffe. Listen, no, right? Who is Microsoft and competition? Really talk. It's Sony. Shit to do with the fuck they do. They over there with their own space, right? Vapor. This you know, Jada the Vapor. So they over there in the corner, right? So you talking about their biggest competitor, and for our and our demographic is Sony, right? So if you're gonna, which is Halo, I know, and I know, I'm being honest. I like Halo. But surprisingly, I like the shit. You know what I mean? I didn't think I'm not really a Halo guy, but this one was kind of fun. But you can't wind this shit down to 2 months of the goddamn year when you had, 10 other months.
Well,
That's all
well
that I'm
let's
saying.
let's let's talk about let's talk
Okay.
about the Game Pass, right? We talk
Okay.
about
Thank
Game
you.
Pass, MLB the Show, Outriders, Back for Blood, Psychonauts 2,
Excellent.
they've even Accent, Death's Door. Like, bro, they've been coming with the third party exclusives and Game Pass coming.
Okay, are you ready for this? All that's well and good, right? All
Mm-hmm.
that's well, right? What's the game you said?
This man
Psychonauts
didn't
2,
hear it.
And
You said baseball,
Back for
right?
Blood.
Either one of
Yeah,
you niggas know,
MLB the
right?
Show.
Blue ball or slow ball. Knock it the fuck. Anybody ain't playing no baseball, right? But shout out to you. Uh, when the last time somebody boot up? I like that one. We beat this shit, right?
Yeah.
But gaming, sad to say, is what have you done for me lately? It's always what have you done for me lately? That's good. Black for Blood. I ain't even booted up yet. I'm gonna play it by tomorrow. Got a new capture card. Uh,
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that, Z, because
good.
the last 3 months of the year, right? Microsoft was bringing Forza Horizon 5.
What else?
Nothing but hype for that game. Halo Infinite.
All right.
Game.
What is Sony gonna close the year out with?
They don't need to close the year with anything. Sad to say. I'm just
So
being
we
honest.
go
Why?
so we gonna ride the success of Sony on Ratchet and Clank and the Xbox Studio game Deathloop.
What else? No, they have more than that. Come on, no, you being
I
facetious.
mean, sure, Returnal. Yeah.
What else they have? What else? They got the Ghost of Tsushima
Who is
remaster.
still playing Ratchet and Clank?
Ghost of Tsushima came out last year.
Okay, not a problem. Whatever. Iron Fist, cool. No, they had the remaster shit, whatever you want to call it, whatever version, right? But no, I okay, all right, so cool, right? It's funny because I'm gonna be real because I don't give a fuck. I mean, if I don't like it, I'm not gonna hype it, but that's why y'all always get fucked up. When y'all be doing this shit, right? Because if okay, what does Microsoft have after that then, right? Because Sony shit 21 looking crazy, 22 looking. What's Microsoft after that? If you
You
would have
said
put
2022?
down to the last 2 months of November and December, what
Mhm.
does Microsoft have after that?
Microsoft has Stalker 2, Redfall, Starfield, as far as we know. As far as
Uh, uh,
Oh,
uh,
and
first
Fable.
party
I think
exclusives.
Fable's coming out in
Sony got
2 years
Nah,
too.
Fable not coming out
God
this
of
year.
War. Sony got goddamn Horizon. Come on, bro.
Oh, don't disrespect Horizon.
But you
Horizon go
know,
hard.
but who got the fresh new IPs though? Microsoft.
No,
That's
goddamn.
what are you
Yeah,
talking about? PlayStation always going to Sony to talk to Spider Man every fucking 2 years. They ride a Spider Man
Yep.
dick off, bro.
Yep.
Spider-Man came out. Bro, what are you talking
Facts.
about?
Hey, look, and then look,
Oh,
bro,
wait.
and
Who's
they
what's the
riding
guy
the
name? What's the
coattail
guy's
of
name?
God of War and
Danny?
Horizon Zero Dawn.
I know
I
it.
Microsoft
want you
giving
to
us
name
I
fresh
one
know
year
it.
new
where Spider Man
I
IPs
was
this
a
know
year,
it.
good
bro.
game.
Brand
I
new
know it.
experience. We played God of War before.
Not a
We
problem.
played for
How
we
about this,
played
right?
we
Silence.
played for
Danny.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Not a problem. Right. Oh, hold up. No. I'm gonna break your jaw. Hey, Danny. He says, Sony's about to ride Spider-Man's dick off into the sunset. Nigga, what the
I didn't
fuck?
say that.
Hey,
I
bro,
didn't say
bro,
that
you just
last
said it just
part,
now.
bro. Watch
Okay,
out.
to the sunset, to the evening. Look, bro, how many goddamn Gears of War? How many goddamn, look, how many goddamn, not like years, Halo. How many goddamn forces? Are you serious? Spider-Man 2. Man, second in the guy. Now,
All
how
right.
was that even nowhere near suffering from franchise fatigue? Tell me, cocksucker, to beat it. Tell me.
All
How's
right,
that
bro.
suffering
All
from
right,
franchise
all
fatigue?
right. Catch this though. Catch this though. Catch this though.
Yeah.
That's Halo and Gears of War are a whole new IPs compared to a pre-made
God, nigga,
character
yeah, man.
universe from the
My
comics, bro.
God.
You're tripping on that one. I'm
How,
sorry,
how's that new IPs?
bro. And not on new IPs. That's like a whole new Gears of War and Halo were like they
Hey,
didn't
he do
originate
got
from
a
jack
point.
shit
Z.
from
It
games,
might be
bro.
called Spider-Man 2, but it's like the 13th Spider-Man game
I
Exactly.
that's
tell
been
you what,
released.
right?
We ain't no you ever heard of Gears of War
Spider-Man
comics?
2. This
The
is
fuck?
Spider-Man's. This is Sony's exclusive. Other ones were made by Activision. The Amazing Spider-Man. Ain't even the same goddamn thing, man. Not
Guess
Yeah,
even.
who
but
owns the rights for
it
Spider-Man
had
though?
about three
Sony.
Spider-Man
Still Sony, bro.
this
Uh,
Hey,
gen.
bro, how many times we gonna swing around in Spider-Man?
I don't know,
All
bro.
right, let's get on
I,
Spider-Man.
I,
Let's get onto this for the real shit though. Platform and value, bro. Like Emma was saying,
bro, it's
the
all about.
whole point,
I
the
know you.
whole
Bro, I know you auditioning for fucking what they got Star Search, nigga. Sit down some goddamn way, nigga. You bugging.
damn, bro.
Get your ass in the car. Listen, nigga. I'm trying to get y'all free game. This way y'all go out and get fucked up out here.
All right.
You got this
Listen,
coat.
listen.
Listen.
Talk that
Listen.
shit, Daddy. Talk that
These
shit, Daddy.
I'm Yoda, nigga.
these two
I'm,
companies are chasing completely
I'm trying to.
different
Why y'all get fucked up
routes,
so much? Look,
bro.
so
You're
this
not
will tell you something, right?
understanding.
Well, you guys try to argue and spin. Goddamn.
Uh, uh,
So
uh, 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 uh.
listen, those you niggas should worry about the future. What's to come, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
You
so,
trying
so
to
are you
base a win.
saying
Listen. The fuck you trying to get a win the last 2 months of the goddamn. It's not going to happen. It's not.
No. All right,
so?
let's look
See,
long term. Let's think about this. All right,
Okay, long
screw
term.
the next 2 months.
All
Right.
right, Daniel. What? I'm gonna ask you
All
a
right.
question.
Play,
I'm gonna ask you a
play.
question. Wait a minute.
Okay.
When was the last AAA game Microsoft released? Right?
Huh?
What is it?
You said the
Well,
last
I'm
AAA
gonna say
game?
this again. The
Flight
last
Simulator.
AAA game they released outside of
Flight
Gears of Force and Halo, right? You
Flight
end with
Simulator.
no games. You start with no games. Just think about what we're saying here, right? You end with nothing. You start with nothing. You talking about the last 2 months of the year, nigga?
Oh no. Listen, I'm gonna let you know right now. I ain't bring up the last 2 months of the year. I've been thinking about long term
wasn't
next
that
year,
for AAA?
How
2022.
about long term terrorist fuck nigga run your goddamn
What?
lips? Listen to nigga. Look,
Wait,
listen
wait,
what I
wait,
just
wait,
said.
wait, wait.
And you're
Wait,
talking about
wait.
the last 2 months of the year. So I
You're
just
talking.
gave you
All right, you
why
talking
you
about
niggas
two
lose. Now,
different.
when I put it like that, right?
Look, these two companies have two different approaches. PlayStation want to keep
Bro,
staying with the exclusives, bro. Xbox trying to make money. The fuck?
why do
Like
you get money? Why does it even occur to you? And the crazy because
Microsoft,
PlayStation
like
make
Emma said
PlayStation
earlier,
more money than
Microsoft
Xbox,
is a
nigga.
software company,
Not
bro.
a problem. Okay, you tried it.
They,
Watch this, right?
right,
So
right,
you
right.
think about the money, right?
Look, like I don't know if you heard earlier. I said that Microsoft is already trying to get a Game Pass and XCloud onto the Nintendo
More than
Switch.
they reduce themselves to.
That makes that another whole ass platform
I,
portable that you can actually put
how about
and
this, right?
scheme anything, right?
I got you.
And now they got Bethesda on them. Now they got all their exclusives. They're gonna have Bethesda making them more exclusives, and now they're
Not
gonna
one,
have more
but
games.
two
They're
things.
gonna have more games than PlayStation.
All right, you finished?
Yes.
All right, fuck. You tried it again, getting through. Just put on the hits, right? What you said makes zero goddamn sense. You said they're about the money. Software company, right? That's some shit I said about 15 goddamn. You using to get my rap. No, 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 no. If it's about the money, why would you even care about the money, right? As a gamer, you should care about the games. But if you're talking about the money, Sony makes more money and they sell more software than Microsoft.
Whoa, no. Wrong answer. They do not
Well,
sell more software than
they
Microsoft.
just sell more games than fucking Xbox,
Microsoft.
bro. It's a
I
fact.
want you to think about what
Now,
computer you got in your
We're
room right
talking
now.
about that.
Think at Microsoft.
Oh my
Think at
god,
Microsoft.
nigga.
What's your
l-
computer? I know you ain't
let
got
me
no
ask
Mac.
Z a question.
Bro,
Z,
Word and Windows
Oh,
don't count, man.
but we're talking about. We're not talking about
That
Windows 11. We're talking
software
about the fucking
by
Sony and
Microsoft that you can
fucking
play
Microsoft.
Xbox
let
games
me
on,
ask
bro.
Z a question.
No, I'll answer any question you got.
Hey,
Right.
hold on.
Z,
Let me say. Hey,
Z,
I see everybody requested to speak. Let
All
me
right,
jump in just a little.
okay. Listen, let me say this one thing, right? I just might have some fun. Look, all right. So what, we're not talking about the whole of Microsoft. You just said what I think. Even Sony, I don't never, bro. That's just, you set yourself up for failure, right? That's how you say. But they can put you here first and then trick back. Now I'm trying to school you, bro. I'm here to teach. Each one teach. Not to fuck niggas up, right? I ain't here to fuck with no ass. I'm trying to tell you what to do, right? To make you a better cap, get your cap up there. The cap is all about the cap, right? Cool. Listen, so the fact you said this, you shouldn't even care about the money, right? Because if you talk about the money, right? Microsoft makes less money in gaming than Sony did. Like this is a fact. PlayStation makes more money. They sell more software, games. Why they sell more software? Because their consoles are in more homes, right? Right now, it's a fact. It's not an opinion.
That's
Some
fair.
things,
That's fair.
but some things you don't have to. It's not even an argument. Like this is just a fact. I'm not talking all of some Microsoft. No, it's a big. No, I'm not talking. We're talking about the console space, right? And it's sad to say that's what's Mike Sony's strengths and what Microsoft, because they those to me as now, and I'll get more to this. They look at as gaming as extra little side. Now he's trying to, we know what, take it serious, but you know what I mean, because that's why I give Sony credit, right? Well, I don't like everything they come out with. It's not for me, but cut up shooters them. They bet on themselves. That's my very fucking slogan. Bet on myself. You know what I mean? And I always get like, what people like, you understand even back then, maybe a little older, with the PS1 and PS2, some of their best games weren't even made by them. They had great second and third party deals. Boom. That's what the 360 did so well because the exclusives you have back then were I'm sorry, the multiplayer we have then during that generation were exclusives back then with the PS2 and the PS1. That changed with the PS3, right? Cool. That's why you had the 360, and so that's why I give Microsoft shit. You did a better job in supporting the original Xbox than you did the Xbox One. This is not an opinion. This is a fact, right? So I don't know how the fuck did we get here? Cool. Now you said it's about the money. I understand it's about the money. But that should be the least of your problems because that's if then what if they're making a profit? It makes it even look worse because what the fuck is the games? You end with no games, you start with no games. Like that's crazy.
no,
Okay.
well, that is not a good argument, Z. You can't say Microsoft don't have no games. Microsoft is going to release Forza just now. Halo that you claim to say you enjoy is coming out. So Microsoft have games. We just released Psychonauts. All these games are coming on the platform. But let me just say that a lot of these PlayStation guys are very narrow-sighted, right? You cannot say you cannot reason that Microsoft invest all this money in all these studios that will not pump out high quality games, right? We know that games is what would get the platform to sell better, and when the platform sell better, we will get better games on the platform. So when it is you look at Fable coming out, we look at Perfect Dark coming out, we look at Halo, Horizon, and many others, right? Contraband and all that. When you look at that, who could say that Microsoft would continue down the road as maybe this year, early this year, or last year? We could see the projection and we could see with foresight that here what Microsoft have a lot of games coming out. And it's very narrow-sighted on any Sony fan to say that here what Microsoft have no games. Rubbish.
a lot of those games that they have coming out though aren't known quantities. Like we don't know what Perfect Dark is. Like, yeah, it's a big name and everything, but is it going to be good? Like, yeah, it's a big studio working on it, but you can't make assumptions that everything that Microsoft has coming down the pipeline is going to be fantastic. Now the difference, Halo and Forza, Halo and Forza, I kind of get that shit because those are known quantities. But shit that you're talking like Fable from what studio is it that's making Fable now?
Playground
Games.
Playground Games. That's an unknown quantity. You know what I'm saying? Fable from Playground Games is an unknown quantity. Perfect Dark is an unknown quantity. You know what I'm saying? You can't be sure that these shits are gonna be great.
We're not about to do that. We're not about to do this. Every time PlayStation show a game and it look graphically impressive, y'all have the assumption that it's gonna be the greatest thing in the world.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what. Okay, hear me. Okay, so Spider-Man 2 is a known quantity because we played Spider-Man 1 and it was a really good game. So Halo, for example, before even the beta, you can assume that the quality that it's going to be based on the last games that they made.
I understand that, but I'm saying when new IP is shown for PlayStation, and y'all don't have to play the gameplay, y'all haven't even touched the game. As long as it looks good, it's an assumption that since it's exclusive to PlayStation and it's graphically impressive, that the game automatically is going to be great.
What looks better to you right now, Forspoken or Fable?
I don't care about how a game looks because how a game looks doesn't determine how it plays. And the crazy thing about it is
you've seen gameplay of Forspoken though. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like you have no idea what Fable is. It's an unknown quantity.
Yeah, but Forspoken is an unknown quantity because I haven't had it in my hand. Just
because you haven't played it, but you've seen some gameplay of it.
Yeah, I've seen some gameplay of it, but a lot of times we see a game that looks graphically impressive, and then when we get it in our hands, it looks good, but it plays trash. A lot of times we see these games in the best light.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, that's different. Seeing gameplay is different from hearing a studio and a game name announcement. That's one thing, but then actually seeing gameplay and being hyped over over gameplay that you see is different than saying, "Oh, Fable's coming out from a new studio. I'm hyped now." I understand that you may enjoy Fable, but that's more of an unknown quantity than some gameplay that you see.
It's not when it's based off the same assumption of yours.
Looking at the shit, dog. How many assumptions do you have to make after looking at the title screen for Fable and a CG cutscene, and then you assume to what the game might even play like? We have no idea.
You played Spider-Man 1, and you say Spider-Man 2 gonna be the shit. People is excited for a Fable based off the pedigree of what Playground has been putting out since they've been working with Microsoft. They understand the quality of what they put in the Forza Horizon series. And if they
what action RPGs have they put out?
They haven't put out any, but listen to what I'm saying. If they
what Spider-Man games has Insomniac put out? The last one, Miles Morales, they were good.
What I'm saying, if they can transition any of their quality, you know what I'm saying? Any of their quality, because we know they hire some of the top developers that worked on some of the biggest RPGs in the industry. So don't just think we have a studio that don't have people that's not qualified to work on the game that people is excited about, when we know that they've hired multiple people that's qualified in that genre. People are saying, looking at the quality of what they're doing with the Forza series, and their expectation is that quality in the Forza series is going to match their expectations when they see Fate. That's all they're saying. So
how many quality people did they have working on Crackdown 3?
Hold on. I just want to understand. I didn't mean to interrupt. I promise you I didn't.
Here we go with this.
No, listen, Post, calm down. I'm eating dinner right now. I'm calm. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I just got a question. The topic right now is Xbox is poised to be the #1 platform in 2021, right? That's the conversation we're having. Right? We talking about Fable and shit, but we're talking about 2021 poised to be #1, right? Yeah. So I guess under the assumption that Halo and Forza is going to be better than everything else, right? This year. Am I correct on this or no?
Yes.
So that's the assumption.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Yes, you're correct.
So, what does it take for them? What do you mean number one?
I told you this thing. I'm gonna let you rock.
I'm trying to understand.
No,
That's
I'm
what
gonna let you rock though.
I think the best game library for the calendar year, basically.
Trying to understand what do they mean number one? Like what's number one like right now, or what's number one, and what did it take to get this number one? Like what number one are you talking about in sales?
The argument is at the end of the year, the best library of games
End of the year.
can be played on Xbox.
Hold on, wait. The
God
best
damn it.
library of games,
Yes.
because Halo and Forza.
Yes, Halo, Forza,
A
Death's
racing
Door,
game.
Ascent.
Okay.
Yo,
Okay, now I understand. I can't understand. So okay. Y'all continue. I'll say my turn, but I just want to understand. So
hey,
I'm
listen,
clear. We're
man.
talking
I
about.
want to tell my brothers.
Go ahead, because this is wild right here. It's a good one right here.
They're getting high. They begin. I mean, he still hit a rough fight this Saturday. He's still concussed. Listen. Blame me. If the
Man, talk your shit, Noah.
Talk your shit.
That I will, brother. That I will.
Listen, I am the leader, the co-founder, in front of the Broadband Bullies, right? I'm sorry. Listen, I have let these brothers down. Let them astray.
Yeah,
These niggas
I see. I fucking see. Because I'm wondering, okay, is Halo what's making these two games number one? Like, what's gonna be the defining factor to say that they are number one? Is it gonna be the sales, or is it gonna be a review scores? What is it?
No, I'm gonna be real. There ain't no cap, right? Those are huge games, especially for the Xbox fans, right? Halo's big. I'm not really the fools. Right. I give credit where credit's due, right?
Right.
Now, I don't automatically say that gives them the dub for the year. Like that shit crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. That's what I'm asking. I'm like, what criteria are we talking about? Like, are we talking exclusive? Are we talking third party? Are we talking just Xbox's library? I mean,
look, they're billion-dollar franchises. I mean,
I think it'll win it in Xbox's library.
Value.
In the value? Value? What do you mean value?
No, what he's saying is that niggas kicking ass right now. Sony ain't kicking shit. That's what he's saying.
So this is in comparison to Sony games.
Now, it may be subjective.
No, so this is a subjective. So this question isn't based on facts. It's based on what you want it to be.
No. We got some objectivity too, bro.
What's Sony Halo at?
Where is Sony's Halo at? I mean, Sony's number one without Halo. Do they need it? Huh?
What was they last?
Is Halo needed? Is Halo needed?
Killzone and Killzone. Evidently, since they said that
Sony has broken records in sales, bro. Like, do they need a Halo?
They have. Yep, because Sony have said themselves that they're moving to more multiplayer SK games.
Cool.
So I mean multiplayer.
So what that mean? Halo is the face of multiplayer now.
Service-driven games. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Let me state this fact too. Microsoft, Xbox is the only platform to provide a 90+ rated game this year in Metacritic.
Hey, cool. Did that help the console sell?
The console's selling out, brother.
Well, no, what you mean? I mean, it's not selling out. Like who? Okay, how about this?
Yeah.
I'll make it easier for you.
Series X is sold out.
I'm not even arguing, dog. I'm not even arguing. Let me make it easier for you, though. Let me make it easier for you. Out of all three consoles that are out this year, which is the least desirable and the most desirable consoles? Huh?
Xbox.
Hold on. Wait. I got you. How
do you put that metric together when they're all sold out?
How do we measure desirability when both consoles, both consoles are hard to get, hard to acquire?
Who sold more?
But that's about supply, not about desire.
Who sold more?
That's supply.
Okay, who sold more?
Let's put it in context.
You know how many Xbox One S's I've seen in stores?
This dude playing sales, not games, man.
Okay. So we're not talking sales.
Y'all only talking America when y'all talking selling out, right?
Hold on. My apologies. We're not talking sales. Okay. How many Xbox Series X's?
Call in.
Wait, hold on. How many Xbox Series X's got Instagram bitches twerking next to it talking about I got one? How many?
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. I gotta turn your volume up or something.
Why is it more popular for people to say, "Oh, I got one, I got one," and it's a PlayStation? I ain't never seen nobody.
Who gives a fuck? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. How many Instagram bitches twerking next to a PS5 or Xbox?
Hey, I feel you.
Come on, dude. Be better than that.
Okay,
Nobody would hear that
this dude playing sales this holiday season,
how you measuring it. If you're not measuring it,
We ain't
if you're
measuring it
not
by no
measuring it
fucking
on
Instagram
sales,
bitch twerking by.
if you're not
That's so
measuring it
fucking
on
stupid. Come on, man.
if you're not measuring it
This
on
nigga
sales,
said
then tell me what y'all
fish
measuring it. What is the
snacks,
measurement? That's why I've
black
been asking y'all
Pepsi
this.
hoes.
Let's say what it's not measured by.
No, no,
By
no,
a
no, no, no.
motherfucker
That's a
twerking
waste of
by it.
time. No, you're wasting time, bro. Like, what is the measurement?
Twerking by it ain't it.
People
Okay,
interacting
so
with
what
soft
what we
is the
talking
measurement?
about
Y'all
now?
niggas is here. Y'all Xbox niggas. What is the measurement that y'all keep talking about? Where's the measurement? How do
It's
you
all
measure it? What is
subjective
the
at the
most
end of the day,
desirable console?
right? I think it's all subjective at the end of the day. But
It's
what I
not
want to know is
subjective.
why is there
How
No,
no
about
no.
cool?
this?
The fact of the
Minecraft
matter is, the
was
Nintendo
sold for
Switch is
No, the
selling
fact
more.
is you
$250.
all it's all
It made its money
subjective.
back.
It's
How
all
about that?
opinion based. It's always going to be
It
opinion
makes
based.
its money back.
Okay. So can you niggas tell me what would make Xbox number one? Like, what will it? If it's not sales, then what will it
But
be?
what's your meaning of
Wait,
number
wait, wait,
one?
wait, 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 wait,
I
Sales?
wait,
don't.
wait,
Interacted.
wait,
You have
That's
wait,
to
what
be
wait,
What's
I
your
wait.
said.
meaning of
interactive.
what's your meaning of
Engagement.
number one?
Well,
Engagement,
honestly,
sales, what's your meaning
number
of number
one has
one?
to be defined by facts, unless this is an opinionated, satire conversation.
Yeah, you moving the
Satire
goalposts. What's
doesn't
your
I'm
even
not
fit
moving
opinion?
into
no
this
So
because
goalposts.
what's
using
your
words
opinion
now.
on
I'm not
number
moving no
one?
goalposts.
Now
I'm
What
moving
is
to
opinionated,
what's
the
your
next
what's
fine.
your
question.
what's your
Satire is not
meaning
it.
of number one?
Okay, it could be
Sales?
a few things. It
Says
could
Hold on,
be
hold on. Let me
Xbox
let
engagement.
is
me let me let me
poised.
It
explain
could
that.
be
Let me explain that.
Go
sales.
ahead.
Attachment rate?
Let me
Let
read
me.
the
I can
title.
explain that. I can explain
Hype?
that. Right.
What's
I can explain that.
Go ahead.
No game released on any platform has the hype of Forza Horizon 5 and Halo dropping this year.
Okay, so are you saying
That's,
that because it has more hype, it's going to sell more than everything else, right?
I'm not talking sales.
exactly? You keep
Wait, no,
falling
no,
back to
no, no,
I'm
no,
sales.
saying
because
That's
that's
what
what
you
hype is,
that's
right?
what
I
you
mean,
really what you talking
you're
about.
saying
that's
that it's hype,
Yeah.
and honestly, Horizon was about to come out, and I was talking more about Halo Beta than Horizon. You know what I'm saying?
It
both.
don't matter. It don't matter
I
what
mean,
Well,
how
yeah,
are
we
you
both
talking
games
measuring?
have
about
hype.
it,
How are you
man.
measuring this hype? Like, where are you getting this hype number from?
Hey, Post,
What what hype
your
number?
volume is real fucked up. It's real low. It's hard to hear you.
No, it's my bad. It's my bad. It's my fault. Nigga, I stand
No,
over.
you good. It's him. His volume way
No,
low.
I know
Can you hear me
it's
now?
my level of awesomeness that makes his mic like want to leave the room.
Nah, get your
No,
terrible
you too
ass out of
busy
here,
talking about
fella.
bitches twerking next to the damn system. You
You
okay? It's
sound like you
him and
Yeah,
his
speak
that shit
Spanish,
was
volume.
my nigga.
that shit
I
was
mean,
the
if you're telling me that
lamest
I'm not
shit
being
I
honest,
ever
I was
heard tonight.
asking. I said that as a way to ask, okay, what is the measurement? You know what I'm saying? If it's not sales, right? And if it's not Metacritic scores, we don't know the Metacritic scores on shit from Horizon and Halo. Like, what is it? Then what is like y'all keep saying
I
that y'all
agree
keep
with you
trying to
there.
convince
I agree with
yourselves
you
that
there.
hype is
It's
gonna
all
be number one.
subjective. That's why I said it's
That's what I'm
subjective at the
saying.
end
I
of the
So
mean,
this
day.
is a
it's
satire.
real quick.
We're not talking
It's not
facts. We're
actually
talking figures.
subjective because what Thrash was
Software
talking about
engagement.
like women twerking by the machine is because the
No,
PlayStation is so
but
popular in
that's
the
subjective.
zeitgeist.
Yeah,
That's why
Everybody
I
wants a
said that.
PlayStation.
I
let's all
said
People
run
that
don't
out
want
and
the
get
subjective.
Xbox like
The
that.
PlayStations
So
moment
because
that's
women
why
are
somebody
it's
talk
more
twerking
about
around the
somebody
popular and you
shit.
get
twerking
more
next to a
videos
damn
like that.
console is when y'all
Wait,
lost the whole
wait,
debate.
wait, wait. Hold
Like
No,
on,
no,
stick
hold
to
on.
a regular
there is
debate.
no
Don't say
Yo,
debate.
yo,
dumb shit
yo,
like
yo,
There
yo,
that.
is
yo,
no
yo.
debate if
Nigga
there's no
came up
topic.
here talking about fish snacks,
He
black
talking about
Pepsi hoes,
popularity
and
throughout
y'all agree
throughout
with
Throughout,
social
him.
media and
yeah,
everything like that.
yeah,
Like
I'm
when
saying
when
like
when
nobody.
people
I
walk
don't
in
see
my house
nobody
to
doing that
like
with Xboxes, bro. Like, I mean, I'm not
hook up
saying.
my cable, they're like, "Oh shit, you got a PlayStation 5." They don't give a fuck about my Xbox
Okay,
sitting here.
so
They're like,
Yeah,
Upper,
"Oh, you got a
nobody,
PlayStation
nobody
5."
oh,
says nothing
oh,
about Xbox, but y'all
so
saying
Upper,
Xbox is more
so
popular.
Upper. What you saying is that
Wait.
when
No, no, no,
chicks
no.
come in your crib, they get the
Okay.
twerking when they see the
You
PlayStation.
damn right.
Get the fuck
Yeah,
out of
Press
right.
here.
the
You know what I
power
mean?
button.
Get the
That's
fuck
fair.
out of
You
Oh
here.
gotta press
shit,
the
he got
button
a
first.
PlayStation
Hold on.
5.
Hey, hold on. Let me
Start
answer. Hey,
undressing.
let me answer Thrash real quick, right? Because I appreciate it. He wants some tangibles, right?
No, I mean I want the
So
facts to be honest. That's all I
yeah, I
want,
got
and
you. I got you.
I can't
I'm
find
giving you
them. I
I'm
can't
giving you
find them in your
tangibles.
opinions.
I'm giving
You
you
guys don't
numbers,
even
right?
believe
Nigga,
y'all.
Noah,
Hold on,
Y'all don't even
wait,
believe
why
wait,
that
you
wait,
the
wait,
getting
wait.
Xbox is the number one platform. Y'all don't
I'm
even
giving you
believe it
some
because you
numbers,
can't
right?
tell me how. You can't tell me how it's
Listen,
gonna be number one. So
bro.
you don't even believe in your own Xbox.
I'm trying to
PlayStation,
figure out why my man here
Play.
is on 10 about this shit.
Can we
Like,
agree
why are
that
you so hyped? Is
PlayStation
what I'm
is
trying to figure out.
Man,
can
knock
we agree
this nigga out
PlayStation
of his
has majority
stilettos, Noah.
Can we agree PlayStation has majority of the mind share, right? When it comes to gamers worldwide,
I think
right?
we can all agree there.
All right. So I look at Ratchet and Clank announcement trailer, right, on YouTube.
Oh, so you going by YouTube numbers? Okay, go ahead.
This is
celebrate Instagram and
listen.
YouTube numbers
Okay,
all the
okay,
time.
no, hey, I didn't say nothing was wrong with it. Post, calm down. I'm just
You
trying to
niggas
get what
Hey,
y'all
created
talking
the
about.
We use it.
Go
We
ahead.
use
You
it.
know
We
that the
use
brother
it.
must feel threatened every time you saying something. He jump in and
I got an Xbox, my nigga. I got an Xbox. I'm not threatened by anything, bro. I'll whip your ass in any
ponies
game you need.
created the Instagram and YouTube like system.
Go
No,
ahead with
hey,
go ahead
no,
with these
I didn't
trailer
know.
numbers. I
Hey,
want to hear
hey,
these
I
trailer
didn't
numbers.
know.
Let
I
me
didn't
make my
know that
point,
y'all
right?
was going off of YouTube numbers. This is interesting.
Let me
Okay, go ahead.
Y'all
let me
created
let me
that
make my
shit.
point, right?
Okay,
Let
go
me
ahead.
make my point.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So as big as a brand as PlayStation is, I'm looking at Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and they sent at 2.2 million views from their announcement trailer, right?
Okay.
5 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Returnal's like 1.1 million.
Okay.
Forza Horizon 5 is sitting at 8 million.
Okay.
8 million views on YouTube.
Cool.
When you look at Twitter and IGN in the comment section, you see nothing but people excited to play Forza Horizon 5.
All right.
This is how I'm measuring value.
Okay. And with all that hype, right? That's 8 million, right? All that hype, 8 million YouTubers, 1 million for Ratchet and Clank, 1 million for Return or whatever, right?
Bella.
So does that mean that Forza is going to outsell those games?
You said is Forza going to outsell what now?
Those games.
I'm not even measuring by sales, bro. If you
No,
want to throw
no,
sales
I'm
in
just
the
saying
picture,
because the
you
hype is
can.
there. I'm just
But one
asking.
thing, but hold on,
This yes
let's
or
put it in
no.
the context though,
This
right?
yes or no, though, right? Like
The
because
great thing
it's one
about
thing
Forza
to watch
Horizon
a
5.
video. It's one thing to watch
you
a
can't
video.
gauge it. First of all, you can't gauge it.
Things to buy and play a game.
There's like 30 million Game Pass owners out there. They all
Yeah,
gonna
but
be able to download freaking Forza.
great thing,
You
yeah,
can't gauge that.
you don't even have to buy the game.
You
So who's
can't
fault is
gauge
that?
sales
You
based
can't.
off of that.
Okay. Let me rephrase it then. Is it going to have?
And you keep falling back to
No, I'm trying to help y'all out.
sales and shit.
I'm trying to. Okay, we don't got to talk sales.
Nah, you need to help yourself out with that twerking shit that you
Game
came up
Pass.
here with.
I guess Game
Fish
Pass has
snacks,
tripled.
black
Game
Pepsi
Pass has
holes.
tripled the ability to measure how popular a game is on Xbox because we can't talk about sales, right? And on top of that, Forza is a multi-platform game, so it's. Is it what is this? What's funny, bro? Am I lying about something? Am I lying about something? Am I lying about something?
It's an Xbox platform game.
No, Steam
That's
doesn't
what it
own the
is.
Xbox, so it's a multi-platform.
It's an Xbox platform
Steam,
game.
Microsoft doesn't own Steam. All right, they don't. So let's not pretend. All right, it's they
Okay,
Steam.
whatever.
We can't pretend.
Yeah. But if they bust a sale, off Steam, Microsoft still get that bread. So thank you for your
Yeah, they
support.
get 70%, but they still on multi-platform, right?
Okay.
So
Okay. You want to call it that? Then
it is what it is.
I'll
I'm not
agree to
calling it
disagree.
anything. These are just facts. Are you saying that these are not facts? Am I lying right now?
I give you that.
What's your point? What's your point?
What I'm saying, the point is that Ratchet and Clank Returnal are not, right?
Okay.
And both of those are exclusive to the 10 million, 11 million PS5.
And they're not really breaking any sales
But what's
records
your
either.
point? I'm
let
not
me
trying to
get to the
understand what your
point.
point is.
Let me get to the point. Let me get to the
Especially
point.
Returnal's not breaking any sales record, and
Yeah, that shit
Ratchet
only
and
sold
Clank
like
ain't either.
500,000
Ratchet and
copies or
Clank is
something like
Hey,
that,
look,
right?
doing well. Don't get me wrong.
whatever y'all want to say, right? I'm just asking you. You guys saying he got all this hype behind Forza and all that.
But listen, but I'm explaining to you why.
Go ahead.
Like even the game
No, you should
prior,
have let him finish his
Forza
point.
Horizon 4, I think it topped out at like 24 million players consecutively.
Mm-hmm.
So we could safely assume that those 24 million players will play the game, the sequel, Forza Horizon 5, right? And according to people that played the game, YouTubers, media, they all say the game is much improved from the last game.
What was wrong with the last game?
There's nothing wrong with it, but
So how is
it's
it
not
much
perfect.
improved if there's nothing wrong with the last game?
Yeah, it's not
so
perfect.
How is it much improved? What's improved by it? What did they
Brother,
improve?
have you even played the game? How the hell can we tell you what's improved about it?
Bro, I can
Why are you asking the stupidest question?
No.
Yeah,
He
it's like,
said
what's
that
your
he
point,
just said that
man?
people
We
said
gotta
You
play the
sound
game before we
like
can
a
tell you that.
Republican
No, I
politician,
know
man.
how.
You just
Yeah,
be
you
spinning.
do. You sound stupid saying that.
I
Hey,
What's
can I
proof? We don't know. We ain't played it
I know
yet.
how great Forza
can I ask you a
Horizon
question
4
about
is.
these sales numbers?
I know how great Forza Horizon 4 is, and y'all just said that 5 improved on it. Did they tell you how they improved on it?
They did.
What did they improve on?
They did. For one, the graphics.
What you mean?
Two, they added mini
Oh no,
games.
that shit look exactly.
Hey, this dude gave you an answer, and he said,
You
"What you
asked
mean?"
them
Like
what
that shit is
improved. You
crazy.
said graphics. What you mean?
Let me give you
What? That was
intangibles, right?
self-explanatory.
Okay, what about what's different about the graphics? What did they change?
that they improved it. That's what he just said.
What's
Are
the
you not hearing
improvement?
him, or
Can I get an example of an
it's
improvement?
visually improved?
We're
That's
How? What's
self-explanatory.
visually
Go
improved?
open your
Is
eyeballs
it
up and go look at
4K?
the image.
Is it 4K? I
yeah.
don't even think it's 4K. Is
Yes,
it
it's
4K?
4K. It's
Shit.
4K
Okay,
in both
so
modes.
both of them are
It's
4K.
Boy, get
So
his
4K.
there's
dude a
no
shovel,
improvement
man. Get
there.
his
Hold on,
dude a
hold on,
shovel. He need
hold
help
on,
So
digging that
hold on,
no
hole.
improvement
hold
on
on,
the 4K.
hold
And
on,
then
hold on. First
is
of
it
all,
60? Is it
hold
4K
on. First,
60?
hold on. First of all, it's greatly improved, right? It's
How?
4K in both modes, 30 frames per second and 60 frames per second, right?
Who?
Dolby.
No,
Hold on.
no,
Yes,
no,
it
no.
is.
Is it
Dolby.
Yes, it
4K
is.
and 60 at the same time?
Yes.
It's
IGN,
4K and 60 at the same time for Forza Horizon 5.
IGN confirmed that it's
IGN
4K and
confirmed it.
30.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they said it's 4K and 30, 4K and
Uh-huh.
60. They saying the quality
So
and the
why even
performance.
have a 4K
Hold
30
on,
mode
hold
if you
on.
got 4K 60?
Because they say in the performance mode, which is 60 frames per second,
Uh-huh.
some of the graphics, some of the settings is adjusted to maintain 60.
So
Okay,
so so which one? So it's a downgraded version of 4K 60,
it's
right?
not. I wouldn't call it a downgrade
Well,
because you
you
can't
just
see the
said they just
difference.
took. Okay.
But
Repeat your
because
sentence again.
the reason why I say that, you know why? Is because
Because it got
when you're
downgraded. So how
when
is it
you're
visually
saying
better?
no, that's not downgraded.
Man, y'all giving this
It
dude too much.
depends.
This
Hold
this
on.
dude's on some
I
fuck shit.
agree.
It
No, I'm
You're
not.
it
giving
I'm
him
de-
not
way
on no
too
hold
fuck
much.
on.
shit. I'm
He's
being
on
honest.
some.
I'm
He's
going
on
by
some
Bro,
what you
You
fuckery,
said.
answered
yo.
his questions about 8 times and he
I
kept
knew we
asking you mid
I knew
question.
Cause
we
every
first
some every time somebody gave him an
first
answer,
of all,
he
hold
No,
came
on.
up
I
with
did.
some
I'm not.
fuckery
Hey,
and
The
he
shit.
didn't
reason
give me
why I
an
say
answer.
that because we don't know what
He was
settings
answering
they
your
are.
ass.
We don't
Oh,
know
we don't.
what settings that they
Okay.
are
So how did these
adjusting
people tell you that it
to
was improved if they
maintain
don't know what was improved then?
what you sound dumb as hell, boy.
Okay,
You
well, tell
sound
me what's
stupid right
improved. You
now.
just told me that it got 4K 60,
If
but it's
you would
downgraded
It
let
got
me,
in the
it
visual.
got
first of all,
4K
if you
60.
would let me, okay,
So
4K,
they're both
4K
4K
60,
60. So
4K
where's
30.
the
Let me
upgrade?
finish. The
You know, it's
graphics
kind of hard
improved
to
because
hear
hold
Coach
on,
talk if you
hold
talking
on.
over him, right?
The
This
graphics
dude is a
All right,
are
clown.
yo, my bad.
improved because they're using photogrammetry artwork in terms of the textures and stuff like that. So you got
The
super
textures in what?
hold on. You got super high quality textures. They're also using ray trace audio, meaning that depending on where you at in the game, like if you're between depending on where you at in the game, depending on where you're game, say like you're driving in between buildings, the sound of the engine is bouncing off the buildings, so you can
Ooh.
hear that. You can hear that.
Okay, so
Okay,
that's how it's
so
visually better.
those are is it visually better and its
Is it no? You
audio
said,
is
hey, you
better.
said it was visually better, dog. That's why we
It
talking about 4K.
is.
Your
And now we
question
talking
was
about
what was
4K.
improved. So he
Thread,
just
you're not
named
listening,
audio
So
and
hold on.
visuals.
I'm sorry. Okay, so
audio and visuals.
He asked literally, he asked you what was
So
improved.
it's visually
Post
better,
answered you by
but the
saying the
sound is
audio and
better.
the video was improved. And you talk
And
about
that shit
you
took 10
focusing on
minutes.
visuals though.
Okay.
Can
So
you actually open your
it's
earbud
visually
ups
the
and listen,
same,
dude?
but the sound is better, right? Is that what you're saying, Post? It's
Hey,
visually
He
the
Thread,
said
same.
the
look,
visuals
look,
and
look,
Hey,
look,
audio is better.
can we just vote this
Thread,
dude off the
Thread.
island?
Why?
I'm
Why?
saying,
No,
why are we
no.
even
We ain't
entertaining
gonna
this
keep
dude?
it
He
being
ain't
nice,
arguing on
nobody.
no good
Yeah,
faith.
because
He just saying dumb
keep
shit.
going. We're not finna get thrashed. We know you're gonna do a
Please,
video zooming in about 1,000 times to to
You
uh,
damn
to
right.
to prove
You
a
damn
point
right.
that the
He
graphics
said
is
you damn right.
not
You damn right.
improved.
This
So
dude is
You
a
damn right.
go work on your
clown.
video, fuck nigga, because you sound ignorant right now, bro.
Why do I
You
sound ignorant?
sound
I'm just
ignorant
asking
right now,
questions.
Yo,
bro.
Y'all can't
yo,
tell
You
me.
this dude said he
Y'all mad
came in
at
and
me
talk
because
about he was
I asked
just
you.
eating dinner
Y'all
and look
mad
what
at me
happened.
because I asked you how is this
you
game
don't do
visually
this for
better?
no you don't do
Hey,
this for
hey,
no
what
PlayStation
about
game.
Halo? This is our second
You
game that's
don't do
supposed to be
this
running
for
shit.
no
Hey, what about
PlayStation
Halo?
games.
It's our second game
You
that's
don't
supposed to
do
be
this
running
for
shit.
no
Is
PlayStation
that
games.
Hey,
visually better?
Post. Silence
Halo
this
got all
dude.
the
You got
hype
the
right
power.
now. What are you talking about?
Is Halo
Can I
Halo
ask
got
a
all the
question?
hype right
visually
now.
better? Is Halo Infinite visually better
Here
than
we
Halo
go.
5?
He brought an Xbox
Yes.
to check people
Yes.
profiles.
Yes,
That's
way
okay.
better,
Yes.
way better.
Yes.
Way better. In what aspect?
See how easy that was to
Man,
answer?
why
Oh
Just
no,
y'all
no,
keep
yes.
it
answering
was.
this?
I mean, you
What?
said it, but can you explain to me how? Because I disagree.
Yeah,
So,
I
tell
don't
us.
in
in,
to. I
in what
just
the,
say
in what
Don't
yes.
even answer.
I don't have to. I just say yes.
Oh, you
You could do your
say
research.
yes?
You could do the research challenge
Yeah.
yourself and see if
I
I'm right
did
or
the
not.
research. I have a whole
So
video of
yes,
it.
Google
It looks
exists.
exactly like
Hey,
Halo 3.
yeah,
Google
stump
exists.
that
that's
nigga
your
the fuck
opinion.
out. Stump
That's
him.
your
See,
opinion.
that's your
No, it's
opinion,
not my
and your
opinion. I
opinion
have
is
a
I
worth
just
is
answered your
video.
toilet
question.
paper
I
that
Next
have a
question,
that white
please.
man
video
Next
has.
question,
showing.
please.
I have a
Yes.
Let's
video
go.
where I switched
Next
in
question,
between
please.
Halo
Yes.
3 and Halo
Hey,
Infinite,
Wait,
and
isn't
I
this the
can't
one
same
at a
really
people
time.
tell
One
the
that
at a
said
time.
this?
One at a time. One at a time.
difference.
Y'all ain't wasting enough
That's your
time over here.
opinion, and you
Yeah,
wasting
we
our
finna
Uh,
we
time.
finna move forward. We finna move
Next
forward.
Hold on, no,
why
no,
y'all
no,
why
question,
no.
y'all so
or
Wait,
why
I
whatever.
just
y'all
I
ready
just
to
got
kick
here.
me out?
Hold
Y'all
on,
ready to kick
sarcasm.
me
I
out
just
just
got it.
because I
Wait,
said
wait,
Because you
wait,
something
gotta
wait,
about
wait,
eat,
wait,
Halo?
finish
wait,
your
wait,
dinner.
wait.
Because you gotta finish your dinner, man.
Okay, then hold on, hold on, hold on. I just got here. Isn't this the same clown that said that Halo Infinite looks like what you call it, Killzone from 2013? Isn't this the same guy that said that? Like So I'm supposed to take anything that you say
I don't
seriously.
take shit. Look, hey,
No,
University.
he's
The minute I
clearly
jump in here,
blind,
this
dude,
dude
and his
said
shoes
that
don't got him right. I
PlayStation
don't know
had
if he
more
said. I
people
don't know if he
twerking
said that
by
or
it, so
not.
that
So let
makes
me
them
invite
more
him to the
popular.
stage. Hold on.
I'm like,
Hey,
you know
Bruh.
what? Get this
Oh,
dude,
he
that
left?
Dale, out
He
of
hey,
left?
here.
He dipped?
hey, can I
Okay.
ask a question about because I know y'all commenting on sales and
What
like
happened?
yeah, I
Y'all
know y'all
kicked me out.
commenting
Y'all
on
kicked
like
me out and brought me back. What happened?
I know y'all
No.
commenting on sales numbers of Forza, and y'all like you can't really count the numbers because of Game Pass. But I do have a question about the sales numbers.
Yeah.
Since Xbox games do release day and date on PC, available on Steam outside of Game Pass, and there are so many people in the world that have PCs that are capable of running these games, the majority of these people aren't on Game Pass. Like, and that is like a segment of the population that can buy your game. They have the proper console, which is a PC in their home that can buy this. So when those sales numbers come in, like since Game Pass subscribers are the minuscule amount of people that are available that this game is available to, like why can't we count sales numbers for these games?
That
Just
is fact.
because
Okay,
Hey,
I got
that
you. I
is
got
fact.
you. I got you. I got you. Wait. So the PlayStation install base was 100 and something
Yeah.
million, right?
Yeah. No,
And
no,
most of
no,
their games don't.
no, no,
no. So let
no.
me
No,
clarify
no,
real
no,
Oh,
no.
let,
quickly.
let,
Let me
let
Wait,
him
tell
wait a
you.
talk.
minute,
Let him
Thrash.
talk.
I'm
Wait
gonna
a
tell
minute,
you why
Thrash.
you're wrong.
Let me clarify real quickly because
They won't even let me get a sentence out.
let
But
me
continue.
clarify real
No,
quickly,
because
University,
you're
because I
answering it
think
wrong.
Clarify.
You're trying
I
to
don't know if
correct me
you were in
before
here
you
for
Wait,
the
wait, wait,
first
wait,
part,
wait,
so let
wait.
me just
One
clarify
at a
real
time.
quickly.
I'm gonna start muting people one at a time.
Okay,
If somebody talking,
nigga, the fuck
let
your
them
mute
get their
movie,
shit
nigga.
out. Yeah,
I
I'm
apologize.
Continue, bro.
mute your ass. This ain't the round table. Fuck is you talking
It's not,
about, bro?
nigga.
Bro,
It's
continue. I'm giving
PlayStation.
you.
So,
What you wanted to clarify? Now I'm
so,
giving you the chance
so
to
yeah,
clarify. You're not
I'm
saying
waiting.
it.
I'm waiting for post up to finish. But what I was saying was, so when I think when Thrash was saying like, can we compare the sales numbers of Forza to Ratchet and Clank? Because he was saying that Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart only came out on PlayStation 5, which is only
Exactly.
available to about 10 million users who have the PlayStation. Right,
Right.
that's the only
So
way you can
actually,
buy the game.
yeah.
But
So the
when you're
Xbox
buying
has more
when you're
the
buying
ability to sell more.
Forza Horizon 5,
Damn,
if you
Evo
have
do it
a
on your
PC
side.
with
You won't let him
Steam
finish.
on it, you can buy Forza. So that's going to have sales numbers. So and the majority of people.
Okay, let me. Okay,
So
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Okay, so my question to you would be: can we
No,
compare?
how come? Why are you asking the
Um,
question? Why don't you answer the question first?
well, first of all, who the fuck is
I'm just
talking to
saying,
you?
nigga, I'm talking to
Like, get the
you,
fuck
nigga.
out of it. I'm
I
talking to
mean,
him,
you say
so it
something,
doesn't matter
man.
to
You
you.
take that home
Thrash,
talking
let him
to
Like,
me
talk,
like that, man.
Thrash.
first of all,
I'm
when I
just saying,
tried to
answer
answer
the
his
yeah,
question,
question.
I'm
he
good.
cut me
I'm
off.
good. Go ahead.
So
Go ahead. And
now
ask
I'm
me your
trying to give
question.
him.
Go ahead. Go ahead. And ask me a question.
Thank you, because I didn't know I had to go to King
Nigga, you do,
Thrash
bitch ass nigga.
to
Shut
ask you a
your ass
question.
up,
But
nigga.
anyway, bruh, man, hush your bitch ass, pussy ass.
Scary
Look,
ass
listen.
nigga. You don't
Anyway,
even got a fucking
anyway,
Xbox. You
Hey,
talking
y'all ain't got to be mad. It's just a question.
yeah, bruh. Anyway, what I was gonna ask you is before this idiot
God,
interrupted
you gonna
Just a
was
leave this
question.
man
It's
talking
just a
so
about
let,
question.
let let's say okay. So now there's
This is a
there's the
this
movie
is
theaters,
wild.
right? They sell tickets. Normally you sell you launch a movie and it goes straight into
fucking
the movie
stuttering.
theater.
Don't even know what the
But
fuck
then
you talking about, man.
yo, can you mute this idiot or get rid of this idiot, man? Bro,
Nigga,
I'm
get
not
your
gonna do
point out.
this.
Nigga, you talking about movies. We're not here to hear this shit. Nigga, answer the
Hey,
fucking
Thrash,
question
let
and
him
ask the
get his
question.
shit off, man. Let
Fuck.
him get his shit off.
This the same dude that was talking about bitches twerking next to
Bro,
the PlayStation.
like this is the disrespect, right? But then when I turn up, then people say that
Nigga,
I'm
you ain't gonna turn up
disrespectful.
on
Like
me, nigga.
I
You
can't
too
even get a
small to turn
sentence
up
out
on me,
because
nigga.
this bitch
Damn.
Get
ass
your
nigga
answer
wants
out.
to interrupt every
Get
2
your
seconds.
answer out.
Like post up, y'all do your job as the
Ask your
co-host.
question, nigga.
Like
You
I
talking
can't
about
do this,
movies.
bro.
Nobody wanna go to
I
the
can't
movies
do
with
this,
you,
my
my
nigga.
nigga. Ask your question.
My nigga,
Man,
I'm
get your shit off. Get your shit
listen.
off, man.
So is any one of the hosts
I got him.
here?
I removed him.
Like
I
what's going
removed
on,
him.
bro?
I removed.
You good, bro? You
Like
got it.
I
You
what's
you
got
going
it.
get
on?
your
You got it.
shit off. This ain't the
Thank you.
fucking round
Like anyway,
table.
what I'm trying to say is, if there's movies that launch into the movie theaters right now, but now there's also streaming services. You see what I'm saying? Are you gonna say, well, look at the Disney movie that launched into why aren't they selling the same as they did 10 years ago when they went into the movie theater before Disney Plus? It makes no sense. It's a different model. So what you're saying right now is because oh well they're available to Steam members and there's a lot of people on Steam, so why can't we do sales? But like I said, that's just for some reason, y'all can't wrap your minds around the fact that what Microsoft is looking at right now is engagement, how many players are in the game. So, for example, you look at games like Forza Horizon 4. There have been 25 million plus players.
No,
like I said,
I understand that engagement is definitely part of the principle because, like, engagement gets you like people spending more money in the game, getting the DLC,
and how do they get in
microtransactions,
this
all
game?
types of
How
things
do they
like
get in
that.
this game?
So,
how do they get in the game? How do they get in the game? How do they either buy it or they have Game Pass? Correct?
they buy it. They get the game somehow. But I'm asking about.
Thank you. You saying somehow? There's only two ways. You either buy it or you get it in the Game Pass. There's only two ways. It's not somehow.
You
So my
either
point,
have an
my point to you
Xbox
is,
or a PC. And once again, we know that the majority of the people that have a way to game have PCs, right? Most of those people don't have Game Pass. Why don't the sales numbers count?
Okay.
Well, that's
so most of those people don't have Game Pass, but you don't know what most of these people's PCs look like. Most of these people PCs can't run these games like how an Xbox Series X can run the game. So they might not be interested in getting a game that their PC cannot run. You can't just sit here with no empirical data to tell me how many people on Steam have a 38.
Okay.
Or 30 or 39.
Right.
So your point doesn't make sense. Because you're here telling me.
Listen, that actually.
What do you mean?
I understand what you're saying there, and that's one of my points about why Game Pass and these pie in the sky ideas of how many how
pie in the sky.
Hear me out. Everybody says, "Oh, it's so many millions and millions of PC users out here that have access to Game Pass," but you're saying that their PCs aren't good enough to play the games.
That's what xCloud is.
Okay, so
see what I'm saying?
All right, so all the PC people are going to use xCloud to play Forza Horizon through Game Pass.
Why do you keep doing this stupid shit where you say all? All. There's no such thing as all. You can't say all. Like why are you using these words?
Let me say this. First of all, if
continue, you're saying all. You know all. You know that doesn't make sense. Like what I'm trying to tell you is, bruh, you're saying we know for a fact that Forza Horizon 5 and Halo Infinite are gonna be the biggest launches in both of these franchises' career because of the simultaneous launch on PC. That is an empirical fact. We know those two things. What you're saying is that basically you want to look at sales data.
No, I'm asking you, is sales data valid? Because we realize that the majority of PC users aren't on Game Pass. The Game Pass subscribers
can I answer your question?
are
how would you get these sales? How would you get these sales
the
figures?
Xbox
owners.
I don't know why y'all having such a hard time answering questions.
No, how would you get these sales figures? Please tell me. How would you get them? Microsoft.
Okay, how many?
So how will you get them?
Real quick. The numbers that I'm referring to, post up because you're asking.
The UK box sales numbers.
No. How would you get these numbers? These are the numbers that I'm talking about. I'll tell you. So the Xbox numbers out there in the market. Let's assume high side 8 million on the series consoles, right? High side 8 million. How many Xbox Ones are there out?
Can we before we even get into that? I can answer your question.
Go ahead, Jack, because they've been going for a minute. It's time to get other people in here. Go ahead, Jack.
All right, so here's the thing. The reason is you want to use sales numbers to gauge the success of a product. Is that correct? That's the overall goal?
Yeah, no, that's the only thing PlayStation people can identify. PlayStation told them sales is what's worth it.
Let my homie spit. Let my homie spit go.
Go ahead.
That's my homie spit.
I'm just putting this question out. I'm not saying that success is based on sales. I'm asking you, are the sales numbers not
what
counted?
I'm telling you. This is what I'm telling you, though. The overall
obviously they count. That's money.
Of using sales numbers is to gauge the success of a product. That is the only reason you would look at the sales numbers. In this case, you have multiple revenue streams converging onto a single platform. You have PC, you have Game Pass, you have box sales. There's 3 different revenue streams that you can use to measure the success of this product. So more likely to get correct, accurate measurements, you need to go with engagement numbers, not sales numbers.
Engagement.
So regardless of what the sales numbers look like, that will not reflect the actual engagement of the product because it's coming through 3 different
Thank you.
streams.
But I
And
have a
no one
question.
has
And
no
I'll tell
one
Okay,
you,
has
how would they
engagement is a
get
thing, but
access to the game?
engagement
Let
doesn't
me get
equal
Puka
money.
and Reckon in here. They
Game.
Engagement
Wait,
equals
wait,
money
What do you
when
mean
people are
engagement
actually
doesn't
playing
equal?
the game.
How do you get Game
hold
Pass
on.
without paying
Engagement
for it? What are you
if
talking
I
about?
already have Game Pass and I pay $15 a month, real quickly, if I have Game Pass and I pay $15 a month already, and then I download Forza Horizon 5 and I just download it and I play it for 3 hours and I never touch it again, Microsoft does get my Game Pass money, but that Game Pass money is subsidized to all the other deals that they have throughout Game Pass. So that doesn't go directly to Forza Horizon or the development of the next Forza Horizon.
How would you know that,
Or
brother?
Hey,
How would you know what it
Forza
goes to?
Horizon the
You're making
series
assumptions.
Before
You
we move
just saying
Puka,
something that's not
hey,
factual. How would you know that?
Puka and Reckon.
Wait. We
Puka and Reckon
need
had
to
their hand
get.
up for a minute.
Hold
Let me
on.
get them in real quick.
We need to get some order. Upper, I thank you for speaking, but I'm gonna drop you for other people to come in and speak. We need to get some order here.
Puka, go ahead, man.
And number two, I do want to say this before I start bringing other people on.
appreciate you.
Sony CEO came out and said themselves that they was moving away from hardware numbers to engagement numbers. This was after Microsoft said it years prior. You know why? Because the Sony CEO also came out and said that they're no longer in the penny.
Wait, am I
That
tripping?
they're no
Is it
longer.
frozen or something? You can
Yeah,
hear me,
we can hear
everybody?
you.
Hold on, Xbox, hold on.
Sony CEO also came
Okay,
out
okay,
and
just
said
making
that
sure.
they're no longer in the penny pinching of the hardware business when he made this remark. All right. It's no longer about what hardware sells and stuff. Everything is about software and services. How many consoles? That shit don't matter because the minute they sell a console or make profit off it, that shit going right back in R&D. So money coming in and it's going right back out. So you're really not making no money off this shit anyway. It is about software and services. So who we got up here next? We got
let's get Puka, Reckon,
yeah.
Adam.
Yeah, they've been waiting for a minute. A minute. Puka, go ahead.
Hey, appreciate it, fellas. Y'all think we've been arguing for so long, I forgot what the fuck y'all what the goddamn topic was.
Hey, sometimes you just gotta get in there, bro.
You gotta jump in.
Yeah,
there,
you gotta start yelling and shit.
Shout out to
Hey,
my
yeah, but
homie Xbox University, man. That's the bro though. Go ahead, Puka.
yeah. So I guess the question, man, is Xbox. Just to speak on the title, Xbox poised to be the #1 platform in 2021. It's hard sometimes, and I love these spaces, but it's hard when a motherfucker asks a question and niggas don't want to answer questions. So y'all, I want y'all to start answering questions. So the question I got is, what the fuck does #1 mean? Clearly, you just now said it doesn't mean sales. That's fine. I'm cool with that. But what the fuck does it mean then? Like, what is making one system better than the other? Are we talking strictly about games that's out in 2021? Or are we talking about games that's coming out in 2022? What exactly are y'all talking about defining #1 so I can pick a side? So I'm asking.
That's a good question. Even
Engagement.
though it's a subjective,
Next question.
even though that headline is subjective. But yeah. Noah, you wanna take that or
engagement?
Yeah,
anything else?
Man, it's a simple answer. Whichever one is dropping the games that people want to actually play. They dropped all those games and nobody played the motherfuckers. Why can't y'all just say that? All right?
Listen, I just told them engagement. Like more people are going to be
it on
playing.
Game Pass, be it on through they buying it. They're gonna be
PC.
playing it more than they play anything PlayStation. That's a simple answer.
Ratchet and Clank.
Real get his
Exactly.
shit off. Real gotta
Thank
get
you.
some shit off his chest.
Engagement. Any other
Let
questions?
Real get some shit off his chest. Go ahead,
Any other questions,
Go
Puka?
ahead, Real.
No, because
Was that direct
because
enough?
y'all let that dude come in and run off. Y'all never answered this question. Now you think he won. Whichever one is dropping motherfucking games that people want to play.
Talk your shit, Real.
No.
He
didn't win.
Real.
What he was trying to do is
No, goddamn, Real.
And then hold up.
Engagement.
And then this double-ended question. You go by sales. Then the motherfuckers start making excuses about the goddamn computer. What the fuck? You can't win.
Yeah.
Don't let him come in here with
you
this
can't win.
clueless
You
ass
never win
shit.
with these
You're
games.
gonna let him pony on the mic, answer his questions, and destroy them bitches.
All right, so yo, check it out.
Hey,
Check it
no,
out, Real.
really,
Check it
what it
out. Hold
come
on for a
down
second.
to apparently is who's twerking on the damn PS5.
Yeah, I gotta follow Real, bro.
Hey,
hold tight. So the second part of my question.
Get Reckon there real quick. Hey, Reckon, you got something to say, bro?
Go ahead, Rick. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. How's everyone doing today?
We're fine.
Man, it's tomorrow.
This this group therapy session, I guess it's good for the soul, but I'm here for one specific reason, and I wanted to say that in person to Xbox University that he is a scum, and you know
what?
the
He's a what?
reason that you are running from me.
You said he's a
Why
scum?
are
Wait,
you
wait, wait,
Who the
wait,
running
wait.
fuck
Hold
is
on.
you? I don't even know who you are. What?
See,
What's wrong with this
Hey,
nutcase,
hey,
bro?
Hey
why is he
man,
so
hey,
Oh
calm
they
my
don't
about
need
god,
to
you
know
bro.
who you
being
are,
there?
man. Whatever you got to say, just say it with your chest, man.
He's
I'm
like, I'd
running.
like to let Xbox University know that
I fuck with
he
real.
is a
You're a
I
scum.
fuck
Can
with
you
the
random.
hear me,
real.
You're
guys?
a
Can you hear
random,
me?
my
I
guy.
fuck with
He
the
is a
real, bro.
scum that is running from me, and I shall
Scum.
track him down to the
Yes,
ends of this earth.
yes. You know we need. Wait, let's get some tea
Can
and
you hear me? Can
crumpets.
you hear me? Can you hear
What's
me?
wrong
Can
with
you
you,
hear
bro?
me?
Yo,
I'm so sorry, my guy, that I don't know who you
hey,
are and you don't
he
exist
said
to
he was
me.
going.
So how am I
He
scum?
said he was
Your,
going to track
your
you
New York
down
Because
to
you
the
just
accent
came
ends
out
of
kicked
of
the
in
nowhere.
right
earth.
So
there. You said,
somebody,
I'm sorry, my guy. I don't think the English talk
Yo,
like that.
yeah, bro.
Let me remind you.
Bro, I
he
don't know,
said he was
bro.
going
How
to
did
track you
the blue
down
people
to
trying to
the
pick
end
fights
of
with
the
me because
earth,
I'm
bro.
scum? I
What
want
the
a
fuck
blood
is
clot,
this?
bro. These people crazy.
What is this?
Continue, sir.
What is this? The Lords of the
Why
Rings?
are you scared, Xbox University?
Scared
Why
of
are you
what? Of a
running?
Hey,
kid?
bro. Hey, man. I think he playing a recording, bro. He can't be talking like that.
Bro, yeah, we gotta, bro.
Okay,
This is, bro. He waited all this time, had his
okay,
hands up, just to come
okay.
in
We're
here
gonna we
to
gonna
tell
get
me
Lord.
why it is
We're gonna
that
get
is.
Lords of the
He's
Ring up out of
scum.
here.
Come on,
You talking
bro.
about?
Like, what is
We're
going
gonna
Mention
get
the
on,
Lord.
Lord
bro?
of the
Like,
Rings.
what is
We're
it
gonna
about
get Lords
me?
of the Ring
What
up
is
out
it
of here.
about
He talking
me,
about
bro? With these nutcases,
I'm
bro?
going to.
Like, I don't
He
get
said
it,
I'm
bro.
gonna
Like,
take you
I
down
have to
to the
block half
ends
the
of
Twitter.
the
I would have
earth.
like 5,000 followers if I don't block 20 niggas
Yo,
a day. Like, because he's crazy
yeah.
people, bro. Like, you waited all this time just to do that?
He,
He's
Yeah,
he
he
gone? Oh,
waited
said,
yeah.
patiently,
Bye,
too.
Mr.
yo,
Crumpet.
He's like, I'd like to
Hey,
let
man. He
Xbox
Bye,
waited all
University
this time
know.
so you can never say that you haven't been warned.
Oh,
yeah, he
damn.
said he was gonna
bruh.
track you down to
You
the
see,
ends of the
Xbox
see,
earth.
but then if I go
University,
off, they be like,
All right,
winter is
let's
coming.
okay. Let's move. Let's move along.
you're
He said
running
he was
Hold on,
gonna
from
hold on.
me.
track you
Who else
down
we got?
to the ends
Running?
of the earth. I said, what? Lord,
We
look,
got.
man. Let's get some other people up here so they can speak their
Yeah.
piece. I fuck with the real. I gave you a follow, bro. You funny as hell, bro.
Bro, I'm just
Shit.
saying, man, y'all let ponies on the mic, right? Especially Thrash, who like to play stupid in his line of questioning, right?
Facts.
He's
And
not
Facts.
then
playing.
and then he
He's
want
not
to be
playing.
selective. And then, hey,
That's for real.
you talking about movies and shit. Just get on their asses, man.
Man,
I
if
wasn't
no,
trying
when
to
I go
stump a
crazy,
pony
when I
out
go
today. I
in,
didn't.
then people cry
Man,
and
go
complain
in,
and say
bro.
I'm too mean.
Unspoken as hell. Go in. Stop making
Yeah, so I'm
excuses.
trying. So
I got
Run
you.
them off.
I'm trying to, I'm trying to talk to them in a calm
Yeah.
You
demeanor,
can't do
in a
that
way
with
that
no
they can
donkeys, man.
understand.
They freaking animals. What you mean?
Yo,
Oh
this
shit.
is funny.
When you need a
Oh
donkey to
shit.
make, hey, when you need a donkey to mine, you whoop his ass or you get on his ass.
Hey, shout out to you, really. Shout out to you, bro.
Hey, I'm
Shout
gonna
out to
get off
you.
so you can let somebody else go. I just don't like that y'all let that dude come in here with that whack ass line of questioning and didn't answer his little sorry ass questions. We got games that motherfuckers gonna be playing. That's all that matters. The motherfuckers don't do nothing but buy Spider-Man. Fuck them.
Why don't they play Returnal? What's happened to Returnal? I don't see any more
Bro, ain't
PS5
nobody
shares.
playing that shit. That's my whole point. And the motherfuckers know
Yeah,
too.
bro. Like, well, I don't see any more PS5 shares of all of the reflection off of Ratchet's
Motherfucker,
helmet.
ain't
Like,
nobody
where
playing
are
that
they?
shit. If they did play
Come
it,
on,
it
bro.
was
I
over in the
want to see these
weekend.
on my timeline.
What the fuck, nigga?
Yeah,
Hey,
one
we got
weekend.
motherfucker Forza and Halo. That shit's on everything else. Why y'all motherfuckers can't just say that? Motherfuckers gonna be playing it.
Hey,
Ain't
bro,
nobody gonna be playing
I
that
tried to
bullshit
tell him,
Sony
bro.
drop. The
I
motherfuckers
tried
ain't
to
playing
tell him.
Demon Souls no more.
Yo,
I tried to tell him so nicely,
really,
brother. Hey,
I gotta give you a
but you
follow,
saying it
bro.
better
Yo,
than I
I
could,
think
bro.
Nigga
You
don't
said
follow me because you done unfollowed me twice.
Who? Me?
Who said
I don't.
that? Cause
I never followed you.
you sounded
Wait,
like university, right? Hey,
nah, I am
yeah,
university.
okay, yeah. Don't follow me because you followed me twice and unfollow me. So just
I never
yes, you
followed you.
have. Hey
Stop it.
man, hey,
I don't know who you are.
hey, bro. Just keep it, bro. bro. You done follow me and unfollow me twice. All right.
Who the hell are you?
I'm
What do
the
you mean
same
unfollow
dude
you,
that
unfollow
you
you
say,
back?
hey, bro, I like you. Hey, follow me. I say, follow me back. You unfollow me 2 days later. And then in another spaces, you say, follow your boy. I follow you. I say, but follow your boy back this time. and then you unfollow me again. So keep your follow, boy.
That's cap, bro. That's cap. That's hella cap. Like I don't
Bro,
even
hey,
I don't
bro,
even follow
I'll
people
take a
like that.
screenshot of the followers app. Your ass follow. I don't have no problem with you, bro. I don't have
Please,
no problem
please
with you,
do it.
bro.
Do it.
Hey, you
It's
rep
all right.
Xbox. You get in here and you try your best with these ponies, bro. And you, hey, mute this guy, destroy that guy. That dude ain't talking about shit. But I don't want you following me, bro.
All right, bro. I
But
got
I'll
you,
get in your
man. I
spaces. I'll
got you,
listen,
man.
but don't follow me. I'm not gonna follow you no more. Three's not a charm.
All right,
Thanks,
bro.
man.
All right, guys.
Hey, did we miss anybody? Anybody that didn't get to speak want to say
No, my
something real?
stomach hurt, bro. I can't.
Upper
Y'all
room. I
niggas
see Upper room requested. Hey, wait, who was it? Dr. Emmett. We ain't
I
gonna
got
be
you.
here
I
too
would
much
follow me
longer,
twice. I'm
man.
like, bro, I never seen nobody
Hey,
named
I ain't trying to be
but
like
it's
some of
okay.
these other Twitter spaces, man. They be on for like 5 or 6 hours. I'll be halfway through my work shift, bro, and like they be like, "Dang, they still on?" But nah.
Hey man, the boys entertain you, man.
I
Don't be
got one
fronting. They
question for
entertaining
Yo,
your
everybody.
ass.
god
I'm
dang, I was
working
ready to
right
go.
now.
Hold on real quick.
Hey,
Can
yeah, for
anybody?
real.
Hey,
Can
I follow
anybody?
everybody, so real, like you ain't gotta unfollow me, bro. Y'all funny,
Nah, man,
man.
we cool, man. It's just
I
him.
know, I know, y'all.
He
I'm
be
just
like,
saying it's funny.
follow me, and then I follow him. He unfollow me. I follow him
Yeah,
again. He
I
unfollow me.
know, but I'm just
Logical.
making it. Look, it was funny for the night,
That's
bro.
logical. But see, you my man. You follow me, I follow. We still, hey, ain't no tic tacking. You know what I'm saying? We've been following each other since I've been with y'all dudes when y'all first started this stuff. All right, man.
Yeah, I'm just laughing, man. It's 12 o'clock at night for me. It's funny. Hey,
No,
I just
wait,
want to say this
logical.
real quick. Hold on, Jimmy.
Logical. You met him before?
Yeah, we be in space kicking it. I hear him all the time. I ain't heard him this real
You
though.
been in my
This
spaces
the
before?
first. Real is normally calm. He'll get in, but he wasn't in what he is tonight. But that.
Yeah, 'cause I never
Bro,
heard
I
him.
don't.
Wait a minute. Go
Hey,
ahead,
that's
man.
why I'm telling you to get on his ass. University.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
laid back, bro.
Okay.
And the
Hey.
dudes who I be in spaces with, they don't really tolerate kids like Thrash coming through. They just kick him out because he on that bullshit. But I'm about that. I done been on his show before. I know what he about.
Yeah.
But he ain't got
Hey.
no good arguments, man. He gonna jump in the
Yeah.
Xbox thing, and y'all motherfuckers can't just tell him that we got shit that motherfuckers is actually gonna be playing.
Yeah.
That's the motherfucking leverage
No,
we're gonna be using.
we
Be it
do.
Game Pass,
Look,
For
be
longer
it
than a
Thrash.
weekend.
PC,
Look,
be it
look,
console.
I got
look,
Go
a
to
question
your
for the
little one
whole
and
entire
dones.
group.
Hey, hold
look,
on. Let
look,
me say something real
low
quick.
key.
Let me say
Thrash the
something real quick.
homie though. Thrash the homie. That's why we
Yeah.
let him talk because he the homie.
I
And we go back.
like Thrash,
Me and
bro.
Thrash go back and forth like that. That's how we became homies because we
Yo,
started out
shout out to
going back
Thrash.
Yeah.
and
Shout out to
forth.
Thrash.
Go ahead,
We
logical.
had a debate together where we debate each other. I've been on his show. He been on our show. So
Now your mic not working,
so
Nah,
when
I
he
logical.
didn't gonna
came
Go
let
ahead, bro.
Post
in,
finish his.
that's where I was like, oh shit, because I knew what he was on. Even though he was saying he was gonna chill, I knew what he was on. So I still let him get his shit off. You know what I'm saying? But I understand what
Yeah.
you're saying. Go ahead.
Hey. So to round up that conversation about engagement, something that happened with what's that game with that had the whole issue with the publisher? Uh,
Outriders.
Outriders. Yeah, y'all saw how they was dropping the tweets that, hey man, 9,000 monsters have been killed, 9,000 damage this, boss level that. That's the engagement that everybody is looking for, that PlayStation is looking for, that Xbox is looking for, to make sure that their games are being played, because the more you in, the more chances you got to spend. It's kind of like you ain't gonna
Yeah,
sit in
exactly.
no casino for no 10 hours and not play at least one game.
They ain't gonna let
And
you
that's what they
sit in a
looking
casino
for.
if you ain't engaged. If you ain't
Yeah,
spending no money in
you
the
just it's
casino,
just not gonna
they tell
happen.
you
You
to
gonna
get the fuck out.
Guys,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's what they're looking for. And so when we talk about the success of game, we're talking about the engagement, how long these people are gonna be playing.
you're
Halo is gonna
absolutely
be
right.
played all freaking day. Forza is gonna be played all freaking day. So when we
But
talk about the
also, if you're
success,
playing
hold on, Yumi.
Halo,
When
you
we talk,
can't
hold on.
play a PlayStation
Right,
game.
but when you talk about a success of the year at 2021, people are going to be more engaged with Halo and Forza than they will be than any other game at any point in time in its release. So when you talk about success, that's what they're talking about.
Hey,
You are
logical.
Yeah.
you're
Hey, logical.
absolutely right on everything that you were saying right there.
Just to
Let me just
piggyback on
ask
what
this
you're saying,
question to the
right?
whole entire group.
Hey, hold
The
on,
bit,
Evan. One second. I just want to piggyback on what Logical is saying, right? So PlayStation, they got all the sales. They sell the most consoles. They sell a lot of software, right? Majority of the bigger titles they sell best on PlayStation, right? We're not debating that. But listening to Jim Ryan's
He's
interview,
frustrated.
it sounds like he wants what Xbox has. He's not happy with the sales. He wants what's on the other side of the street.
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong?
For all them
You are
sales that they
absolutely
That's
right.
right, because
Because
what
if you
what
think
he's
about it,
saying is
ultimately in the end, the top number one selling game of all time is Minecraft. Period.
Engagement.
176 million copies. How many God of Wars have they sold? 25 million? 30 million?
20.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
20. He
You're
said
talking
10
about,
to 20.
you're
He said
talking
they gave
about
Hey,
the
and real,
majority of people that are listening to this conversation here are over the age of 25, guys. Do you really think that a bunch of children
I
care
hope.
about your console war?
nah. But listen, but I want to make a point. I want to make this point too, right? Because I was shout out to Jay Barry and them, right? You know, I posted that tweet and what Sean Layden was talking, but I was listening to Sean Layden, and they were talking about like PlayStation domination and PlayStation sales, and he was like, yeah, but we want something bigger than that. We want engagement. we want to put games on PC so we can reach a broader audience. He was like, I'm not happy with 100 million when there's 100 more million on PC that could play our games on PlayStation. So I kind of put things in perspective. Like I think as consumers, we try to be analysts and we try to measure success, but I don't think we're using the right tools to measure success.
Because we
That's just
don't
me.
You're
have
Yeah,
access
absolutely
because
to
right.
what
all
they
the
don't
But
data.
people keep on talking
what
about
they don't
We
understand is
don't.
numbers, but none of them
sales are
matter.
one-time figures, right? You don't know how much God of War, for example, how many of those God of War sales, that 20 million sales, was full price $60? How much of those was $20 sales,
Exactly.
Yeah.
or when the
I bought
price
for
dropped
20
or whatever? We
bucks.
don't know. Exactly. So like that's the problem. You see, so Microsoft saying, man, we make these big games, and a lot of people either lend them from their friend, buy them on the aftermarket or whatever from Craigslist or eBay or GameStop or whatever the case may be, or basically just wait until it's pennies to buy it, and we don't really make back any money from that.
One
So
sale,
what's the
that's it.
point of doing that when we can put them on a subscription, and like what you said, the engagement. If a lot of people say, oh, well, we don't like subscription games as a service, and I'm like, that's cap. Grand Theft Auto 5 is a game as a service. Rainbow Six Siege,
Fortnite.
Fortnite. You go down all of the biggest games right now, Apex Legends, COD, Warzone, all of the biggest
Games
games
as a service.
are live
Yo,
service
That's a good
speaking
games.
the
point.
truth.
Destiny,
Actually,
Destiny. So that's crap when they try to say that, oh, people don't. You think people prefer to spend full price $70 for a Ratchet and Clank game, which is a good game, by the way, but you only get like 8 to 10, 12 hours out of it. You finish it in one day and you never pick it back up again. Give me a break. I
Hey,
prefer to have
let
Halo
me say
Infinite
something right quick,
where I
because
can play 5 years
y'all
from
were
now.
talking about the PC earlier, and y'all were talking about and Uni brought up a good point about some PCs may not be able to handle the games that's coming out today. This is why Xbox is fixing that issue. They can bridge that gap by creating a cloud service for the PC. So that's going to give opportunity for people with the older hardware to be able to just play the game, because the game is going to be played like an Xbox Series X on the Xbox One. So they're going to bridge that gap to make it more efficient for everybody to play it. So you will start seeing Game Pass grow, because they
Forget
got to
about
get
the
past
hardware.
those deficiencies in gaming.
All right,
Yeah,
go ahead,
Think
Starcast.
about
long
think
as you
about
got
the
hardware
poor.
that can
Think about the
encode.
lower income people that can
Go ahead.
access these games. They're not going to throw down $60 every single time. But yes, $15 is a safe bet for you to get what,
bro,
300 games.
that's
And a lot of countries out there aren't playing aren't paying for these $60 games. It's too expensive.
Well, actually, it's more than
They're
$60.
again,
Like
they
in
are a
Australia,
software
it's like
distribution company.
$130.
All right, Starcasm. Go ahead, Starcasm.
Yeah, so in Australia, it's like
Yeah,
$130.
yeah,
So
man.
it's a
I
lot more
just want to
expensive.
apologize for like losing my cool again.
Oh no, we
Maybe,
No, you
love
good.
that.
Oh, you
We
hopefully,
did?
love it. We love
it
bring
wouldn't
that
happen
energy, bro.
again.
Bring that passion.
No, you
Nah,
no.
I'm just
Look.
fucking joking.
No, we different over here, man. Get. That's why I said when real. I say let real get that shit off. Let him get his shit off, bro. Like,
a post.
Yeah.
if you gotta exude that type of energy, then do it. Though I don't care about that, man. It's all about
Can
No,
I
getting your shit
I was
out.
just fucking.
can I
No,
say
I just
one
Yeah,
more
wanted to
thing?
actually say.
yeah.
Oh,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead.
Star.
Go.
Go ahead, Star.
Oh, nah. I just wanted to like say like, man. Look, man, they're just gonna have to just hold on to last gen and Metacritic because that's all they're gonna have left by the end of the day. Like over the turn coming
Oh,
in,
they love last
moving
gen.
into 2022. You remember what they said? There ain't gonna be really no drought. It's gonna be game after game after game, whether it's a 3 month, whether it's quarterly, it's gonna be games for the Xbox brand. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
both consoles are still selling out, so it's like, what's the big deal? Yeah, PlayStation's in more markets. So what? We in the United States here. We talking about
Hey,
United States. We good.
I ain't
can
in
I
You know what I'm
can I say
saying?
I
one
don't live
can I
in
say one more
UK.
thing?
I
I
got a
don't live
question.
in
What's the Metacritic for Fortnite?
I don't
Can I
care
say
what the Metacritic for Fortnite is.
Exactly. No one gives a shit about the
I don't
Metacritic.
care
That's
about
why
it.
it's the most
exactly.
popular game right
You know what
now.
I'm saying? I'm just saying that the drought is gonna be over with. You can't use that no more. You know what I'm saying? And they gotta
You're
stop using
absolutely right.
specific territories to prove a point. That shit is corny. Like, come on, man.
You're
Hey
We
yo,
supposed to
absolutely
be
right on
adults
so
here.
many
Like,
levels.
can I get some off my chest?
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Yeah, look, bro. So what bothered me a little bit, man. I mean I respect everybody's opinion, but I hear a lot of people, especially here on Twitter, they just have nothing but negative things to say about subscription services and games. I hear a lot of people talk about supporting the devs this, supporting the devs that, right? But I don't think they realize how much of that $60 developers don't get. The publishers get paid first, and they got to cover the marketing cost, the cost of development,
Yeah.
et cetera, right? But
Yeah,
then,
they got to recoup before they. Yeah, go ahead.
but some of these same people will go and buy a used game from GameStop or borrow games from their friends,
Oh
right?
man, don't tell me that, man.
Bro,
I just got a
bro,
Yo,
PlayStation 4,
you can't
man. Oh
you
man.
can't be out here preaching
But I
support the
always say
dev
that.
and then borrowing games and buying used
Because
games,
it's
bro.
just
You got
cap.
to you got to be
It's just cap.
consistent, brother.
You never heard of supporting the dev because Game Pass started going
Yeah.
off. So people started really effing with
Hey, can I
Xbox.
say
Yeah,
one more
they
thing?
they
So
they
like
they scared of they
last
scared of they
gen.
But you
scared
can't
of they scared of the Xbox. They
listen.
scared of that shit.
I'm gonna say here, you can't be behind on child support talking about support the devs. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is like last gen, they love to hit me with the well, where's Xbox Game of the Year? So I'll be hitting them with this. What PS5 game won Game of the Year? Exactly. So don't tell me about last gen. Don't tell me about one time they're telling me they don't like old games, and then now every time they talk to me about
but
PlayStation,
Alan
they bring up
Wake.
old games.
Wait up, wait
They
up.
telling me about what happened with Ghost of Tsushima. I'm like, that's an old ass game. Don't tell me nothing about an old game. We're on to the future, bro. We're in the present. I don't have a DeLorean. See what I'm saying? So stop telling me this shit about 2-3
Yo, let
years
me
ago.
ask you a question. Any of y'all losing sleep over your favorite game having a low Metacritic score?
No,
Nope.
I don't
Nah.
care.
Like exactly.
Fusion
Like I
Fridge is
played.
still one of the dopest games. The family party game I didn't play, bro. And that shit was
Yeah, like
got
Hey,
it.
but
Yeah.
yo,
hey,
these
but
narratives,
who's that?
what I'm saying is these narratives ain't gonna change. They gonna stay using
Sarcasm.
this shit. Yeah.
Sarcasm. Check this out though, right? So, you know, Metacritic scores brag a lot in the PlayStation community, right? But when Xbox games score high, it's kind of swept under the rug. Like Forza Horizon is known for high Metacritic. Ori, the Blind Forest, Death's Door. We just got Death's Door this year. It scored very high.
Hey,
Psychonauts
Psychonauts.
2.
I got something to say
But
about that, Noah.
yeah.
Right here. So here's some. I think
Sniping.
you all give you gamers give PlayStation way more credit than it actually has, and then when you take things as truth when there's no truth behind it.
Hey,
And the reason I say this because this this
Oh my
this
god.
idea that
no, I'm not trying to
this
cut y'all off.
Let him
Hold
get
on,
his shit off.
University. I gotta go. That's why I gotta go. Real shit, real shit. No disrespect. For real, nobody. I'm on my mom. I
No
gotta go.
disrespect, no
No, thrash
respect. I
on
have
him.
no
Thrash
respect.
on him.
Hey, I just want to say, hey, good spaces. I hope y'all had a good day. Xbox University's gamer score is
Oh my goodness.
10,253. The last
Oh
game
my
he played was
God.
Psychonauts 2.
Oh
Whoa.
shit.
All I'm gonna say is y'all listening to this nigga and he don't even game. I'm just saying you niggas now.
Nigga.
Nigga.
First of all,
Hey,
No,
that's
it's not
cap.
Thrash,
cap,
I'm gonna
nigga. I
pull up.
got you.
That's cap.
What's your score
Thrash,
then?
I'm
No,
gonna
no.
What's your score then?
First of all,
What's
that's so
okay? Post
cap
this. I
because
got you.
that's
I
not
got
my
you. Shit,
last
I'll
game that
post
I
bro.
it.
played.
Bro.
So
I'll
Bro.
post it.
what's
I'll
my
post
gamer
it.
tag?
Oh
Post
shit.
it.
Okay, I'm gonna
Post
post
it.
it. I'm gonna post it.
Post it.
Hey,
Why
I'm
we
gonna
hey,
post
talking
it.
about
Thrash,
it?
I'm
Do
gonna
it.
pull
All right,
up to the round table, fuck nigga.
pull up for sure, for sure.
All right.
Hey, shout out to all y'all niggas except University. He's not a real gamer, but all y'all niggas, shout out to y'all niggas. I'll holler at y'all niggas.
All right,
Hey,
love,
shout
Man,
love.
get
out to
off
you,
the
bro.
mic.
Shout
Look,
out to you. Appreciate you
Hey,
coming in.
Thrash, you gonna
You
shout me
fuck
out. Give me a
nigga.
follow back, bro.
Niggas gonna talk about last game I played is Psychonauts when I literally just said the game I'm playing right now is Back for Blood and NBA
That's what he
2K.
went and did.
But
He went and hopped on
okay,
the Xbox
all
and
right,
searched the
bye,
profile.
boy.
That
Anyway,
nigga Thrash funny as hell,
continue.
man.
Hey,
Hey, but who
All
was
right,
talking?
Hey,
Jamar?
didn't y'all
hey,
start
Spit,
out
my
talking
homie
about?
Spit was talking. My homie
Hey,
Spit was talking. Go ahead and finish up, Spit.
The only point I want to get off is that um you got to challenge some of these things that people are holding as true that are not true. This idea that PlayStation has already sold more, this idea that their mind share is so big, and all of this stuff, that stuff is not universally true. And when you think about platforms are a combination of hardware and software, bar none. That's it. So if your hardware is the only gate to play your games, your console and your brand does not penetrate as far in the market as you think it does, which is the
There's a
which
bottleneck.
is the reason why
Talk,
they're going in the direction they're trying to go. That is the
talk,
reason why. So
talk.
these things that people are putting out as if they're facts, like PlayStation sold more consoles, that's not necessarily true. And you also have to remember that even when you see those numbers on how many consoles are sold, console owners subsidize consoles with their live service, with
Mm,
Xbox Live and with PS Live.
mm,
So
talk.
if those numbers don't match, they're losing money when it comes to those consoles sold. That's how they make the thing work,
Mm,
by subsidizing that price.
That's the homie. And I want to
Hey, you
say this.
earned
I
the
want to
follow, man.
No
elaborate.
always
You earned the
bet.
Hold
I
on.
follow.
appreciate you,
Hold
bro.
on.
Well,
I
Well,
want
to
to.
be fair,
eloquently.
to
Hold
be
on.
PlayStation, they just did a
Hold on.
revision that made the one of
I,
them be able to
I,
get
I want. I
And
profit,
want to
that
elaborate on
no
what
profit
he
matter
could
how
be a
said.
slim.
dime per console. We don't know how much.
I,
Yeah, no, no,
So
I'm not saying it, no matter how
yeah.
slim, but I
I
just
want
want
to
to be fair
Oh
to
elaborate
yeah,
on
yeah,
what
yeah.
PlayStation.
bro said.
But all I'm
I,
saying is what he's saying is right. There's a bottleneck. Like
hold
Jim
on.
Ryan, he did all
Am I
of these
still low?
PlayStation fanboys that come out here
Yo,
screeching about
Space
how many
tripping.
that
I'm
they
gonna jump
buy
out and come
games and
back
they
in.
buy games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hold on.
If they buy games, they buy games, they buy games. Well, if you buy so much games, why does Jim Ryan still sound like he's not
Because he's not
satiated?
buying.
Why
They're
is he
not buying
sounding
their
like
games. That's why.
enough? Yeah, they're not buying enough because they're like, oh, 20 million games. So 20 million ain't enough for Jim
Can I
Ryan.
say something?
See what I'm saying? So he wants to reach hundreds of
Can I
millions
say
now.
something?
He doesn't mean that he's gonna get hundreds of millions of people to buy the game at $70 a
Look,
pop. What he's trying to say is we're gonna do something similar to what Xbox
I
is doing.
want.
We want to build an ecosystem where more people can get in at a lower cost that they can engage with our stuff where they won't have time because everybody has only a certain amount of money and a certain amount of time each week to dedicate to entertainment. If we can get you to dedicate most of your time to entertainment on our platform, there's less for you to spend money or spend time in other people's platform, and that's why engagement is so
I,
necessary in
I,
what they
I
want
want.
for their
Can
business model. That's why Netflix is getting into gaming because they realize that damn people aren't engaging with Netflix like they used to. They used to spend like 40 hours a week watching Netflix, but now because of Fortnite and these different live service games, they're spending less and less time. So we need to get into gaming too, and that's
Yo,
what
it's
they're doing.
crazy. Yo, it's crazy that my bro speak because Jim Ryan used those very exact words, gated. The word gated in terms of the community or other people outside of the community that access games in other ways on other devices are kind of gated off from their content. And it's funny that these PlayStation dudes, they get on these spaces and they celebrate these.
Wait, is Postup
Y'all
talking?
can't hear me?
I
Y'all
can hear
can't hear
you.
me?
I can
Yeah, I
hear
can
you.
hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
good.
Okay.
I
Okay.
can't hear him. That's
I
crazy. I'm like, why is
and
everybody silent?
it's funny.
Uh,
It's funny that these PlayStation dudes they get up here and they celebrate UK numbers and all this stuff, and then Jim Ryan comes out with this interview where he say, "I'm frustrated. These very same numbers and ideal that Sony is cool with the traditional model." Jim Ryan came out and said this model doesn't work anymore because this model that the Sony fanboys celebrate on Twitter and on these podcasts that said Sony because the PlayStation 4 reached 120 million, Spider-Man sold 13 million, other games sold 20 million. They say, well, the traditional model is working for Sony, so they don't need to do what Microsoft is doing. We're selling all these type of numbers, and then Jim Ryan comes and take over the company and say, look, nah, this don't work for us. This traditional model is not working for
But
us.
that's the question,
These
folks.
numbers, these
Is
numbers
it?
that these ponies are celebrating, these not working for us. Our reach need to be much farther than what is reaching. And then they say, well, then they try to laugh at Microsoft saying they want to reach 2 billion gamers. Well, when I listen to that comment,
I'm gonna leave and come back
when
because I
I
can't hear
listen to
Toast,
that
man, and he
comment,
probably
I
spitting
don't
some
take that
bars.
comment serious. I take it in terms of we strive for perfection, even though we know we can't be perfect. You strive for perfection, even though you attain it. So you can't attain it. So we want to reach 2 billion gamers, but will we actually reach it? No. Will we try to reach as many as we can? Yes. And that's saying, and what Jim Ryan was saying with 100 millions is in line with the same thing Phil been saying for the last year that Pony's been clowning him for. Jim
But
Ryan
Post,
comes out. Go ahead. Go ahead.
check this, Post. What if the question is that the traditional model really ain't working? Like, because you got to put it like this in perspective. Nintendo, when they sell a console, meaning they switch, they make a profit off of
Yeah.
every Switch sold, whereas Sony and Microsoft don't.
Right.
They have to catch back. They got to get the back end of that with
software
sales.
Nope.
So what if that is really not working for Sony anymore? It's still
not.
working for Nintendo because, yo, even their games. Come on, look at the game they just put out, that Metroid game. Like,
well,
that shit ain't cost millions to make.
That's
Like,
what Jim
and I'm
Ryan
talking
was
about
telling.
right.
That's
the hint. Is that's what he is? That the question is that I have is that what he's really trying to say? That yo, our traditional model really ain't working for us like that. We're investing mad millions into these games, these AAA titles, but we only pushing 20 million out of 100 million freaking consoles out there.
Well, the industry is changing, right? All industries been changed.
Oh, of course.
I think gaming is it's like probably the last one that's kind of moving to services in the cloud. Every other industry then moved to services in the cloud already. If you look at just take Apple Music for example, it used to be exclusive
Do
to
they do
Apple hardware.
close? They do
Now,
close
now,
as a
now,
service.
now it's on Android. Now it's on Android. If you look at Apple TV Plus, when it came out, it was exclusive to Apple hardware. Now that Apple Plus TV app is accessible across all devices now. And so it's about not gating your content. When you're trying to get your content in them as many hands as possible, it can no longer be exclusive to the hardware. It can't be hardware driven. So the content itself becomes the platform. How you access that content is up to you, whether it's through a PlayStation 5, whether it's through a tablet, telephone, TV app, all that. And I know Sony did that
So
before.
do you think Jim is fighting with the big wigs at
No, he ain't
Sony, the
fighting.
old Japanese heads at Sony? Maybe
Because
he
this
wants to change it up?
No.
because the
He's not.
the
I can answer
CEO
that.
of Sony
Jimmy,
came out and
Yeah.
said he
They
started
told
this.
him.
The new
Yeah.
CEO of Sony started, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why ponies don't read. He said we're switching to engagement. We're no longer in the penny pinching of the
Yeah, that's
hardware
not Jim Ryan.
business.
That's
He said,
CEO.
yeah, this the CEO of Sony said we're no longer in the penny pinching of the hardware business. He said that
Right.
in the interview in an article. So what did he do? He went and partnered with Microsoft. What we're gonna do with Microsoft? Okay, we're gonna give you some of our imaging chips because we know you use Connect now with Azure for the business sector, right? To do inventory, right? So you can use some of our imaging chips. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna share cloud technology.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna allow us to use Azure to build our infrastructure so we can reach and maintain the amount of people that I know we're going to hit when we start our service because our infrastructure now can only support up to 5 million subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
Only 5 million. That's where we throw it out. The
So
reason why
check
we
this
had
out.
hold on. The reason why we had to remove the tablet, the cell phone, the TV application, the reason why we had to stop doing that for PS Now is because the further you got away from our data center, the horrible the experience
Mm-hmm.
was. And we didn't have enough data center spread it out to support that, right? So what happens? You have PS Now that was out for 8 years before Microsoft or anybody or even Google was even in the game, right? Throughout that whole 8 years, they were stuck at 700,000 subscribers. They put God of War on there and they went to 2 million. That showed them when
Mm-hmm.
they saw that and they saw them numbers go from 700,000 to 2 million when they dropped God of War on the service, that showed them that's what they game, that's what their community was. I don't care what the hardcore ponies say on Twitter,
Yeah.
because their PlayStation base spread way beyond Twitter, way beyond us. That showed them that there was room for services like Game Pass and Cloud in their community when they saw that. So it's going to happen. They just got to get their
So
infrastructure in place in order to for them to be able to support the demand that it's going to garner.
Hey,
so here's my question then. If Sony follows the route of what Microsoft is doing and create their own Game Pass, you think it's too late? You think they could catch up to 30
yeah.
million?
Hey, let me answer
The
that.
rumored 30
Let me
million?
answer that.
No.
Yeah, wait. It may not be a quick 30 mil, but yes, look, the world says there's enough infrastructure or enough room for subscription services. The market said it. The market says there is. So when you're talking about 3 billion players or however many billions of players, there's always room for another subscription coming in, and that's the reason why you got Amazon trying to poke their head in the race. You got Google trying to poke their head in the race. It's not a Microsoft Sony thing. Sony left that on the table and said, "Hey, we're not competing against these dudes anymore. This is not our race. Our race is to beat the Amazons and the Googles of the world." So, and it goes back to what you were saying. This stuff is getting And 10 cents. yeah. This stuff is
Yeah, they
getting
even said
super
they was
expensive.
competing with PC.
Yeah,
But why not side with like Google instead of siding with Microsoft? That's my thing.
Because
they do the same thing. They offer the same services. There's no
no,
point.
the
There's
enemy
literally
of my
no
enemy
point.
is my friend.
Yeah, there's no point for that's a Sony conversation. Why don't they partner with them? And I'll tell you why. Now, hold on. Let me answer this real quick. I work in the industry, so I can tell you why they prefer Microsoft. It's a bigger infrastructure. They have tried it with other servers. They have tried to dodge going to Microsoft using other service. They had no
Yep.
choice.
Amazon.
Yep.
Yep.
I got a question for you, Post Up. Didn't your boy just say that he was gonna post my gamer tag? I'm still waiting for it.
He gonna pay for
Oh,
it.
so what you're saying that
Hey,
this hold nigga on. lies?
nah, he gonna post it. He might not post it on Twitter.
He ain't gonna post my gamer tag. I don't know who gamer tag he posted, but I want to see it. Hey, but they've been trying to dodge. They've been trying to dodge Microsoft because the optics of it.
You choppy, Z.
Hold on,
Choppy,
Z. Let me get this out. They
No, I'm about to leave. I just want to say one thing. I'm about to leave. Hold on. There's only
go ahead,
two sentences.
AK.
Yeah. All right. Shout out to everybody here. Tomorrow I will be hosting an Xbox self-defense class.
This guy right here. I'm asleep. It's so stupid.
Yo, you better get that pony
Yeah, I'm
prevention line
telling
up.
you. Yeah, better stop
What he's
that
gonna
pony
do? Because the
failure.
jujitsu?
Hey,
He's gonna
That's bro,
pony
man.
jujitsu.
yeah, they
That's
tried
bro,
to
love, bro.
they tried to stop this whole Microsoft thing because the optics look bad, and so they didn't want to
Yeah.
do that. But they had, like I
They
explained
had
to
to.
my brother, they have the biggest infrastructure. It's been in place for a long time. This is what they do, and because they're also a gaming community, they understand how to make the servers work for the gaming community. It makes no sense for them to use Google or to use Amazon when they don't have the type of service or it's not in place the way Microsoft has set theirs up.
Yeah, it wasn't for them to give. You got Google coming in on Microsoft and Sony turf.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that you got. So look, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Even though they cool, they not enemies. For real, like, because they do other businesses
Right.
together outside of gaming.
Of course,
Sony
Microsoft is bigger than that.
Sony was there when Sony was there at Microsoft when Microsoft was showing them their VR technology and all that. So they work with each other on so many different levels. We just create this enemy narrative. But if I'm gonna work with anybody, I'm gonna go work with Microsoft because one, me alone, I don't have the money to invest in data centers right now. That's like a 10 or a 15-year initiative. And I'll be playing catch up for the next 20 years trying to match with
But they don't
Amazon
have the
and
money
Microsoft.
also.
And two, they don't have the money to compete with a Google or anything like that. So look, I'm gonna go partner over here with Microsoft. We're gonna work together on cloud technology, and then to fend off these other people that's trying to come in on our turf.
Yep.
That's just a more logic thing to do. It's just a more logic thing to do.
I totally agree. And what I'm trying to tell people is this. See, it's not that like what you said, Google and Microsoft, right, is bigger than that. Microsoft is a company that's 20 something times bigger than than Sony. So when I keep telling people that Microsoft is not the underdog, they just have great PR. Like I keep telling people, like Microsoft is not the good guy here. They got sued twice for antitrust. And trust me, I know a lot about this because of my background. But anyway, they got sued twice for antitrust, right? And another thing that they realized, like the other day, there was a story that got leaked, right, about how Microsoft was going to work with AMD for the first Xbox, and they invited them to the
Yo,
reveal
I'm
in
doing a
the front
video
seat,
about that.
in the,
I'm
hold
doing
on,
a video about that.
in the front row, and make them sat there just to tell them, nah, we're going with Intel. Just to, Microsoft is what is it? When I tell you
They
Microsoft is
pulled a
cutthroat,
Super Nintendo. That's how
At the
Sony was birthed.
last minute, bro. At the
That's
last minute.
that's how
right?
the
So,
PlayStation was created.
yes.
Nintendo.
My point.
Wait, they did that for what though? For
They
the
did
new
that to
console or the
AMD.
one previous one?
For the
The
original
original
Xbox.
The
Xbox.
original
Oh,
Xbox.
okay, got you,
What's
got
going
you.
on?
But
I'm trying to tell people like Xbox, Microsoft, Xbox, Phil Spencer. He's a nice guy. He seems like a nice guy, but you're not his. He's not your boss. See what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like I keep telling people, keep thinking that Microsoft is a good guy. That's just great PR. They just have one of the best PR firms in the world.
yeah.
See what I'm saying?
You know
They
me,
are
I
cutthroat.
want
They
Microsoft to bust shots back. You know me.
they
Shit.
are.
No, you don't have to.
For
It's
example,
certain
like
ways
this
to do
year,
that. You don't have to.
like this
It's certain ways you can do that without having to be to blatantly do it. You just let your
Oh, of
money and
course.
all
exactly.
that shit work for you, bro.
Yep.
Exactly, because what they're doing is like you see that this year they let Sony acquire. Sony acquired like 5 different studios this year, and everybody like, oh, that's great, that's great, that's great. And then now the ponies are getting this false sense of security, like we don't have nothing to worry about. Oh, these bots say they're gonna have an acquisition, nothing happened.
Mm.
And I'm like, y'all don't learn because last year the same thing happened where they was like, oh, this is in the bag, and they made y'all got this false sense of security that look, this generation is gonna be the same thing, and then they drop Bethesda on your head. You see what I'm saying?
The
So at
biggest
the end of
purchase
the
in
day,
gaming, one of the
yeah.
biggest
So
purchases
so I keep
outside
telling
of
them,
Tencent.
Microsoft ain't out here buying shit that nobody here heard of, like Fire Sprite and stuff like that. They want IP. You see what I'm saying? They want IP.
yo,
That's the
yo.
purpose of them.
Shots fired.
Their service.
Say they
No,
don't
no,
bought
but that's
Purple
the
I
truth.
Sprite.
mean,
I'm just
they
being real.
ran back devs they fired. They let
Yeah,
go. That's basically what they doing. But go ahead, go ahead.
yeah. So yeah, my point is they want IP.
Mm-hmm.
Like the point of IP is that like that's the most important thing. IP, talent, and technology. So what they want is they want IP that what you can only find on their service. That's why Disney Plus is successful
Yep.
because them bastards went out and they got Marvel, they got Pixar, they got
Yeah, they went
ESPN,
and
they got
brought
Hulu,
Fox. They
they got
brought
Fox
Fox.
for 70. So I keep telling people, if Disney was willing to spend $70 billion to get Fox, and they're a $300 billion company, what is a $2.8 trillion company
Yep.
willing to do to make sure their service catches on?
Constantly
Yeah,
fed.
that's a
It's
good point,
constantly
bro.
fed with games.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't forget
Like
them game engines.
they don't
Yeah, they
understand
bought
that.
all the
Like
game
they
engines.
think
Yep.
all these
Hey,
Yep.
ponies think that Microsoft is somehow out here for their feelings, and I'm telling them, I'm like, listen, Microsoft was coming from a position of weakness last generation. Now they like I said, they caught up. This year, when in June, when they released the estimated number, then they say it was estimated 6.5, which means it could be higher than that. And PlayStation was at 10. I said Microsoft already caught 15% market share without releasing a major game. Think about that. If you think that Game Pass isn't a big deal, Microsoft caught up 15% because last gen they was outsold 2 to 1, like 50%. So now it's 65. It's 65 to 35. That means they got 15% without releasing a major title. What's gonna happen this holiday when
When
PlayStation have no
Forza
major shit?
that's a
when
good
Forza
Exactly.
and
question.
Halo drop.
Hey,
Yo,
let me get
January 1st, what do
real
you
quick. Let me
think the
get
Game
Freddie
Pass
J
numbers
in
are
here.
gonna be?
Hey, let me get Freddie J in. He got his hands up. I don't think he got to speak yet. Hey, yo, Freddie,
Morgan Khan, I see you down there, the beautiful
Yeah,
Morgan
laughing.
Khan.
Everybody.
Yeah,
She
I
can
see you
laugh.
down there, sweetheart. What's good, Queen?
Women lie, men lie, numbers don't.
Yo, what's up, Freddie?
Yo, what's up? Can you hear me clearly? Just want to check.
Yeah.
I appreciate you having me on. This is my first time being in your space, bro. So yeah,
Appreciate you
appreciate it.
coming through, brother.
Yes, sir. I do want to start the pot a little bit because I've been listening for a while. Just give you my my short 2-second history. I am a PlayStation gamer.
Know that.
Yes, sir. Yes,
As soon
sir.
as you
But
said stir the pot.
I own the 360 and I got an Xbox One S right. I mean Series S right now. So yeah, I do play on Xbox sometimes. Question. Y'all notice that y'all put like y'all spin the executives' words a lot? Like when have Jim Ryan ever specifically said that he was frustrated with the
There they
sales?
go.
Actually, no. What he said? No. I got you. What Jim Ryan said was that he's frustrated because he wants they make some of the best entertainment in the world, and he would like to see a day where instead of 10 to 20 million, hundreds of millions of people get to experience their games. That's what he said. So my point is that means he's not happy with the performance of the games right now, correct?
And the
Because if he was
limitations,
happy,
the
he'd be like,
limitations of it.
he would be like, hey, we don't need to do nothing different. Everything is great. Why change? So that's
So he specifically said, and I know I'm stuck on this word, but he specifically said
Let me read.
frustrated.
Let me read you.
No,
Let me read you what he
look.
said.
If you
Let me
don't know
read you
why
what he
he's saying
said.
that they twisted his words, if you don't even know what he
Let
said.
me let me read you what he said. He said we're talking about games stacking up against music. We're talking about games stacking up against movies. He said in a recent interview with Game Industry, music and movies that can be enjoyed by almost limitless audience. And I think some of the art that our studios are making is some of the finest entertainment that has been made anywhere in the world. And to kind of gate, once again, and to kind of gate the audience for the wonderful art, wonderful entertainment that our studios are making, to gate the audience for that at 20 or 30 million frustrates me.
punished by his own words. Continue.
I would love to see a world where hundreds of millions of people can enjoy those games. So this narrative that y'all celebrate about exclusives and games being only exclusive to play, he not with that shit.
No.
And
But the
he's
point
saying
is
that
I want to hear what he got to say.
he's
I
saying
got to hear what he got to
Let me
say,
he
say
man.
this.
just
Let me
said
say this. Hold on. Let me
selling
say this
20
real
to
quick.
30
Post.
million ain't enough.
Look,
It ain't enough.
Post. Let me
Go
tell
ahead,
you.
my bad. Go ahead.
This is what we came back to talking about earlier, brother. They this is coming from the CEO down. This is not a Jim Ryan's words. Remember that.
It's the CEO.
We ain't
Yeah.
twisting his words. He has to say that because this
Tony
is
don't
what
live
the
they live in the
CEO
matrix
is
though.
saying. So he
He in
has
They
that
to
live in the
and
change
that's
matrix
his
though.
language.
Kenichi era.
Because remember,
They live in the matrix.
he said on 3 different
Now, can we
occasions.
hear what he got to say about
Yeah.
that?
Please
The
let's
CEO
Oh,
started this
you're right.
months ago. Years ago.
Hold
Last
on,
year.
Hey, real quick.
Years
I got a
ago.
question for Freddie J now. Now, Freddie J, you came here said you a pony. Are you of the Pegasus variant?
No, he's not.
Pony.
He owns the
Never
Xbox
said I was
Series
a pony.
S. He doesn't. He's not.
Yeah, now I've seen
Nah.
him in other spaces.
Okay,
He just like
so
to have
yeah,
conversation.
Yeah.
yeah. So
The
okay, all right. I never said that Jim Ryan never said he was frustrated.
Yes, he did.
I just want to, thank you for quoting that up, post up.
yeah.
Appreciate that.
The
All
CEO
right.
of Sony, the guy that took over Sony is named Kenichiro Yoshida. He took over years ago after what's the name stepped down. And since then, Jim Ryan is really following, Logic said, he's really following
Mm-hmm.
what the image that the CEO trying to lay out. Because I don't know, y'all follow like the other Yoshida, y'all follow the other heads, but I don't think ponies really actually read some of the interviews of the CEO of Sony.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I got that no longer in the penny pitching the hardware business. That's where I found out 2 years ago that Sony said they was gonna start move away from hardware numbers and focus on engagement. That's how I
Mm-hmm.
knew that they was going to do the same thing that Microsoft was doing because the CEO was saying it. I wasn't listening to the dudes that y'all consider heads of the game studios and shit like that. They gonna fall in line with whatever the CEO. Just
Mm-hmm.
like Phil had to fall in line with the CEO of Microsoft in order for Xbox to still be there right now. He had cloud and services. If gaming ain't doing that, then it ain't a part of Microsoft. So Phil had to fit Xbox around the image of what Nadalia wanted for Microsoft. And
Yes.
that's why you got cloud services and that's why you got Game Pass. The CEO of Sony is practically saying the same thing. And he brought Jim Ryan, a person who in that interview, if you look at his past, what Sony had him doing? Sony had that boy going all around Europe building businesses for Sony, building studios, setting up companies for Sony. So they know who they was bringing in. If he was going all around Europe, building companies and studios and shit and infrastructures and setting all that shit up, then he's a man that can get the job done.
Right.
So CEOs say, okay, I need somebody that can come in and get the job done in terms of what my image is for a PlayStation, and that's Jim
And he's
Ryan.
been there for a minute.
Yep, he's been there for a long ass time. When he was talking about in interviews how Sony had him going around Europe and he was building policies and companies and studios and setting that shit up, the structure, the hiring people. Man, bro, he was doing
It was
all
dudes
that
like
shit.
him that opened up new territories
Bro,
to Sony.
exactly.
New markets.
It was him.
Germany,
It was
all
him.
of that shit. Yeah.
It was him. He was doing that low key. So he's a man that can get the job done. That's why they brought him. That's why they brought him in.
Yep.
That's why they brought him in. And
Okay,
he's been the same philosophy as Phil, whether y'all want to believe it or not, bro.
Okay, to piggyback off that, because you speak facts. Is that not the job of a CEO though? Like no matter if it's gaming or PlayStation.
Well, the argument is not. Hold on. Let me say. The argument is not. Is it the job of the CEO? It's most. That's why they ask you, are you of the Pegasus Nation? Because you're going. A lot of people are just going to deny what he said, and that's not what he said. And like you said, we're twisting the words, and we're not twisting.
We quoted it.
We're quoting, and so that's what you're.
Well,
that's what you.
My
yeah,
thing
go
was
ahead.
when I heard it earlier, it just sounded like people were surprised at the fact that he's saying that he's not satisfied with the sales.
I wasn't surprised.
Okay, because like as a CEO of anything, that's your job. Your job is to increase the sales. You're pretty much a
Not from 20 million to 200
What
million.
kind of ponies that? They don't want to believe it.
Yeah.
Look, I
They
would
don't
say
want to
this.
believe it.
Z had
But let me say this though. The thing is, he's not prioritizing sales though. He's
No.
prioritizing engagement. He
Exactly.
wants more people.
But look, listen.
Play the game.
That is 100% true. And again, that's how Xbox started. They prioritize engagement, and that's why you move into cloud service. That's the mantra that they're moving into, and what we hear from the PlayStation side is saying, no, I hate it. This is not gaming. This is not all this. That's not us saying it. We don't get.
It's not traditional.
Yeah, that's not us making that argument. We don't talk like that. We don't.
Well, I actually do want to. I kind of disagree. Mainly because I don't think streaming services should be a priority of any company.
No, but it's going to be an option.
It's not about the streaming service
not
being
about
priority.
It being a priority.
That's a way to
No, but why not though?
Spotify?
Why not? When you have when you have the Netflix of the world, you have the Hulus, the Disney Plus, and all that stuff. Why not?
I'm glad you brought that up. Let's specifically talk about Netflix. Netflix has always been in debt. And Netflix, let's keep it real. Netflix bring in a lot of money.
Hold on,
all
businesses have debt.
Just turned to profit.
But
Netflix just turned to profit. They are profitable.
Debt is not a
now.
bad thing. Being in debt is not a bad thing.
It's
nope.
All debt is
all
not
businesses have debt.
If I'm borrowing money, if the money I borrow makes me money, then that's good debt.
I
want that type of debt. I don't want debt.
And if it didn't make you money, they wouldn't give it to you.
Exactly.
I don't want
that a $2 trillion company is worried about debt. That's what you're saying?
No, because I don't want y'all to twist my words.
No.
Okay, let
me. Because hold up. When Netflix first started getting the Marvel titles, they started investing even more money into Netflix. They were losing more money. You see what I'm saying? They wasn't turning a profit for nothing, but they knew that they was going to get that money back by investing in themselves. That's all they were doing.
It's facts.
Let them go.
What you're saying is facts. But you have to think about it in this terms too. Netflix, the whole infrastructure is about streaming. So with their business model, of course it makes sense. And I'm an advocate of what Netflix does. You're going to be in debt, but what they're doing is putting all that money into things that's going to give them more money in return. Exactly. That's cool. That's all.
Do you have Netflix?
However, Yes, I do have Netflix. But however,
Okay, there you go.
Okay, I don't have Netflix, but I use Netflix. Okay, so now I want to keep going.
Okay,
Let
that's
him
what's up.
finish.
But
Let him finish.
somebody got it in order for you to have it.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
So,
Hey,
But go
Instigator,
ahead,
can I
continue.
can I can I
Let him
can I
finish.
can I ask him can I ask him
Let him
one can I
finish.
ask him
Let him
one
finish.
thing?
Let him finish.
all these other streaming services, there hasn't really been a streaming service that's been successful as far as profit. Netflix still, even though they have profit over a year, they're still in debt. Of course, yeah, for that we just talked about for specifically for Netflix, it's okay. But let's look at Spotify. Let's look at any other Disney Plus.
Okay,
Disney Plus still make a profit.
I get where you're going, right? I
No
get where you're
streaming
going.
services.
They're
Hold on,
not
let me
profiting,
make it quick. I'm gonna make it quick.
but they're
I
making money.
Netflix is profiting, by
Let
the
him
way.
finish. Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish.
We're talking. You're talking about from year over year. I'm talking about in general of their business.
No, listen. I get what you're saying, right? They're not making profit, but their company is growing. They're getting more and more investors. They're able to borrow more money. Their capital is growing. They're able to hire more people. They're able to get more content. The company
Right.
is growing. They're going to be in debt because that's what their company is based on: borrowing money,
Right.
getting
Let
more
me
content, and making more money off the money they
let,
borrow.
let me say something. Hold on.
I'm going to relate this back to game, okay? Because this is the whole point that I'm
Go
trying
ahead.
to make,
Go ahead.
right? PlayStation, nor do I feel like Xbox should be focusing or not focusing. They shouldn't make streaming a priority. Xbox, we know right now is Game Pass
No,
is
they're
their
not.
priority.
Wait.
Game Pass is.
Hold on. No, I'm gonna hit you with your own stuff, right? What CEO article can you provide that says that Microsoft has prioritized cloud streaming over any other type of gaming consumption?
Game Pass is
Okay.
the
The
priority.
video. Hold on. He asked me a question. I'm finna answer it. The video with Phil Spencer and IGN, right? When the last one that IGN just interviewed Phil Spencer.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pull up the exact quotes because he said a lot of stuff. But that's just one of them. Phil Spencer has been talking about this for a while now.
I've never heard him say he prioritized cloud streaming.
You're twisting
the CEO's words.
Cloud is one.
I want to
Cloud
say something.
is a part of Game Pass Ultimate.
That's only a part of it. That's not.
You guys
like-
are
that's not
getting.
even-
You guys are getting confused. First of all, what I want to say something. Amazon was in debt for 14 years before they turned a profit.
Amen.
Amazon, with their services that they offer now. Now they're one of the biggest subscription-based company in terms of market and selling things in the world right now. Right? I think Walmart is about to flip, but that's neither here nor there. And the CEO of Amazon said future growth is more important than quarterly earnings. So the debt doesn't matter. We know we're going to be in debt. We need to grow our business.
Exactly.
We need to grow our, and it's not about cloud. It's about and people keep thinking it's about cloud gaming is just a part of the overall thing. My Game Pass is the priority. And what they're trying to do is grow subscribers because they know if they get to 50, 60, 70, 80 million, maybe 100 million subscribers, in terms of debt is no longer a problem. They're going to turn a profit. They're not worried about turning the profit now.
Hold on,
the profit is
Netflix is
a
making a
long
profit
term.
though.
I know, but it took them years. I'm just saying, look
I
how
know,
long
right?
Amazon was willing.
Let me piggyback. Let me piggyback on
Look how
what Post
long
is saying, right?
Amazon was in the negatives. Look how long they chose to be in the red. 14 years.
Right.
Can I hit him though? Many companies out
Hold on,
there
let me say this.
that could be in the red for 14 years in order to turn a net profit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me say this, bro.
After
Let me say
14
this.
years,
Once you let's put the business stuff to the side, right? Even in life, bro. In life is all about being in debt. When you get a house, bro, you're getting a mortgage. When you get a car, you're borrowing money to get a car. Is that good debt or bad debt? That's good debt because now you got a way to go to work, get money.
Called an investment. That's good debt investment.
That's good money. That's stuff you want to owe money to because that's building your lifestyle.
Well, you can
That's
always
like
turn around and sell
right.
it.
That's like saying that that's like saying that if a business
It's a
doesn't
big
turn a
main
profit in the
thing.
first year, it's not successful. What?
Yeah.
Like all I'm saying is, bro, listen to what you're saying. First of all, they're not prioritizing streaming because you can download every game on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? Natively. That's number one. Streaming is an option. You know, a lot of PlayStation people don't understand that word, option. Just like you have the option to own every game on Game Pass. You can buy them if you want.
Yes.
You can do the PlayStation thing. Like
I never
like
said streaming was their priority. I said
yes, you
Game
did.
Pass.
No.
You did
I'm
No,
not
I
say
saying
didn't.
PlayStation.
I
you did
never
say
said
streaming.
Hey,
streaming.
No, I
infiltrate.
didn't.
I
Hold
said
on,
Game
hold
Pass.
on.
Hey,
Without
No, I
getting
didn't.
excited, let's say
hey,
this.
I said
Hey,
Game
without
Pass.
getting
hey, this whole show recorded, bro. You did say streaming.
hey, without getting
No, I
excited,
didn't say
you did, and maybe, and look, this is just the opportunity to say,
Bro,
hey, that's not what I meant.
somebody else jumped in and started talking about
No.
Oh
Twitch
shit. Oh shit.
Wait. Hey,
No,
bro,
no,
See, he
no,
was
look,
no,
he was the
look,
no.
just
pusher.
hold on, without all the
Come on, bro.
excitement.
I
Just
said
like you
Hey,
said,
Game
you
Pass,
didn't say
my
you
y'all,
didn't
man.
trust streaming.
without all the excitement,
No,
you
no
don't, you
one.
can,
One thing you're not gonna do. You're not gonna do is put words in my mouth.
hey,
Bro,
I
no,
did not
you
say
said
streaming.
you did
hey,
it
I
twice.
said
The first time you get frustrated, now you're telling me that you didn't say this.
You
No.
said it, bro. We
We're not
all
letting
heard
you
you
do
He
this.
say
said
it.
IGN backed you up on it too, but we're not going. We're not going to
Bruh,
do
hey,
that.
oh my
hey,
Hold
goodness.
on.
if that's
okay.
not
Hold
what you
on.
meant, let's look,
I'm
look
gonna
on.
address. Okay,
If
so
that's
let me
not what you
lay
meant,
my point
look,
since y'all want to keep cutting me off and keep putting words in my mouth, right? There's one thing that y'all keep missing with the streaming services, right? And I was talking about streaming services, yes, but I said Game Pass was the priority of Xbox. There's
No,
one thing that y'all
okay.
missing though with Netflix and Amazon. They started out in debt. Xbox and PlayStation are not in debt. As if we relating this to real life, why would I? Okay,
They are in
I
debt.
got a
They're
mortgage, I got a nice
most
house,
most
I got
companies are
this.
in debt.
So now I'm finna make all these investments and get myself in the hole and get
Yeah,
myself
if,
listen,
bro,
negative
if,
when I'm
if
hold
if
on,
the
already
hold on.
positive.
investment is making
Hold
That
on,
you
don't
hold on,
make
money,
hold
sense,
on.
bro.
You got to remember
What's his
you
point?
got to remember they got a lot of free cash. They got a lot of pocket cash that's sitting there not doing
They
nothing.
have to spend
They
it or they're
have
going
to
to
Right,
get
spend.
that's
taxed.
correct.
Listen,
That's
listen.
correct. That's an
Okay.
investment.
So
You're
listen,
right.
listen.
But
Let me finish.
that's
Let me
what I'm saying.
finish.
The difference is
Let me
between
finish.
that's
Let
what I'm
me
saying. The
finish.
difference is
Let me
between
finish. Let me
Netflix and
finish.
Amazon.
No,
That's why they're
wait,
in
hold on,
debt
let
now
me
hold on,
finish.
hold on, hold
because
on,
Hold
hold
on.
on.
people
Wait,
want to go
wait.
into
Let me
Netflix.
explain this though. I don't think you understand the difference between being in debt
Yeah.
and having a negative balance. Those are two different
Yes.
things.
But
Debt just means you owe somebody.
right. You got to
You owe somebody.
But that can also
Negative
mean
balance
listen.
mean you have less money. You owe money and don't have any
No
value
equity.
of
No
company.
assets.
Yeah,
Yes.
nothing.
Look.
Those
Listen.
those two different things.
Microsoft is investing right now
You listen.
in Game
And,
Pass.
and
They're
this
not
is
just throwing debt away.
it's free cash that they have. They are not using. When they bought Bethesda, it was free cash that's not been used. It's not been used.
130 billion.
Yeah,
They got 130 billion in
they
cash.
It's
don't
more than that now.
listen, and
They
it's
have to
more than
spend it.
that, and it grows every quarter. So there's no
Yeah.
debt that there's now when they sit there investing to gaming, they're focusing on content, Game Pass, and Game Pass
Hold on.
is
Where
100%
But
the focus to get content
Which
in
what I
Game
said.
where
Pass.
my
So
bro at?
Wait,
Hold
listen,
on. Hold on, Lord. I want to bring somebody up. I'm not going to give you any reasons why that I know who can speak on this. I'm not going to tell you why he can speak on it, but he's hey Spit, come up real quick.
Yo, all right. So, real quick, the problem with what you're saying, I
is
can't
it
even see his
infiltrating? I think
name,
you're
but
talking about.
Just call
you
him
have
Pony.
all right. You have to think about the way software engineers make products now. That is the big change, and that's the paradigm shift that's happening. It is no longer about making box products. It is now about making services, right? Now, if you carry that forward to the top and you think about that holistically, everything is coming out as a service. Even games that people say are not a service, they're a service because a service is anything that has continued development that you have to support the product through its lifetime, whether that's through patches, whether that's through DLC, whatever you want to call it. It's a continued service. Subscription services allow you to keep continuing revenue on those products. That is the reason that people are moving to subscription. Now, you talk about subscriptions and you talk about services, but you're ignoring things like Adobe. Adobe switched from a box product, Photoshop, to a subscription service, Photoshop.
Yep.
Same thing happened with Maya. same thing happened with all the 3D tools. Everyone's doing subscription services because the underlying fact is if you have box products, people can subvert your profit.
Yep. And you're handicapped. And
People
you're so handicapped by it.
They can pirate your games. They can pirate your games, and you cannot make money on it. You guys haven't heard much about pirating lately because a lot of these people went to subscription services.
Ooh, this dude's
There was a
spitting
big
facts.
point. There was a big point where game companies were really mad about pirating the DRM and de novo and all of those things that was going on, and then all of a sudden it's quiet. And that's because they changed the model in order to continue to make their money. So subscription services and services are what the industry is now. The box product industry is gone.
Okay, look, man, I've been sitting patiently and I've been trying to listen. And like honestly, y'all have said like 500 things that are patently wrong. And I don't know who this is speaking now, but that is not true either. Well, part of what he said is true, but when you introduce a subscription service, you take away ownership. And the difference
you don't own it anyway. You don't own these games you're playing now.
Listen,
you have a license. You have a license on your CD or anything that you put in your console. You have a license. You don't own that
What, you
product.
talking about games or you talking about
everything.
Photoshop, Illustrator.
Software.
That is not stop.
Why
That is
is
not
there a
true. I
license?
own a copy of Photoshop. Absolutely.
How old is
positively.
it? How old is it? You're probably on CS6.
It was right like CS1, I think it was.
That shit is stupid
But
old.
that's not the point. The point is that I own it, and when they introduced subscription model, when Adobe introduced a subscription model, they took away ownership.
Yes, because ownership leads to
so
piracy.
the software
And the
isn't
point
the same.
is,
The
you
difference
don't own,
between
you
the
don't own it.
subscription model and ownership model is subscription takes ownership away from the consumer,
You
and
don't
you have
own
to
it
continually
now.
pay.
Listen.
You did.
You don't
Stop
own it
saying that.
now. No,
bro.
if Sony goes, if
When you
Sony
came in
invalidates your
talking
license,
about
if Sony
to take
invalidates your
away the
license
box
because you
pro,
get a chargeback,
no,
can you
sir,
play your games?
that's not true. That's
If
not true.
Sony
Hold on, let me
invalidates
go
your license right
get my
now,
CS
when
my
you took
CS5 right
away
now.
the
My
box
CS5 box.
product,
Look, I would say this.
when you took away the box product at your own words into a subscription model, what that did was remove ownership and put the whole ownership into the service. And if you ever lose the service, you lose
Y'all have to
access
understand.
to
Hold on.
the
Y'all have to understand. A lot of that. Hold on. Let me say
Sony
something real quick.
invalidates your license right now, you will not be able to play your PlayStation.
They can literally shut that down.
They turn
But
off
hold
your
on, listen.
license.
Y'all have to. Hey, hold on.
Hold on,
It's not just
stop.
about
Wait, too
ownership.
many
Y'all got to
people talking
understand.
at
A lot of
once.
that is surrounded by
One at a time.
implementation. A lot of that going into subscription services is because of implementation. It is far easier to manage it when you are managing from one house, where you don't have to go to someone's house and fix the box and replace the box and send a unit. A lot of that goes into implementation. So it's not about taking ownership away from you. It's about managing a solution far better.
Listen, I got two questions for Optimus. One, can you buy games that's on Game Pass? And two, even though you buy even though you buy a CD or you buy a song from Apple Music or whatever the case may be, can you still stream it nonstop on any like on IG Live or whatever? Why can't you? Because even though you bought it, it's still a license. See what I'm saying? So, like I said,
let me jump in this because again,
I wasn't asking you the question. I was asking Optimus.
Huh?
This shit is crazy.
Okay. You can answer, bro. You can answer.
This shit is crazy. Oh man, it got quiet.
Anyway, my point is you don't own it, and it's the same thing with Windows. You can say you own Windows, but I guarantee you can't give me the source code for Windows. If you own it, why you don't have the source code?
Wait a stop. So you saying that unless you have the source code that you don't own the software? Is this really what you're trying to say?
What I'm telling you,
no, it's a simple question. It's a yes or no. Are you telling me that if I don't own the source code, I don't own the software that I own? Is that what you're saying?
Can you modify Windows? Can you modify the kernel of Windows? Can you do it? Can you?
So just to be clear, just to be clear,
right?
Just to be
You're a
clear,
coder, right?
absolutely. So just
Okay.
so we
So
be clear.
do you own the source code to Windows, or do
No,
you own
that
a
what's a
license to
silly
Windows?
question.
Yeah, you on the
So
Do
license.
you own
again,
the license to
You
Windows?
buying a license anyway.
look, stop.
Go ahead, but let him
Ask
rock.
two
Do
questions
you
that
own the
wasn't
license
asked
to
yet, brother. Oh
Windows?
my
Let him
God.
rock. Let him rock. Let him rock.
So
Yes,
you have
I
a
own
license,
my
right?
copy of Windows. It is
You
mine
own
to
a
do with.
license to Windows. You don't own
Oh
Windows.
my
That is my
God.
point. Sony doesn't own Spider-Man, right? They have a license to Spider-Man.
So
You see how
stop.
that
Nah,
You
works?
just
they own
you are
Spider.
all you doing
You
is
see how that works?
confusing people.
That's a bad
That is
example.
not true, and you need to stop. The
So you
copy
don't know the
of
you
Why
don't know the
Photoshop
difference between the
can't they
license?
both be
He telling
true?
the truth though.
they
Like,
can't.
wait,
Because
hold on.
it's
Let me
false.
interject. Right, when you buy
Because it's
a
false.
hard
Look,
copy,
no, listen. This is
hold
what
on.
he's
When you
saying.
buy a hard
This is
copy,
what he's saying.
When you buy a hard
No,
copy of
stop,
Windows,
stop. This is what he's saying. No, stop. This is what he's saying. I go to the store. I buy a copy of Infinity War on Blu-ray. What he is saying is, well, since you don't actually own the film to the movie and you don't have the original master copy
Nah, that's not what
to
he's saying.
Infinity War, you don't
That's
actually
That's
not
own
not
what
it.
he's
what
This
he's
is
saying.
that
twisting,
saying.
is
brother.
That's
false.
not what he's
See,
Man,
saying.
he's
You
talking
That's
in
twisting,
cap.
terms.
brother.
He's
That's
talking
not
in
what he's
terms of
saying.
That's
digital.
cap.
You're changing the whole
Huh?
Can we
concept by
Oh
trying
my
to
God.
take a
the
product
I
that,
bro?
regardless of
Oh,
what
so I'm
happens,
gonna switch
right?
the subject to what I came in here for.
No,
Yeah,
don't
let's
switch
Post.
the
say
subject.
subject.
Don't switch the
Move the
Stop.
subject.
No,
goalposts.
Don't
hold on,
switch
hold
the
on. Stop it.
subject.
It's
So
it's
before you do that,
obvious
bro,
that you not
if you get a
you not
chargeback,
Before y'all do that,
you're
if you
not
get a
being
chargeback
honest.
on Sony
You're
on
not being
PSN,
honest. You talking about license. You
if you
said
get
you
a
don't own
chargeback on
something
PSN,
unless you
can you
don't
still
own the
play your game?
software, the source code. And then when we take that same analogy to a different industry, now you want to say it's different.
It's
It's
not a
not. not.
different industry. You're
It's
talking a
the
different
exact
product.
same thing.
No, I said a license key. When you go buy a Blu-ray, are you buying a license key? Are you buying a license?
Oh my God.
Listen to what I'm trying to
No, you're not
wait.
buying a
First of
license.
all,
I'll
I
answer that
own
for
the
you.
movie. I own
okay,
the
You don't
software.
own
Period.
anything. That's
He
what I'm
ain't
saying.
owning
You have
no
a
soft.
license
This dude said he
to the
owned the
Infinity
software.
Yo,
software.
hold on.
You trying to
Well,
play
Hold on,
dumb,
y'all. Hold
man.
on.
but
You trying to play dumb.
if
I
you
see you.
manipulate that said software, they can take you to court. So have like, if I own something, I can control it. I can
That
manipulate
is
it.
not
I
If
true.
can
you
do.
own it, can
That
you
is
Hey,
make a
false.
copy and give it to somebody else?
I'm just
That is
saying,
false.
if
If you own it, can you make a
No, I
copy and
can't
give it to
resell it.
somebody else?
my
I
And you
cannot
well,
don't
that's
own
resell
not
it.
it.
owning.
No, I
That's not
cannot.
ownership. If I own something,
That is
my
not true.
definition of own. If I own something,
Oh
I
my
can buy, I
God.
can sell, I can manipulate, I can do
Let me
anything with
answer your
I want
question.
with that product. In terms of
I can
in terms
manipulate
of
it.
that
I can
physical,
manipulate the software however I Optimus, see you said fit. that I subscription cannot services take
And
away
if
ownership.
they find
I
out, you
cannot make
going
a
to jail.
copy Hold up. and sell it to You think somewhere else. subscription services take That away is not ownership, true. right? But I'm asking, Oh my is there an God. option to buy Who is this games on person? Game Pass? Yes or no? This is Ricky. This is wrong. I have my copy of Windows right now has been modified by me multiple times. It is not illegal. What I cannot do is sell it to someone else Then it's because not yours. I do not
you
have the
can't
right
Do you
to
have the source
sell.
code to Windows?
use that code. You
Can
can't
you
use
go
that
compile?
code
Can
more
you
than
go
once either
compile
though.
Windows?
The serial number that comes
I
with
can
the
only
Go
hear
box,
one of
compile
y'all
Windows.
at a
the
time.
serial number that comes with the serial number on the
I
box,
can only hear one at a time.
the
oh
serial number
man,
that comes on the box, you can only use that once, even if you buy a hard copy of Windows.
True.
So it's,
True, but that copy that I own, I can do whatever I want to that copy that
Can
I
you sell
have
that same
because I
copy?
own it. It is mine. I
Can
can
you
do what
sell
I
that same
want with
copy?
it.
Can you
Can I
sell
do
that same
what?
copy? Can you sell that same copy?
Of course I can sell it.
No, you can't sell that same copy. That's why you got a license key. That's what
Sir,
the fuck a
stop. So you
license
saying
is.
that if I have a copy of Windows 10, I can't sell mine to post. I
Do
have
you
to
have
keep it myself.
you have to
That's
give him
You
you
have
ridiculous.
have
to
to give him a
give him the
license key,
key, and
right?
you can't use it no more. Only Post can use it.
True, that is true. I didn't say I could. I said I
Okay,
can
so
sell it and
so,
I can.
but you can't make a copy. Windows Microsoft can make a copy and
That is,
sell that
oh
shit.
my.
That's
See,
owning
this
it.
the problem,
Who
man.
said that I could?
You
What are
got
you?
people
This
who
is
come in here
ridiculous.
and play dumb,
Again,
dude.
Yeah,
stop.
You
This
playing
is
dumb.
ridiculous. If I buy in-game, if I buy Infinity War, I cannot make a copy and sell it. That
All right,
just
this
because I
my last
don't
question for
have
you.
the stop.
This is
No,
my
because you're
last
being
question for you.
ridiculous.
No, you
Just
slow.
because
No,
I
because you
don't
slow.
have the
Listen,
ability
you
to
on a slow bus.
redistribute it
All right,
doesn't
slow
mean that
bus.
I
Listen
don't
up.
own it.
Hey, slow bus. Listen up. If you get a chargeback on PSN, can you continue to play your games if Sony revoke your licenses?
Oh
Nope.
shit.
I don't understand, like for PSN
I
or
know
the
you don't
games that I
understand because
own.
you come from that A-Track era. What I'm saying is, if you buy a game on
Physical
PlayStation
or
and
digital.
Right.
Sony revoke your
Phys-
licenses, can you play that game anymore?
Absolutely, I most certainly can. And
No, you
now you're
can't. Get out of
you
here, dude.
can.
No, you
Now
can't, bro.
No,
hold on.
let him
This dude
explain
is an
how.
idiot.
Let's
Now
explain.
Go ahead, go
Let
ahead,
me
go
now
ahead, go
you're
ahead, go ahead, go
talking
ahead, go ahead.
about
let me hear how he
now
could do
you're
it.
talking the difference between DRM and ownership. And those aren't even the same thing. What are you even talking about? DRM is an anti-piracy measure, and it has nothing to do with
No, he's
ownership.
not talking about DRM.
He's not
Licenses
talking
don't
about
necessarily.
DRM license.
He is. He's talking about a
Sony,
PSN.
Yeah, I'm
Hold
Sony
not
on.
can
talking.
literally,
The
I'm not
only
Sony can
talking
reason.
about
literally
No,
that.
take your
Nope.
license
no,
away
no,
from.
no,
Not
no,
Hold on,
talking
no.
hold on,
about
What
hold on,
he's
that.
hold on.
saying is that
Oh
no.
my
What he's
God.
saying is that he's saying this
No,
that
they cannot.
whether
Yes,
the
they can.
content. Hold on,
Yo, God ain't
He's
gonna
Wait,
do
saying
If
wait,
they
that.
this.
wait.
ban your account, they can
Hold
take
on.
your
Well, this
licenses.
is what he's saying. Whether the content is a physical disc or a digital
Oh my
purchase,
God.
Sony and Microsoft has the ability to revoke that
God
license.
ain't gonna say
He
that.
has
That's
the
fact.
ability. They have the ability to revoke that license. They can send a patch or whatever to that system to say whether it's
That is not
digital
true.
or physical, this content cannot
Oh
be
my
played on this
God.
system.
That is
That is
true because I've done it myself.
so
You give somebody
so
the EIN
again,
number to your console, they
stop.
can
This
turn your
is
console off
ridiculous.
and block you from
That
using it.
is a DRM measure and
I
it
know
has
it's hard for you
nothing
to
to do with
understand, man.
ownership.
That's the way it is.
Bro, digital
That
rights
is not the
media,
name. You are
DRM is
confusing
bro. That's
DRM with
exactly what we're talking
ownership.
about.
Those are
Digital
not the
rights.
same thing.
Well,
Bro,
I'm not confused. I know what digital
Oh
rights.
my
I know
God.
what DRM is, and I know what license is,
Right.
and I know what licenses is, and I know both
So they're
companies.
not the same.
Yeah, they're not the same. You're talking about with
So
DRM. You're talking about in
just
terms
so
of
I can
you.
own a game, I own a game. Well, especially for Xbox. If I own a game on Xbox and I have not set my Xbox as my home Xbox, and even though I own the game, if I cannot connect to Xbox Live for them to verify that I am me, I do not get to play the game on a console, but not because I don't own it, but it is
Yeah,
because it couldn't
right.
pass the
That's the
DRM
DRM
check.
check.
And it has
That's
nothing to
that's the
do with
right.
that's
That's
not what
ownership.
we're talking
DRM.
about.
Those are
That's not
That's
what we're
completely
talking
DRM.
about.
different
That's
things.
no
Yeah, this dude
DRM. But
moving the
I'm saying
goalposts,
on
That
yo.
the.
is what.
I'm
So
saying on the
stop. This
other
man
end though.
said. This man said, "What if PSN is
That's
down
not
or
what he said.
PSN
He
and
didn't
you
say
can't
that.
check your
He
license?"
said
That's
if
not what I
Sony
said, man.
revoked.
Listen, I'm not even talking fast. You just
I'm saying,
listening slow. So what I'm saying is DRM is their ability to enforce that
Ask your
right.
Yes.
question
Their
about
ability
PSN
to
again.
enforce the right
Ask
that
this
they have the
ask this
license
goofy
and country
question
code.
about PSN again, and then I
Wait,
will
wait,
I'm
wait,
not
answer
wait,
it
wait.
asking
Let
no
me ask
directly.
you
questions.
this question about
You should have listened the
And
first
don't
time.
oh
switch it
You
man,
should
around
have
neither.
listened the
Don't
oh
first
even
time.
switch
man.
it around. Ask the same
Oh,
goofy
this
answer that you asked in
this
the
shit.
beginning and see what happens.
Hey,
Look,
get him
look. We
six.
know DRM is to prevent privacy. I'm talking about outside of DRM.
All right, so now
Both
I'm gonna talk
companies,
about what I actually came in
both
here to
All of that
talk
companies
falls
about.
had
under
Post,
DRM,
both
why
bro.
you
companies
dodging
had
me?
the
That's what I want
ability
to
to
talk about.
revoke
Post, why you
licenses.
dodging me?
And nobody
Hey,
dodging
post.
you,
Hey,
AARP.
post. Hey, post. That does
Look, let me
fall
tell you
under
something.
DR.
Let
That
me
does
tell you
fall.
something.
That does
Look,
fall under DRM, bro.
look,
Y'all
Post, why
got the
you
card if
dodging
you
me?
want.
God damn,
look.
y'all
Let
are
me tell you something. Saturday, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna show out. You just be ready, bro. You just be ready, bro. I have some family stuff to take care of. I'm gonna come stump you out.
Uh-huh.
You ain't even surviving up in here. What makes you think you gonna be able to handle me, bro? Stop it. Stop it.
y'all niggas
Stop
are
it.
nuts. Y'all stop this.
All right, well,
Yes.
I'm about to get out of here. I'm gonna let y'all go and keep thinking DRM
No.
and ownership is the
I asked you
same
about the
Nobody
thing.
said
music
that.
though. If you
All
buy,
right, man.
Bro.
Saturday,
I don't
bro.
know.
Saturday.
All right, Post.
All
I
right,
love,
man.
bro.
Hey, look, but that does fall under DRM, bro. It's all
No, no, no,
like
no.
C said, like it's
No,
like he
outside of
said,
DRM, both companies have the ability to revoke the license.
yeah. It's
Period.
like you.
It
It's the
don't
digital.
outside of DRM. It's a
It's the digital
license, so they
rights.
can revoke
They
it
can
if they
revoke it.
wanted to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No.
yeah. He's
It has
getting.
nothing, and that
Okay,
has
so
nothing to do with
He think it's
piracy
just
either.
he
It
think
has
it's just
nothing to do with
Xbox,
piracy.
but
It's if they
PlayStation
want to
they
revoke
got the
it, they can
same
revoke it.
DRM, bro.
listen. All I'm trying to tell them is this: music. You can buy music, right? And it's quote unquote yours, right? But then if I go on
a streaming service or anything that like that and play that music, they can take it down with the MPA notice. You know why? Because you don't own that. You only own the license, and they can revoke
Right.
it whenever they feel like it. It's the same thing with all media. And I'm just trying to tell them that that's just a disc. The disc just provides the license. It doesn't. You don't own, quote unquote, own
Yeah,
it.
it's
If,
literally
if,
they can
if
block
there's
the
something that
PlayStation
if
and the
I own something,
Xbox. They can just
hold up. What I'm saying is, if I own something, I can sell it legally, right? So if I can't sell it, then how do I really own it?
Hey, you got artists that don't even own their own music.
Let me speak right quick, Noah. Hey Noah, let me speak right quick.
What's up, Play? What's up, Play?
If you read the
terms and conditions.
if I let's just forget digital. If I buy any physical CD or DVD, it clearly states that I have the right to use it X, Y, and Z way.
Yeah.
So that means I am not taking it's not like when I buy a house, I take ownership of that house. I can do I can do whatever the heck I want with it. But when
within the law.
Right. Yeah, because I was about to say HOA will kick your tail.
Nah, if you ain't got an HOA, you gotta worry about that. But anyway. But when I buy a DVD, it clearly states that I have the right to watch it.
Hold on, let him finish.
It tells me I have the right to watch it. I do not have the right to profit from it. I do not have the right to charge people so they can view my DVD. It has all of these stipulations for a reason, because the people who own it can enforce and say, this is what you can do with my intellectual property.
Yes,
That's the point. So when you pay money for something, a game, music, movies, it doesn't matter. You never take ownership of that intellectual property. You are only buying the right
to access
use
pretty much
according to their rules.
That's agreed. Agreed. And
hey,
then the difference, and I'm gonna explain this, right?
My brother
the difference
between he write code too, so
the difference between DVDs, right, and video games is the DRM. Like, they have no way to revoke the license for a DVD that you own, but that DRM is implemented in the Xbox and the PS5, right? They can actually revoke your ability to play the game. They actually
they can revoke your ability
did that a lot in
the whole
360 era.
system to use the whole.
That's what I just said. They can stop.
shit.
They can shut down the place. Hey, Frame, I already followed you. I'm about to say follow me, brother. We already follow each other. That was just
right. But think about. Remember when in 2013 the Xbox One and PS4 came out, and the dude on YouTube had his Xbox One early, and he booted that joint up. He started playing games. What did Microsoft do? They shut down.
They shut
that bullet.
Like if they speaking of digital, if they suspend your account or ban your account, you lose all the games that you've ever purchased. Period.
Hey, see, and look, that again, that's going back and reading the fine print. I'm so glad you brung that up. That's the small detail. Shut your dumb head up. It's that small. Yeah, but it's that small thing that fine print that people don't pay attention to. It's and again, we're buying the games the same way. When you hear PlayStation say I own it, no, you own a piece of the hardware. That's it.
The license.
That's it.
You own the license.
Yeah.
You own the ability to play the game.
Access. You're buying access.
That's it.
So you're doing the same thing when I do when I buy Game Pass. You're buying access.
Yeah, so think about it. Think about it like this. Because when you buy a physical copy, really what happens is you have figured out a way for. So, like, for example, let's say let's not even take an online game. If I buy 2K and I have the original disc and I never patch, and then I go online and I want to play versus somebody, first thing they're gonna tell me to do is, brother, you got to update your game.
Yep.
You don't have we're not allowing you to play anybody till you download this 25 gigabyte patch. All right. You want to play?
But hold on. Let me. The reason
some games won't even let you play.
The reason why you get that update is because your system is connected to the internet,
exactly.
So they're able to do that. Now, I'm finna trying to rebuttal somebody that says, well, if I never connect my system to the internet, well, how they gonna get me? Back when Xbox Live first came out, right? You had people who had the OG Xbox that was online, and you had the people who had that was not online. So whoever was online was able to update they OG Xbox or they 360.
Mm-hmm.
For those who 360, for those that weren't, when they went and brought a new game, that patch was embedded on that new CD.
Mm-hmm.
So whether you have your system
DRM.
offline and say you could get around it, so you go to that GameStop and you buy that new game, where it's gonna have that patch on that update on there.
Must.
That soon you put it in, and It's no way around it.
Yeah.
It's no way around it, bro. I'm just saying they have, whether you're online or offline, they have the ability to do whatever they want because, like Play said, it's their intellectual property. You don't
Exactly.
I can
own
tell
it.
you, I can
They
tell you,
just
I can
give
tell
you
you
the.
firsthand, bro. I went and bought Rainbow Six Siege when the Series X first came out because I wanted to play it pre-patch. I went offline. I installed the game. I still couldn't play it. You have to connect online first to play this game.
Yeah,
There's
that's
games
their
like
best.
Grand
I remember my friend.
And
I
he got,
remember my
hey, hold
friend
on,
had
let's
a
hear what
modded
his, I'm going to
Xbox.
say this too. Oh, no, Star, go ahead, because I want to hear old brother
Yeah,
response after that.
he had a modded Xbox, and he had like a whole ton of games on there and
I
everything like
remember
that.
them
And his
days.
whole thing was, don't put in a disc,
Right?
don't buy a disc, because
Wait,
as soon as he
let me ask
did,
y'all a
and my
question.
dumbass friend bought it from him and bought a freaking brand new game. I think it was Halo
Yeah.
3 or some shit
And it
like that at the
patched it.
time.
And
Star
it
Kevin.
patched it.
Boom,
Star
brick the
Kevin.
whole fucking console,
Let, let,
yo,
let, me,
Yep.
let
done.
me ask you this
Yeah,
question.
JT.
Let me ask you this question. They say that ownership, that you own the games if you buy them on PlayStation or whatever the case may be. Gran Turismo 7 is literally you can't play unless it's connected to online. Yep. What about that? You know what I'm saying?
You don't own
Hey,
it. You
infiltrate.
just
Spending
you
$70
just
and
licensing
then
the
you have no
key. You
business.
just own just licensing it.
Hey, But you literally
All these
have to be
games is
online.
licensed.
Hey, Freddie. So if they revoke your account, you can't play. Right, Freddie. Now, a lot of people have dropped a lot of bars and a lot of facts without twisting words. I got to hear your response. Well, I mean, what's the response to that?
Who it was the instigator?
Yeah, I only say that. I only say He that. lied twice. I He only lied say that twice. because there's a lot of No. facts I'm that not was going in to let there. him get away. He lied twice. The first time he said Jim Ryan never said frustrated. We quoted Jim Ryan. Then the second time,
I never said Jim Ryan said frustrated. I
yes, you
asked
did.
y'all.
You said you never said it, and then we
Lord,
quoted. And then you came back again and lied a second time. But let's make it a trifecta. Go ahead, guys.
you cool? Yeah, am I cool? Right?
Yeah, you cool. You cool, go. No problem.
Okay. All right.
Postup's a fool.
We literally just got on a whole 18-hour side quest. I was trying to start a 5-hour main quest. Look, I ain't trying to go on no. Look, look. All right. I've just first started off with this saying, Xbox is focused on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
Then somebody said,
no, you said streaming, but continue.
And we had got on this whole topic of streaming and ownership and all that digital media. Okay, forget all that. I know that. This is the present. This is how we're doing things.
Okay.
Cool. I don't care about that. Okay.
No problem.
I actually do like Game Pass and I do like PlayStation. Now today, good.
That's what's up. No problem.
What I was saying that Xbox is focused is main priority is Game Pass because number one, they said it multiple times.
Okay.
And two, the reasons you can tell the actions that they're taking is pointed towards that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, I like Game Pass. I think it's a good thing. My concern is, I'm just specifically say day one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, day one releases. I think that is a little bit dangerous. Why?
Oh, let him finish. Let him finish. Let him
Why?
finish.
No, let him finish. Let him finish.
All
Let
your
him.
questions will be explained. It will probably be answered in the next minute and a half. Just let me get it out, okay? Fuck I was saying. So day one releases, right?
Yep.
So a lot of the exclusives, not even exclusives, a lot of games are just coming day one to Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
I was relating this back to some of the streaming services, pros and cons, everything. So keep that in mind. Spotify does this, right? A lot of times when albums come out, most of the time people just go to Spotify. They don't think about pick up the CD no more. And we know that that's not really Spotify has not really been too successful. A lot of streaming services haven't been too successful, right? But this is why I think that the gaming companies should keep them as, like as optional, as as they can focus on it, but not keep it main priority. Because this is case in point. John Layden on What's Up podcast, right? We mentioned that earlier. So the whole thing, right?
Yep.
What he was saying was that it's also dangerous because there's a business model with media that has been going on for a while, especially like with movies and stuff. When it comes to day one releases, that's when most media get the bread and butter. That's how they get most of their money. On the day one or the first week, like if it's a movie, first weekend, first 5 weekends, you know what I'm saying? That's where most of the money comes
Let him
from.
finish, Junior. I know you want to say I was something. talking about the battery for the smoke detector. Somebody changed it. Oh.
Yeah, but that's where most of the money comes from those first day things. Now, if you are excluding that part from releases of media, of course, there's other avenues in which that media can get money, like CDs, even putting it on TV. Where people can watch it quote unquote for free, but of course, they get some money from that, all this and that, right? Boom. That is a dangerous model in it of itself, because of the devs are not. No matter where who gets the money first, the producers, the company, whoever gets the money first, is still a smaller amount of money that is potentially being missed out on. And
Hey, can I respond, Freddie? Because I think I got where you're going.
No,
All right, so
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, because what I was going to say is y'all speaking from someone else what they agree to, and where you're coming from with where there's dangerous. Where you're speaking from is opportunity. Opportunities is not guaranteed. When they're coming from a land of, hey, I will give you this for you to give me that. That is guaranteed money they can put in their pocket and bank on it. There's no word about it. There's no cyberpunk worries where now you owe a lot of people money because you screwed yourself. They have guaranteed money that goes in their pocket that they don't have to worry about. Is Uni gonna buy my game?
Yeah.
Is Freddie gonna buy my game? Is Post gonna buy my game?
Facts.
How do I get everybody else to buy my game because they buy it? They don't have to worry about marketing budgets because they have a whole lot of marketing budget because they have a whole lot of pocket. And then plus, they also will get access to Game Pass marketing for them because it's hitting day one in Game Pass or even PlayStation services. So that's a fake worry. Hold on. Let me hit him. Because we agree to that. Give me 1 second. Yeah. 1 minute.
Hold on. Let me while you're doing that, let me say this real quick, right? So you got a valid point, right? A lot of movies, a lot of game company publishers, they make their money when the game first released. That's when the sales are at the largest, right? When the game first comes out, right? But what you also got to take into consideration, every game is not a winner. There's a lot of games that publishers put big money in and lost. I don't know if you remember, but in the 360 PS3 era, we had a lot of studios that just went out of business,
closed out,
and then a lot of that's because of GameStop, secondhand purchases, right? If you look at even like Xbox One, they had Quantum Break, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Whatever you feel about those games is subjective, but they didn't sell well. So Microsoft dumped a lot of money into those games and didn't get their return. Well, Game Pass is a safer bet for them. They're going to get their money either way,
regardless,
and still be able to create the games and put out the games that they want to put out, and still make the money because people are subscribing. They're paying monthly. They're paying yearly, annually.
I can also hit them with this. First thing, nobody can force you to put your game in Game Pass. Stop with this fake narrative that somehow Microsoft can force a developer to put their game into Game Pass. That's true. Death's Door on Xbox did great, and it wasn't in Game Pass. So that's a cap. That's number one. Number two.
Oh, go ahead, bro.
When you're in Game Pass, like I said, there's multiple ways to skin a cat in Game Pass. You can get paid a lump sum. You can get paid by downloads. You can actually launch your game regularly and then put it into Game Pass a year later, like to monetize it that way. Or you can do a Game Pass launch, like Back for Blood, but you also launch simultaneously on PC and PlayStation. So you get those sales as well as the money from Game Pass. So like I said, this big narrative that y'all come up with to try to do fair mongering, like, oh, the poor devs. Y'all never gave a shit about devs for the history of the gaming industry. Now all of a sudden, all of y'all, it turns into some y'all care about the devs so much.
Let me.
Where was the caring about the devs when Naughty Dog was driving them into the damn ground to get Last of Us 2 out? Where was the caring about the devs when Insomniac was going through all of that sexual harassment bullshit thing? but all of a sudden, y'all care about the devs because y'all don't want Microsoft to succeed in what they're trying to do. Stop.
Let me break something down.
Go ahead, Postup.
Let me break something. I want to do this from a music perspective because I've been in the music industry for a while. All right. So when you're in the music industry, you got publishing companies, you got ASCAP, you got BMI. Now ASCAP usually pay out your publishing every 6 months. From my understanding, BMI you'll get it at the end of the year, so every year. So what do rappers do if they this correlates to game sales? So what do rappers do in the meantime, in between time? Where they look for things to get residual income, money coming in on a monthly basis. So they go on
Go on
tours.
tour.
They go on
Go on
tours
tour.
for 12 months. For 12 months out of the year, because they know that cash doesn't go to the label, it goes directly into their hands.
Depending
Or
on if
they
it's a 250 deal, though. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
yeah. Or they invest in a company or a business or try to create a business that can bring in residual income. Because as an
Merchandising.
artist, yeah. So
Sell
what are you
merch
doing?
tees.
So what are you doing in between? What are you doing? What type of money are you making in between? So what is Microsoft and Sony doing when they put this game out and they have to wait months and months on sale data and stuff like that and slow money to come in and for it to add up over a period of time? About the time that money coming in, it's going right back out because you're pretty much investing in something else, whether it's R&D, whether it's another game or anything like that. So Game Pass as a service allows for residual income. You're bringing in millions and millions of dollars on a basis. So whether a game sell or not, it's in the service. You're always making money.
The big games subsidize the small
Right,
games.
right.
Exactly.
And it also subsidizes Game Pass. Not only does it subsidize the software, it subsidizes the hardware as well. So now you can take more chances in terms of or your content. You can invest more too because as you spend, it comes right back in. And y'all don't think when a game is funded, a game takes about 4 or 5 years. So they're investing just say a AAA game, 150 to 200 million
200 million. Yeah.
over a 5 year period,
Five.
bro.
Yeah.
It's not it's over a 4 or 5 year period. So what are
Sometimes
you
6.
doing? Yeah, so over that 4 or 5 year period, you need other income coming in. You know what I'm saying? Because you mean to tell me you could invest 200 million over 4 or 5 period and wait 5 years for that game to come out to recoup that 200 million?
Because there's no guarantee that what you do. Because
Or
no
hope that
guarantees. For example, look at Godfall. Look at Destruction
exactly.
All Stars. Look at all of the games that flop that y'all never look at. Y'all look at all the success, but look at Order 1866. Look at Returnal. Look at all the games that flop that never make it. Why you
Look
don't
at the Drive Club studio.
exactly? Why don't you
Go.
care about the devs, bruh? Why
They
don't you care about
closed
the devs?
Studio Liverpool.
What
Wipeout.
about them? They wish they was in Game Pass. I bet you that. See what I'm saying?
Another
Oh man, I
blanket it
wish.
gives to hold on, Freddie. Another blanket it gives to the devs. They can go straight to Xbox and say, "Hey, I want to put this game in Game Pass," and don't have to go through a publisher. They can
Yep.
do that. They have
Yep.
that option to say, "Let me just get my money." You know, if we want to
Yep.
really support the devs, you don't have to go through another partner to get this game out. You can go straight to them and say, "I want to drop this game in Game Pass." That's little money. Now you don't have to pay a publisher, and you don't have to get screwed over.
And
So
you
it's a
get your money
security
up front.
blanket. Exactly. So it's a
You know, the
security
sad thing
Yeah,
blanket.
is
let me.
the sad thing is, man, Game Pass is real. Game Pass is a big value. And the fact
Yep.
is, these dudes are upset that it's not on the PlayStation. Because if that shit was on the PlayStation, if
They'll be
Sony
You won't
hype.
hear
had
nothing.
a freaking Game Pass PlayStation version,
They'll be
we
saying it's
wouldn't
the
be
best
here right now
service.
going back and
Let
forth.
me say something right
Exactly.
We'll
quick.
be
You
arguing
know it.
Game Pass versus
Exactly.
PlayStation
It's
Game Pass
truly
service.
the fear and the advantage that Microsoft has right
Sorry,
now.
that's
And
Let
coming
me
Freddie,
though.
let me say
remember,
something right quick.
after
That's coming though,
just to
Sarge.
round all
That's
that up,
coming.
Of course it's coming. Yeah, it's
but
coming.
hey, hold on.
Let
And
me.
to round all that up real quick, all of that is optional. So it's not forced
Right.
upon anybody.
Hmm.
All
And
of that we
yeah,
said is
let me.
And
optional.
then you got to
I
add
got a
that
friend right now that still buys
you
everything
get a
hard
discount on
copy.
games on top of that when you have
Yeah.
Game Pass.
When you
Yeah,
buy the Game Pass, you get a 10% discount.
yeah, let me say something.
My
Because
brother play. My
game
brother
game
play.
Game Pass for Microsoft primarily is about their first party content. It's
Yep.
not about their third party content.
Thank
Third
you.
party content for them is an add
It's a
on.
luxury.
If they can get big third party games in there, they're happy about it.
Thank you.
It's really about their first party content
And indies.
Break it down. Break it down,
right.
brother Play. Break
They
it
want
down.
enough first party content in there where they're going to have 50 million, however many people paying $9.99 or $14.99 a month.
Thank you.
That's what that's about for them. All right. If they get good third party games in there and that draws more subscribers, they're going to be happy about that. Here's the reason here's the reason I'm stating that. They're tired of losing money. That's it. If it's Microsoft's overall business philosophy of services, and they're tired of pumping millions of dollars into a game in hope that they recoup their profit. Hold on, let me finish. Sony, and I tell people this in the Discord and Zaire Discord or whatever all the time. Sony's going to do the same thing. It's without a doubt, even though Jim Ryan and all these guys are saying they're not going to do it and all these things. No, right now they're just using the narrative that fits their business model at this current time.
Yeah.
That's it. The reason they haven't done day and date is because their infrastructure ain't in place to do it yet. That's the only reason. They ain't got the servers set up properly yet. They can't just, they don't have the UWP style stuff with Microsoft where they can just build a game once and that studio who built the game can actually port it in 15 minutes. No, they don't have that. They had to go hire a whole nother studio to port every single game they have in their pipeline right now, which means they got to pay twice for one game because you're paying the studio that made it and now you're paying the studio that ported it. So they just don't have their infrastructure in place. That's it. And when they get it in place, whenever they're
gonna do it.
They're gonna change their whole tune because they know
We've
for
seen
a fact.
that before.
Because they know for a fact, if they got up there and said, I guarantee you, if God of War Ragnarok was gonna be day and date in PS Now, not just on PlayStation 5, but on PlayStation 4, 5, and PC, I guarantee you they'd have 30 million subscribers probably by the time that game comes out.
Thank you.
Easy.
If you're saying you're gonna put in Sony Game Pass style service that you're gonna put God of War, Spider-Man, Wolverine, The Last of Us, you mean to tell me?
They ain't gonna make it.
Listen,
get out of here.
I get that shit.
No, right. Hey, look, no. They gonna have 100 million subscribers because everybody that got a PS4 is gonna get it. They will have that 100 million.
Yep. The only thing
that support the dev, that whole all that other stuff
what?
goes out the window.
And guess what?
Hey, let me interrupt y'all, man.
Microsoft knows this. That's why they're trying to beat everyone to 50.
Get ahead of the curve.
That's why they want to get ahead of the curve because they know, and you cannot downplay this. They know PlayStation market power. They know that if PlayStation get a Game Pass type server with a great infrastructure, that they will easily hit the numbers that Microsoft is trying to hit now.
Leader.
And that's why Microsoft is trying to get there first, bro. I'm telling you.
Hey, yo, I ain't trying to interrupt, but I'm about to should just hit 3:00 in the morning. Where I'm at.
What?
Get
It's
off, but
I didn't even know it was 2 a.m. Oh wait,
great conversation.
The second episode
combo.
of Platinum End is on. I'm finna watch me some anime. Hold on.
I appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody tuning in. I don't know if I quit. If I quit, will it?
You about to quit? Hold on. Let me just say, everybody follow me. I follow people back. That's the way I work. Thank y'all for the conversation. Great conversation on both sides. And thank you for all the jokes, man. God, dog, I was going to sleep. Y'all woke me up.
Hey, what a real had. The real had this bitch cracking. That dude funny.
Boy,
as
I'm
hell,
telling
bro.
you. You see, I had to hop on the mic after that.
Hey, let me say this.
Shout
out. I see you back here, Thrash. Shout out to Thrash. Shout out to the. Hey, I want to hear for some more PlayStation dudes, man. Like, I ain't trying to just.
Where's that game attack,
Thrash? But I like to hear different perspectives, bro. You know, I play on.
Don't get Thrash started. Y'all know Thrash come in on his bullshit.
Keep capping, nigga.
I play Xbox, PlayStation, PC. I mostly prefer to play my games on Xbox because of the achievements and the reward system. But I like to hear perspectives. I like to hear both perspectives, bro.
That reward system is fire. It pretty much pays for Game Pass and games if you do it right.
Y'all ponies, man, don't be shy, man. I see y'all in the back. I see y'all in the back.
Like the NFL salary cap. He hard cap. Why you never tell me he hard cap like the NFL salary?
Oh, hey, Thrash be, hey, that's my homie, but he be saying some of the stupid shit. He said the Series S
Thank you.
was a piece, a speaker.
Equalizer.
It was a console with a speaker on it
Yeah.
because
Somebody
Microsoft was
say thrash.
because Microsoft was
Did somebody
competing
say thrash?
because Microsoft was
Oh
competing
my God.
with monitors that had speakers on it. So that Series S was a computer with a speaker on it. Bro, that's my homie,
Hey,
but he be
Thrash,
saying some
first
of
of
the
all, you need to
wildest shit,
follow
bro.
me back.
Follow who back?
Yeah.
Follow who
Yeah.
back? Follow who back? Follow who back?
He be saying some of the wildest shit, but he be
Yeah,
standing
dude.
on this shit. That's why I respect
I
him.
mean,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
care
what's
what the
funny
fuck
though.
he
There you
say.
go. I
He
give him back.
stand on
Believe
his
what he
shit
said.
though. He stand on what he say though.
facts. Facts.
That's the homie though.
Hey,
Hey,
yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
who
he
you
had
shout
to
know
out
doing
run with
that?
that he had to
Who you
run
know
with the
doing
Twitter
that?
chicks on Twitter
Instagram.
shaking their
Yeah.
butt to the
Hey,
PlayStation. He
PlayStation.
had had to to stand on
Hey,
that.
Stop
Look
that.
at
Hey,
He
shout
didn't
out
say
to
that.
everyone, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Hey, all your ponies in the back, man. Don't be scared next time, man. I want to
Hey,
hear from y'all, man.
hey, how
All
about
right,
this,
man. I'm
Musa?
gonna
Hey,
start this
Musa,
later,
how
man.
about this? I'll throw a spaces manana, nigga. And y'all
Tomorrow?
come.
Bet.
How
What
about
time?
y'all come through?
Bet. Give me
All
time.
right,
Give me
bro.
time.
I
Give me
got
nigga,
time.
you.
where
Hey,
I
the
got
hey,
you,
fuck
hey,
you?
Bro.
hey, what
Got
time
you.
is
Hey,
good for
we in that
you?
thing, but you better let like 3 of us in at a time.
Now I let
Oh
all
Yeah.
y'all in. I
yeah.
won't let no ponies in. I'll let all y'all in though. How about that? How about that? Y'all big
Hey,
nigga. I'm
Talk your
Musa.
serious as a
talk
motherfucker,
your
nigga.
shit,
I
bro.
am
Hey,
Talk your
Thrash.
serious.
Hey,
shit, bro.
Thrash. Hey, Thrash. Between me and you, Xbox keeping your channel alive, bro. Let's be real.
Who, me? Me?
All
Me?
facts. All
Me?
facts.
No,
All
you know
Hey,
facts.
what?
for the
Hey,
hey,
you know what keep
all
my
for the
channel?
Pony Nation.
Hey, you want to know what keep my channel alive? Real shit.
What's that?
Gaming, nigga. Gaming. I don't separate myself like you dumb
Xbox.
niggas.
Xbox. Every
Xbox keep your
headline, bro.
channel
Gaming,
alive.
nigga.
Xbox
Hey,
keep your
Xbox. Hey,
channel
you know how
alive.
you
Hey,
be
Fuck is you
analyzing
talking
Xbox
about?
games? I'm about to analyze your channel, bro.
hey,
The
hey,
last
Facts.
hey,
100.
hey. I
And
can't.
he,
I
All
and
you
can't
he ain't
help
gonna
got
it.
Game Pass.
I
all you
can't
gonna
help it
see
that
is a bunch of
digital
film
foundry bow to
documentaries.
me, nigga. I can't help it that all these big channels bow to the king, my nigga. They all
All
talk
you
to
gonna
me,
see is
nigga.
a bunch of film documentaries. That
Hey,
nigga
I
ain't
can't
got
help that
one
I'm talented,
documentary
nigga.
on Jim Ryan. He ain't
I
got
can't
one
help,
documentary on Jim Ryan.
nigga. I got a 3 hour podcast on Jim Ryan. What you talking about?
You
You
do
One.
a
sound
He
three
got.
different
hour
right
He
now.
got
podcast.
one. Hey, what's the ratio on that? What's the ratio? That's like, okay, your channel 99% Phil, 1% Jim Ryan. Kudos to
My
you, bro.
channel, my channel is 100% gaming. Like y'all niggas act like Xbox ain't a gaming thing. It's not a gaming thing or something. I can't talk about gaming.
Yeah.
Then what
Oh,
y'all
here we
talking
go.
about, dog?
Yeah,
Like,
Here
this
we
why
go.
hey, this
what
why
the
we
fuck are y'all
cool,
talking about?
bro.
Here we
I
go.
talk
This is why
gaming,
we
dog.
cool.
I don't got
You know
boundaries,
what?
You
nigga.
talk Xbox.
Hey,
You
Hey,
talk
that's why.
Xbox.
Hey,
it's
That's
hey,
what you
that's why
304.
my
talk.
It's
channel.
304,
That's
bro.
why my
We'll
channel's
finish. We'll
smaller than
finish
everybody's
discussion
and get more
tomorrow
views
on.
than everybody else's, nigga. Because I don't put
Yeah.
boundaries on my
We'll
channel.
No,
finish this
because
discussion
you
tomorrow on
talk
your channel.
Xbox and them
Thrash.
You
PlayStation
said what?
slaves love to hear that
I
shit.
said we'll finish this discussion tomorrow on your channel.
Oh no, we'll do
Listen, I'm gonna do it like a
spaces. We'll
spaces
do
for like an
spaces. Y'all
hour.
niggas XP ain't
Spaces,
high
yeah,
enough in this
spaces,
Nigga,
bitch.
we'll
spaces.
I'm gonna do
I
like
pull
a
up.
bet
spaces
spaces.
for like an
We'll
hour.
pull up.
Hey, what
We'll
time?
pull
What
up.
time is good for y'all? Let me know.
Nigga, it don't matter.
Uh,
I'm
No,
off
For
no, no.
sure. I
tomorrow.
got a
I
bunch
don't
of
want no
meetings, but
excuses.
I'm
I
Eastern
don't want
Standard,
no
so
excuses. What time is good for y'all?
I'm off tomorrow. What fuck is you talking about? You
I'm
know
I'm
I'll
okay.
off
pull
today.
up.
Man,
Okay,
I
you
got a
off?
I'll
couple of
pull up
yeah.
meetings, so if I I'm off catch you on today. the road, I'll be in.
You
I'll
see that
pull up to
shit?
the
You see that shit?
spaces
Niggas
here.
getting
Pull up
scared
to
when
the
niggas get
round
real, nigga.
table.
I'm
Niggas
I'll
off
get
pull up
today.
to
scared
the
when niggas get real. I'll
now
even
I'll
make
No,
pull
no,
up
hey,
to
no.
the
hey,
spaces
hey,
here and
post
pull
up.
up.
Anytime
I
like
still
afternoon
gotta
is cool with me.
feed
Hey,
the
post up.
fam.
I'll make you the
Yeah.
co-host, nigga. That
Yeah.
way you won't
I'll
feel
pull
like
up to
I'm
the
picking
spaces
people
here and
out.
I'll pull up to the round table.
I
Fuck
make
is you
you the
talking about?
co-host, fuck nigga.
You know I
And
ain't
we
got
can
no
talk
problem
gaming for
pulling up.
real, for real.
Y'all are
You
nuts.
know I ain't got no problem pulling
Oh,
up. I pull
I
up
know
to
you know.
the
Come on, my
yeah.
nigga. We go way back. You
Yeah.
already know I know
Yeah,
you.
facts. Facts.
See
You
what
the
I'm
homie. I
saying?
was telling them
Hey,
you the
yo, what up,
homie.
Trillo?
I see you,
Yeah.
bro.
Nigga, university, I want a
You got
piece
the
of.
thing
I
up,
want. I
bro.
want to make sure he know what it is.
I'm
Master, I
gonna be
want. I
there.
want to know what he. Hey, but I got respect for Master after this one because he did let me in. A lot of Xbox niggas too scared to let me into their shit.
What you
Yeah,
mean, bro? You don't
That's
be in my
automatic
truck.
respect for me, nigga. If you willing to
yeah.
have a nigga in here.
I let
So King Trash,
everybody
I
in,
never
bro.
let you in my
Yeah,
truck
man, you
I
before.
broke up,
let
man.
everybody in, bro. I let everybody.
Yeah.
Even
So
though I know
nigga,
you gonna come
tomorrow.
in
And so
and
what?
talk
Tomorrow.
your shit, I
Tomorrow
still
at
let you in.
tomorrow at 10 p.m. Pacific.